forget what the song sounded like, then go back as almost like a new listener again.
Sure.
And have a different take on it the next time. And if I come back and I still like it, then that's a positive sign, and I can then move to working on lyrics and melodies. And if I don't like it, is there anything I do like? Then I keep that and try and change what I don't like. Or if I don't like it at all, I just there's no point in where you can't turn the old make a silk purse out of a pig's ear. It's just not possible. Well, so you just know it's a bad song. You go, okay, that's going to go in this folder that's marked that somebody will never ever look into.
Right, into the delete me folder.
When I die, they'll never know what that album, that stuff is.
How do you guys work when when one of those bad parts comes up? Like, how is the honesty factor? Like, I know you've been working on this, but
you can tell a lot of that when when you hit play to something you wrote, and then everybody's listening, and then everybody's head stops bobbing. You're like, wait a minute, I'm gonna shorten that part. That part it's gone now, So it's just.
That bug legitimately has it out for you or I or something.
He's a big fan.
So, are you guys all in Nashville now, or Sean, is it just you in Nashville?
I'm in Nashville, and Dale's in Savannah now, and Johnny's in Oklahoma City, and Corey's in Atlanta. So we're pretty much closer than we used to be, because I used to be up in New Hampshire, and Dale used to be in LA, but. It's not like we get together and rehearse or anything. We'll when an album comes up, we'll
What's that mean?
but we'll get together for pre-production and run through this stuff for a couple weeks. So by the time,
very early on that one. All right,
Wake up, dude.
Chomping at the bit, huh?
Wake up. Time for the show.
Are you chewing gum?
No, I'm chewing Tums.
Oh.
You know how my ritual is before we do this?
Off. You were one letter off.
I'm a Tums chewer, dude.
Yes.
40-year-old big league.
I got digestive issues.
Oh, today?
Always.
Every day.
I got the digestive issues.
I do have some. Moon and I both feel like crap.
Yeah, dude.
And I didn't sleep. Yeah, like yesterday before our meeting, we both looked at each other and were like, "You feel like crap?"
Yeah.
I don't know what's going on.
It's been like a few days, just heavy, fighting something for sure.
Oh,
been up since 1. I watched some movie called Rogue Agent.
Did you do any push-ups?
No
I didn't do that.
Try it.
You know what I did? I listened to my Insight Timer app, and I put on a 90-minute thunderstorm and rain. It's a meditation app.
did it help?
It did. I was out. I woke up with my AirPods in.
Oh, that's good.
You know?
I have not gone back to sleep.
Well, today's going to be one of them there days as far as weather goes. We go home and we kind of hunker down.
Mm-hmm. Went to the store yesterday.
Went to the store. My wife went to the store yesterday. She says everything was cleared out.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
There was nobody at Schnucks on Manchester.
No bread and milk?
No. You know why?
Why?
I'll tell you why. Because everybody panicked.
Gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. Oh my God, I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. They said slow. I gotta get the bread and milk. Oh my God. I gotta get the bread and milk. I gotta get the bread and milk. Oh my God.
That was everybody on Sunday and Monday. You know why? Because last time, we all got screwed with the roads, and now everybody's panicked.
Well, and I'll say this. I had to dodge all these salt trucks coming in. I mean, they did it up right.
Oh, they did it up right.
This parking lot is salty.
Yeah, I almost busted my ass on the salt.
Now we're bitching about that. Cool.
I almost slipped and fell on the salt.
It does taste good, though.
I know. I'm just licking everything.
Definitely changes your shoe choice if you're thinking about it.
Yes, it does. But I did listen. I saw the salt trucks out. I saw the brine trucks out.
Yeah, hey,
laying the brine.
Pickle truck right after that.
Just
laying the brine.
Just on this
so much
block,
flavor.
There's like 2 or 3 parking lots with people on standby. You can see the trucks and they're just like hanging out,
waiting for that first flake to
hanging out, talking to each other, just waiting for the green light.
Waiting for that first flake to fall, and it's on.
You got an errand to run too. You got an appointment. You're screwed.
I'm supposed to go to the dentist today.
And you better go because you don't want to have gingivitis.
No, the dreaded gingivitis. No.
Gingivitis.
It likes to sneak in.
It does. And you know what? We don't talk about it enough. It's
gingivitis?
Yeah,
cavity creeps, dude. You got the cavity creeps up in there.
Well, I mean, I go to Dr. Foley out in Glen Carbon. And I have an 11 o'clock appointment. Ooh, man, right in the thick of it.
You're not coming back from Illinois, boy. You're going to be an Illinoisan.
Oh,
no,
man.
that's just the start of it, dude.
You're fine.
You're going to be great.
10 o'clock, right?
See if they'll gas you through the whole
It's like 9 to 6.
weather event. Just keep you gassed up. give you a little place to hang out over there.
Oh, man.
Yeah, does Dr. Foley have an extra spare room that you can go in and
I'm
just
not
live?
staying over there.
You can go to my mom's house. She doesn't live anywhere near Glen
I'm not going there either.
Yeah, that'd be fun.
Oh, my God.
Snow leash.
Damn, man.
You can stay at my house.
Really not in the same
Oh,
direction.
come on, man. Just stay
Hey,
somewhere.
video producer Josh McNew lives over there and has a mother-in-law suite in the basement. You'd have it all to yourself,
go
dude.
home.
Be pretty sweet.
Now I'm going to
He's
go
got
home.
a baby. That's cool.
Yeah, that'd be
Oh,
fun. You
go-
can hang
oh,
out with them.
great.
You can watch the baby.
Yeah.
Nurse.
When's the last time you hung out with a baby?
You know, when is the last time any of us hung out with a baby? It's been a while.
It's
for
been a
me.
long time.
It's probably been Thanksgiving, I would say, for
I
me.
hang out with
Well,
four
Moon-
every
I
day.
miss
grandkid.
babies.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. You see
I
babies
hang
all the
out- I
I see
time.
hang out
babies all the
babies.
time.
Baby.
And
No
depen-
thanks.
Depending on the day, one of us is always a baby in here. So we're all
Oh, yeah.
we're always hanging out.
Oh,
with
we're
Gonna
babies.
be my
adult
day
babies.
today. I feel like I'm
We're
due.
adult babies.
Sure.
I just hung out with
Baby babies.
my friend's baby recently. My boy named him Gus.
Oh,
Oh, Gus the baby.
New
huh?
Gus.
Baby
Need a
Gus.
Gary. I rallied for Gary. He wouldn't do it. I was like, you're almost there.
Wow. No.
we did have a
No.
baby named Gary last year. Somebody emailed us. A listener has his son.
There's a canyon between Gus and Gary. Get
Well,
outta here.
there's a couple letters.
Didn't our old intern have a baby named Gary?
I believe so.
Baby Gary?
I believe so.
Who's got to be 8 or
10
9
now.
by this
Yeah.
time.
75. Driving.
He's a man now.
Baby Gary is the horse.
Baby
on-
Gary.
Baby Gary is the town mascot, the horse
Now,
on Parks and Rec.
whenever I hear baby cry, I get douche chills. Ugh.
What do you mean?
I don't know, it just goes through me.
Oh. Like,
Ooh,
like PTSD from having your own babies?
Yeah, maybe.
Okay. That's all right. That's valid.
Ugh. I get that, like, oh.
I love holding chunky, big babies, you know, like when they're indestructible. Now, newborn babies, terrifying to hold. Can't do it. I get all weird. I become.
You get weird because you're afraid of dropping them.
Yeah.
You're afraid of them vomiting
They're
on
too
you.
new.
Yeah, they
I don't
do-
care if they vomit on me.
It's so fragile.
It's like a baby bird before they get their feathers. They look kind of weird and like
Alien.
that skin looks like it could rip or
You
something.
can smell the
and
placenta.
they move real slow, like newborn babies.
Yeah, they're always, and they never,
almost
there's no
do.
flow to them.
Nah,
you know, it's a
there's
lot
no.
of, like a Lane on Seinfeld dancing only
No,
in
they
your
all
arms.
they all
Yeah,
look
dude.
like catcher's mitts, and let's admit that.
They look
Oh,
like they look like ET.
They all look like catcher mitts.
I like the Michelin Men babies where they got little fat
With
rolls
fat
on their
rolls.
thighs and
I like when they're able to hold their own head up, and it's not my job.
That's
Keep
right.
your baby away from me, okay? That's
Till that
Really?
neck has come in, keep your baby away.
I will hold every fat baby I see that I'm allowed to. So bring them on.
how old is Josh's kid?
You're over the hump. 3,
She's like,
fun age. She's
that's a
fun, baby.
toddler.
She's toddler.
that is fun. That's when they're
She's
little
ready to
drunks.
party.
You know, they are ready to party.
Toddler? Okay.
That's peak uncle territory. That's where you really imprint as an uncle.
Yeah.
I just did it last weekend.
Yeah, that was cute.
My niece is at that perfect age. Just turned 4. Loving it. That's a great age.
I mean, listen, I got 2 teens at home, and that's a whole nother. Keep your teens away from me as well.
Amateur hour. Tell you what. 2 teens. Get out of here.
Listen, I chose to have only 2 teens.
Yes.
that's it. And those 2 teens will be home today because they called off Rockwood School. Rockwood School District called off at 4:45 this morning. So my
Yikes.
kids went to bed last night not knowing.
That's awesome. We let him get up, or you letting him sleep in?
I'm sure my wife slept right through all the alerts.
Okay.
Oh, no.
So she'll probably get up at her normal, her alarm will get her up. And then she'll see, the email, the text message, the phone call. They tell you 15 different ways just to make sure. But 4:45 is when they called off Rockwood.
That's cruel.
Uncle Moon yesterday texted the group that his kids' school were called off when?
I don't know. What was it? 5 p.m.
5 o'clock.
That was early.
I mean, it was early. Here, I'll check right now because I texted y'all immediately. Like, hey, look at this.
6? I want to say 6?
6:15.
6:15. Because as soon as my kids got home yesterday from school, both of them, one in middle school, one in high school. Dad, what do you think the percentage of us going to school tomorrow is? I don't know, man. I don't know.
Ask your mother.
That is wild, though. 12-hour difference. 12 hours, nearly.
I mean, did something change in the forecast? I don't know.
I don't know. I mean, there's supposed to be more snow the further north we go, but we're talking like Troy, not us. I mean, y'all may have an inch less than we do.
We're supposed to go, what, 3 inches?
Depends on the area.
Depending on the area?
Yeah, it's like 1 to 5.
Let's say
depending on
right here.
where you is. I'm going to say 3.
3.
We're only getting 3, and they're calling.
Right.
Yeah, dude.
Well, 'cause it's supposed to be snowing right in the thick of, I guess, everybody going to school.
And the bus is coming back.
And the bus is coming back. But whenever the kids ask me, Dad, what are the percentages of us going to school tomorrow? I like to tell them 100%. Because I like to crush their hopes and dreams.
Yeah.
That's
You're
a
going
father's job.
That's my job. You're going to school tomorrow.
Because then it can only get better from here.
That's right.
I knew they were going to get off.
Oh, really?
Sure.
I knew they were going to be off today.
Father knows
Because
all.
of the
Well,
6:15.
once your kids got called off, and they have snow. I think they still have like 4 snow days.
Our principal was not as cool at Hubbard High.
Oh, Hubbard High.
Hubbard High is in session.
Class is in session
That's
right
what
now.
You've texted me back.
My husband gets off work if the school districts are closed because he works at food pantry. So
yeah.
if school districts are closed, he's off work. So I'm like waiting for him to get the call. So I don't have children, but I have
What
a husband.
district?
Does he ask you?
Rockwood.
What do you think the percentage
Joey's
Yeah,
office-
Tim comes home and he's like, "What do you think the percentages are?" You're off work
You're like
tomorrow.
100%. You're
Did you
going.
get a
100%.
text?
Do you guys have full bus systems
No,
out
your
where
work
where
doesn't
you were?
text me.
In Columbia?
Yeah.
Of course, yeah.
So, were you guys called off more or less than we were in like the more packed county over here?
You know, I don't know. I didn't pay attention to Missouri schools really.
In the 80s,
Just in
what
general.
was it
We had a
80s?
lot of 2-hour delays. Like there were 2-hour delays, 1-hour delays
Oh,
Your
yeah.
kids
in New
or
York.
you did?
when I was growing up.
Oh, okay.
Dang.
We had there was a tragedy down in Fox, and I think it was in the 80s, and after that, Fox. I mean, if the clouds were sneezing, Fox was like, "Nah,
nah.
we ain't doing this."
Yeah,
so a
not
lot
taking
of
a
times,
chance.
people would wait for Fox. They would always lead the charge, and then after that, everybody would kind of start dropping.
Yeah, we get a lot of like 2-hour delays, 1-hour delay, which was fine. I got to sleep in a little bit. It was still a nice little surprise. Like, oh, I got to stay home for another 2 hours.
I don't remember a lot of snow days in Columbia High School.
Yeah, I didn't get
Really?
many.
Yeah.
It had to really come down and so ill. They did not give.
Yeah.
They did not care.
Well, did it snow a lot?
It
I
did.
mean, it probably snowed as much as it
As
does
much as
here.
here?
I feel like a lot of people drove themselves to school. Like we did have bus system, but I don't know how many people actually use. I think majority of people either got driven to school or drove.
Even in the elementaries and the middles.
Yeah.
Really? Okay. See, yeah, and that is usually that's gonna change up how much they're calling it off.
Well, I'm sure most schools are closed today, so kids enjoy it. Actually, you know what, kids? You should be sleeping now.
That's right.
You should be sleeping.
Go back to bed.
Go back to bed,
instead
guys.
of driving.
Go back to bed.
Everybody's out prepping, doomsday prepping, dude. And my gaslight came on the way to work, and I was like, yeah, ride the lightning.
Oh, I gassed up yesterday.
I'm a rebel. I
I
thought
gassed
about
up.
it. I thought in my head yesterday, I drove past a quick trip. I go, the right thing to do would be to pull in and gas up in case there is a weather event. And I go, but what if you're a rebel? And you just turn I hit that little info button that tells me exactly how many miles I have left. 47.
You'll be all right.
Plenty.
Plenty.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Plenty, dude.
Just grandma that you could stretch that to at least 50
Plenty.
cents.
Yeah, you're good.
And zero's not even really zero.
You're good.
So that's more like
Exactly.
53 miles.
Exactly.
Yeah. Oh, you're fine.
I'm ready to rock. I'll go through 2 winter storms on that.
Oh my.
I gassed up at Wally's because I had to. You
Yeah.
I didn't even need it. I was like, well,
I'm here.
I'm here. I got a full experience.
Gas up, get some beef jerky, get some of those potato bites. You're good.
That's
Thank you,
exactly what
Wally's.
happened.
Hey, anybody get broken up with yesterday?
No.
Nobody here?
Not to my
Nobody in
knowledge.
this room?
Tim, I don't know.
No, Tim and Lern still together?
I think we're still together, guys.
Rafe and Tina still together?
I haven't checked in today, but I think so.
Scott and Allison?
Yeah,
all
we're
good.
still together.
Moon and
Pretty good
Mallory,
news.
fine.
As
It's
good as
like
Yeah,
a
we're good
gosh.
here. Scott and Amelia are good.
Okay. Way to go, team.
Because yesterday, and I didn't even talk about this because I don't want to jinx anybody, but yesterday was known as Red Tuesday.
Ooh. Why? Red Tuesday.
Tuesday
Like
before
the
Thanksgiving?
blood of lovers?
Yeah,
What is it?
the Red Tuesday. Yesterday was the most popular day for breakups.
Today's a full moon. Uh-oh.
Yesterday was the day. And I knew I knew it, and I didn't want to jinx anybody's relationships.
Oh, my.
But yesterday, Red Tuesday, And the biggest breakup day of the year comes the week of Valentine's Day.
Makes
The
sense.
Tuesday, or it's usually 3 or 4 days before Valentine's Day.
Is it
thought it was
led by men?
Yes, it's a parade of men in Alton. I thought it was before the holidays. Don't people get broken up with before the holidays? Didn't we talk about this last year?
Yeah, but I don't think there's one specific day.
Oh, this is the day.
Yesterday was the day.
I see.
Yesterday was the day.
Interesting. Why 2 days or 3 days before Valentine's Day? Like, do it earlier. You're ruining people even more than they already are ruined.
Ooh, go check the
Because
RSVPs.
from what
It's
one...
Valentine's Day's fault.
It's Valentine's Day.
It's Hallmark's fault. Let's get this right. This is a Hallmark holiday. This is just a marketing ploy, and it's Hallmark's fault. Hallmark
this
is
is what-
destroying love
This is what I think happens.
throughout the United States.
It's a great store.
This is what I think happens.
Thanks,
I think it's like, okay, Valentine's Day's coming up. I think we can get through this. Maybe we can get through it. And then it's a couple days before and go, I can't get through it.
Code Red.
I can't get through it. I can't fake it. I cannot fake my way through Valentine's Day. I can't do it. Can't do it. We're done.
I just enjoyed January, and now I have to book a dinner. Now I got to do this. Now I got to do that.
I don't want to
People
spend money.
freaking out.
I mean, I was
People
driving
freak
Tim
out.
nuts yesterday. I'll be real. I mean, if it was the day, yesterday was.
Yesterday was your day.
Yeah. Did a whole FaceTime. Do you want to go to the store? Can I order groceries? Can you pick them up on your way home? No, I'll just go to the store.
Honey,
Why don't you
do
pick
we have
me
enough
up?
bread
I
and
want to go
milk?
too.
What are we doing this weekend for Valentine's Day?
Well, no, that's all done. I've picked all. That's all set. But yeah, the grocery store. I got home late from work yesterday. I was like, I don't feel like going anywhere. I had pajamas on. But then I felt like he was doing too much, and I felt bad. I'm like, okay, pick me up, and I'm literally driving him. I'm like, call me when you're in the driveway.
Okay,
Don't come in the
I love
house,
that game,
dude.
by the way. So he's doing a lot for the sake of the household, and then you get mad because you feel guilty that he's doing stuff.
Yeah, I
and
don't
you
wanna-
don't want to do anything.
Well, and he's very sweet, and he's like, no, I'll go. You've had a long day. Like, you get up at 3. Like, I'll go. And I'm like, no, because I'm like a control freak. I'll go. I'm going.
Because he always gets the wrong pickles or something, right?
Well, and
that's
like,
that's
I don't-
I was demoted. I'm not allowed to go to the grocery store.
and maybe that's it. But I also like, I feel bad giving him a list. I know it's going to take him longer because he doesn't know where anything is. Love him dearly. The man
He doesn't know where anything
This is
is.
I'll
sounding
tell him
very
where.
familiar.
Go get this kind of cheese specifically, and he will have a whole. It will take double the time. Now the Schnucks app, which is great, you can plug something in. It'll tell you exactly which aisle it's in.
As a matter of fact, they'll have the tags flash.
Yes,
You can make the tags flash from the app.
which
Get
is
out.
great. And even with
Whoa.
that
Don't have kids around.
technology, it's not good.
Yeah, we're hopeless.
Oh, you didn't know that? If you got the Schnucks app,
No, I told you. I have been demoted. I have not been allowed to do the grocery shopping in some towns.
like I cannot find it.
This new technology is foreign to me. I haven't seen it.
And you press on the app like I cannot find it, and
Yep.
you go, okay, here's where it's around, and you press a button and the
No
tag
way.
It's
ID.
amazing.
We're gonna have a little hologram of somebody going over
Hello.
Right
here.
here, idiot.
Over
Over
here.
here, idiot. Well, anyway, luckily Tim survived yesterday.
I know, and so did I.
Like,
We went
yeah,
to the
both
store.
you and Tim survived Red Tuesday. But this is a big millennial thing, and it's millennial men lead the Red Tuesday breakups.
Millennial men.
Millennial
Little
men.
turds. What are you doing?
Red Tuesday breakups happen because people don't want to fake their feelings on Valentine's Day. Rather than go through the motions of romance, they'd prefer to be honest, even if it means heartbreak. And how are we doing the breaking up? Majority over the phone because we're cowards. Not face to face, of course not. We hate conflict.
Over the
Over
phone.
the phone.
Over the phone, as in a call, or does that count as
At
text?
least the top way we're breaking up on Red Tuesday is over the phone with actual voice interaction.
That's good.
But not far behind is the text message, like just a couple percentage points behind.
Jeez, really?
It's awful.
Oh yeah, and you want to speak of breakups? Here we go.
Okay.
Let's talk about it. I will say, it is a bummer when you are used to your store because you know the layout,
That's right.
and then you go to a different store and you're like, "What am I even doing
Is
here
that
right
new
now?"
country? Yeah.
I don't know. I sometimes go,
It is kind of like
All right.
that, but yeah, but you're there forever. Like we had to go last week, and we went to Walmart, which I never go to, but I needed to get some. I needed a one-stop shop, and we were grocery shopping at Walmart, and I'm like, this is get me the hell out of here. Because it was just everything's, I know my schnooks.
Aren't all the Walmarts laid out the same, though?
I don't go to them.
Oh.
And I don't think so. Some of them, they have stuff in, sometimes the tires and stuff are in one side.
Right.
The groceries, I'm used to my schnooks. I know exactly where everything is. I can be in and out of my schnooks in like 10, 15 minutes. I get a
bang, bang,
cart
bang,
full.
bang.
I know exactly. I know what I get.
Supermarket
I know
sweep.
where it's at.
But again, not all schnooks are created equally.
I know it's where I got to go to mine. But then you go, you wander into like a Trader Joe's or a Deerberg's. You're like, well, this goes 2 hours of my day. And you still walk out with like 5 things you couldn't find.
I went to Trader Joe's for the first time in a long time the other day on a Lern's suggestion to get a little piece of cake for my wife for her birthday.
Did you get the ganache?
They didn't have it.
Ooh, what kind of cake?
I got a chocolate babka.
Okay.
My God. My God.
My God.
My God.
Trader Joe's has these itty bitty little sheet cakes. They're so great.
Really?
Yes. And there's a ganache one, and highly suggest we'll eat the
They
whole thing
didn't have
myself.
I do like the Trader Joe's experience, and you know why? Because it's never very big.
Yeah.
It's not going to take me too long to be like, well, I've scoured the whole place. See you later. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I do know what you mean.
Yeah, it's like 100 yards away from here, from the station here. So it was a quick jaunt over there.
Yeah, this one's too busy, so go to the Brentwood one, though. That one's
Yeah.
Brentwood Trader
That's
Joe's?
pure hell on earth.
Oh, that is hell on earth.
Hey.
Now, I will say the one on
The
Clarkson
Brentwood
is great.
Is that the Brentwood Promenade?
Yeah,
Yes,
oh,
it
this
is.
that's what
one's
I'm
too
talking
busy
about,
by
Thunderdome.
us. Let's go down there to Brentwood.
You get murdered in that parking lot. I do know what you mean, Moon. That is my psychology with I have 2 schnooks. I have fancy Chesterfield schnooks on Clarkson, and then I have Manchester Baldwin schnooks on Manchester. When I'm feeling up for the gauntlet, I go to the Manchester one because it's more spread out. When I want to see Ozzie Smith and go to the fancy one and get in and out quick because nobody goes there, I go to the Clarkson
Well,
one.
the fancy one's
Nice.
the pear one.
Oh.
That's where sometimes on like a Saturday or Sunday they have like a live band.
What?
Oh,
in the
right.
produce section.
Right, yeah,
Piano?
Like, who plays over there all the time is Nikki Glazer's dad.
Yeah, her dad's played. I think I've seen
That's
him
amazing.
twice over there.
Like you're like looking for melons. It's like somebody's got the doing
Mr.
stand up.
Glazer, what's up?
Yeah, that's-
stand-up bass.
That's the one where when St. Louis got super moist. Remember when
Momoa.
old boy
Momoa
Momoa
was
came
there.
in town?
Yeah, the great flood of
Yeah.
2024.
Great flood, yeah.
That's right.
When Momoa was in town. All right, so there are sporting events where you can't leave your seat for 1 second. And then there are games like this year's Super Bowl where you could have done your taxes in the middle of that game and not missed anything. Am I right? Am I right?
Yeah, I was on TurboTax by the second quarter.
So there's a woman's Super Bowl story going viral online, and it's even crazier when to consider that it happened during this huge blowout of a Super Bowl. So she says her boyfriend had some buddies over for the big game, and he did not buy enough beer. So he says, "Hey babe, can you run out to the store to pick some up from us?" And she said she wasn't she wasn't into the Super Bowl. She didn't care. But she also doesn't like being treated like a, quote, waitress. So she's like, no.
Ooh.
I am not going to the store.
Yeah.
Take
I'm
it,
not
man.
going. And she says that's when he flipped out.
A match made.
They argued. They
loved you.
argued.
These guys are gonna make it.
What town is this from, by the way? Can we assign
Burlington, Alabama.
Can we sign a town?
Alabama.
No, can we assign a local municipality?
This is Valley Park, Missouri.
This is not a Valley Park story.
I'm going to
Show
say
me.
Baldwin.
Show me Herculaneum.
This is a Herculaneum story.
Oh, nice.
You think so?
I don't know.
I don't see anybody in Herky running out of beer. They're prepared.
That's true.
You know, they know
That
what
is
they're doing.
true.
What are you, crazy? Were they just
They
buy
are
a
prepared.
6-pack? Yeah.
So they argued.
Now, you know what this is? This is somebody in O'Fallon, Missouri.
They argue. She gets so mad that she turns off the TV.
That
Boyfriend
proves the
eventually
point.
did the beer run himself. He wouldn't talk to her for the rest of the night, even after the friends left. The woman is asking the internet if she overreacted.
Take it back. I'm going to say Baldwin. This is somewhere out in Manchester. Somebody's frustrated from the traffic as well.
Tim, I'm proving a point.
Yep. This is actually from my house. This is broadcasting live
did she
yesterday.
overreact? That's what she wants to know. Did she overreact?
Yeah, I think the turning of the TV off was a little passive aggressive, a little too much. What does that mean? When's the last time you turned the TV off on somebody? Like got up. Like, what is that, dude?
Yeah, what is that?
That's
Watch
so-
this. I'm going to
You know
slam
what?
this electronic
move.
door.
You could go screw your severance in the other room, Tim.
Click.
I'm out.
Rafe, I'd like you to take the boyfriend side on this one.
Okay.
You know the story. You know the particulars.
Give them to me one more time so I can mount the defense.
You know the particulars here. Buddies are over. Let's say, Rafe. Right? We're at the Rafe household.
Okay.
We run out of, let's replace beer with deviled eggs since you're sober.
Right. Something that I know will ruin the party if we don't have more of it.
Hey,
everybody's been on a deviled egg run, dude. Scrape it together.
Hey, babe, we're out of deviled eggs.
Hey, guys, empty your pockets, fellas. Let's scrape it together here.
Babe, can you run to the store to get some deviled eggs?
Yeah, I'm going to get a 24-pack. I know exactly where those are, Chinooks.
And she goes, and Tina says, no. What am I, a waitress? And you're like, can you please? It's me and the fellas. We're watching the game. I can't get up.
You can't do this in front of my friends, babe.
And then you get into an argument, and she shuts the TV off.
And my job is to defend who? The guy?
Defend the guy.
Yeah, he's totally in the right, man. I mean, this poor guy.
Uh-huh.
He's hanging out with his boys. You know, he probably doesn't see them. It's hard for men to make friends as adults as it is.
Mm-hmm.
And he's putting himself out there. He's in a vulnerable situation. Now, you're sitting there. You're supposed to be supportive, right? You're the partner.
We're a team.
Now, if you read the articles he's been sending you, because I know he's been listening to Brene Brown and all sorts of motivational talks to get himself amped up, to invite all his friends over and put himself out there and be like, I'm going to host a party.
That's right.
Now now not only are you doing an adult male friendship, which is scary, you're hosting a party at home.
Mm-hmm.
You're the host. The pressure's on you to make sure all the other males who are also putting themselves out on a limb instead of just punching holes in the drywall out in the garage
And
trying
by
to deal
the way,
with their emotions.
She's got no interest in the game at all.
Right.
None.
Yeah.
It was just a flex. He's not trying to flex. He's trying to be like, and in some ways, he's trying to show off what a great gal he has to his boys. And he's like, guys, you got to get one of these girls that loves you so much that you can be like, babe, can you go give me some deviled eggs?
Yeah.
/ beers? And she'll be like, I got you. I love you.
I got you, boo.
I'll be right back. Let me put on a nightie real quick.
Yeah, wife of the year.
Let me put on a bustier real quick, and I'm going to throw on a trench coat, and then I'll get you some beers, and we're going to go have crazy sex in the other room while your friends finish watching the
It's a
game.
wild time.
Yeah, this poor guy. This poor
guy.
You know, I honestly think this could have cut him off from all adult friendships moving forward. That's what she's done. That's what this monster has done to him. By refusing. Your Honor, I want this case thrown out.
Hey, the buddies are going to go and make fun of him, too.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. She just whooped him.
Yep.
And turned the TV off, which, again, is such a move that I have not thought of doing before and have now pocketed in my brain.
It's really
yeah.
going for it.
Oh.
It's
They're
really-
going to be like, you go to the store, grab some beers while we all make out with your wife. Loser.
Yeah.
He's going to cry in the car
Uh-huh.
Oh,
the
man.
whole way.
I mean, to be honest, as the woman, get me the hell out of this house. Yes, give me a reason
To leave.
to leave. I mean, I don't need to put a teddy on, but let me help you help me. It smells in here. You guys are smoking cigars for some reason.
Oh, now we're cigar smoking, too.
Yeah, you're.
Yeah.
You know,
Now we painted a very different
Right.
scene. Now we're in town and
I
country.
don't know. In my fantasy, they're I have to have them smelling cigar.
Well, I think these two are probably headed toward a breakup, so I don't think this is going to work out.
I think they're gonna have makeup sex. To be
Sometimes
honest,
it's how you say it, not what you say. Maybe.
What, bitch? Get me some beer.
Yeah, maybe.
Bitch, go to the store and get me beer.
Maybe his flex was he was trying to show how
How much of a man
dominant
he
he
is.
was in his own home. Watch this. Hey,
hey,
go get us
Yeah.
some more beer
The old bag
Now.
will get us some beer.
before the third quarter.
right.
Boom, we're out of beer. Yeah, I'll get the bitch to go down to the store. Get some
Whoa,
for us.
my goodness.
What did you call me? Yeah, it could be a whole thing.
Watch me turn this TV off.
Click. Click.
This guy, man. I hope his friends were there to lift him up in his time of crises. I guess I'll go. Guys, just text me what's happening with the game. Baby, will you at least ride with me? No, pussy.
Ah.
Why'd you say that? Why'd you say that? Oh, my friend.
Let me say that wrong.
Well, listen, I think these two are not going to make it, so.
Yeah, you think this is it?
I think this is it.
This is the guillotine.
This is it. This is it. Now, if you are looking for love and you're having a tough time, might I recommend going maybe onto the internet and Googling psychics in my area.
Yes.
All right.
Love
Sidekicks?
this.
Psychics.
Sidekicks.
Not
Not
sidekicks.
sidekicks.
Not
Yeah, you
Chuck
need,
Norris
Yeah.
and
you don't need to
Jonathan
go to
Brandis?
Jonathan
strip ball
Brandis.
karate. No, not
Gosh
sidekicks.
damn it, that movie was awesome.
It
That'd be
really
a
was.
good app
time we talk
for
about it.
King Scott to. Oh, dude, I watched that movie so much when I was a kid.
Me too. I wanted to
What
be
movie?
Jonathan Brandis.
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks?
That and Ladybugs.
Chuck Norris is his like imaginary
Yeah, I
friend.
remember that.
Sweet.
It won an Oscar for
I did
that.
like Ladybugs better
Imagine
Yeah.
a
with
friend.
Rodney Dangerfield.
Yeah, he had to go to the pool party and with his wig on.
Yeah.
it was so
Great
great.
movie.
It was. Oh my gosh, I'm gonna go on a Brandis binge when I get home today.
It'll be short.
Yeah,
That's a short
R.I.P.
binge. That's 2 movies
R.I.P.
and game over, and then 1 TV show.
He was so cute. He was
Discovery
lovely.
Quest.
He was a
Discovery Quest. I was going to say
talented kid, man.
Sequest.
God dang, it was.
I thought
that
it was Sequest.
I thought it was Discovery Quest.
Ooh,
I go through
think
this
it was Sequest.
once a year on this
I'm-
show.
I'm going to say
Maybe it's Ryan Sequest I'm thinking of.
I'm going to say Sequest, but you could be right.
Sequest. Whoa.
Jonathan Brandis. Let's see.
Is it
How-
Brandis or Brandeis?
Oh, I thought it was Brandis.
Brandis?
That kid's poster was on every
Sequest, brother.
middle school.
Sequest, yes.
Teen Beat
Starring
Magazine,
Jonathan
dude.
Brandis and Roy Scheider, the dude from Jaws.
Oh.
Yeah.
Forgot he was even in it. You think he'd stay out of the ocean at some point, but he loves it. That'd be a good app for King Scott to develop, too.
To be somebody's sidekick?
Yeah, man. Just like almost like a dating profile, but it's just like to have a buddy to hang out with.
I'm down.
I'll be your sidekick.
I'm going to get a bunch of elderly Asian men as well to be
'Cause
part of the crew.
You know who the demo market is for that? The guy that's always the sidekick in his group. The guy that's always like, there's always like the cooler person. That's like getting ladies at the bar, and you're always kind of the tag-along friend. You're the third wheel on a lot of dates. You go get you a sidekick. And they know that they have to maintain the status of the sidekick position.
You ever been a third wheel?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, yeah.
For a long time.
It's fun.
Terrible.
Yeah.
It's
All my friends are like growing up were so pretty, and I was like the
It's
funny one, and
terrible.
so it was like, oh god. So I was there, just sitting around.
Yeah, I was the hey man in high school.
Hey, we're going to make out for a while.
If I didn't
Okay,
go-
I'll just play Bionic Commando.
And I was always going to somebody's house.
Yeah.
Hey man, I'm gonna go. Hey, come to this chick's house with me. I'm gonna try to hook up with her.
Yeah, we're going to Todd's house.
Idiot! What an idiot I am.
know.
And I'm like, all right, I'll sit on the couch by myself.
Right, or with their other friend that you had zero interest in as well.
yeah, that too.
But then even if like I always had made like friends where I'm like, okay, I guess this is just who I am.
Okay, true story. True story. My buddy Mike was like, hey, I'm gonna go over to this chick's house. I'm gonna try to hook up with her. She's got a friend with her. We're both gonna get some tonight.
Swinger situation.
All right.
The movie.
We go to this chick's house. I in no way am I gonna hook up with this other chick.
Oh no. Was she interested in you?
No, there was no attraction there at all. Not my type.
Oh yeah, I was in this scenario too.
Not my type. So Mike takes the girl and goes, "Hey, I'm going to go up to the bedroom and do my thing. You hang out here with whatever." her name
Brenda.
is." And we're sitting on the couch. We're both sitting on the opposite ends of the couch, and it's like in the den of this house, and like the lights are not all the way on,
Oh no.
Nice.
and it's like dark, and I'm like, oh.
You turn a light on.
And this is before phones or anything. So the TV
Oh, my
wasn't
God.
on. There was
Right,
no
right.
music.
There's nowhere to
Whoa.
go.
There was
Wanna
nowhere
play
to go.
Uno?
Oh,
And
you-
it wasn't. I didn't have my car.
Dude, you want to hear an identical scenario?
And I said this. I go. Should we start making out? I swear I said to this.
You asked her?
I go, and she goes, no. I go.
Oh
all right.
God.
Oh my god, dude!
I'm glad you asked. That's hilarious.
I have not remembered this until you mentioned that, and it brought me right back to
This was on a couch with like the three cushion couch. where I'm on one side. She's on the. There's a middle. The middle all alone.
Oh God.
We're both on extreme sides of the couch. Uncomfortable as uncomfortable could be.
See, I was so desperate. I would have been like, let's just do it. Let's just make out.
Right, yeah.
And just
And I was
ruin
like,
our
should
day.
we make out or should we kiss or something like that? And she said no. And she went, nah, no.
Oh,
dude.
Dear God. Kill me.
Kill me now.
And he was up there for God knows how long.
Go, Mike.
It could have been 5 minutes. It could have been 2 hours. I don't know. It seemed like 8 hours.
You were just
Stop.
trapped.
Trapped. I had nowhere to go. I didn't know where I was.
There's no TV. There's nothing on. It's the 90s.
I could have turned on the TV. I didn't. There was no music playing. It was dark.
Turn on MTV
Nothing.
too.
I think I'd
Should've just got up,
Please.
started
So you're telling me this?
dancing.
She had no other options and still declined.
And still declined.
Damn, bro.
Yeah, right?
So you got to be that one, because usually it's if you're stuck in a situation, you look over and it's like half bison, half human. You're like, what is this thing that's I have to hang out with?
Yeah. Yeah, like what was wrong with you? Like, did you smell or something? Like your bad teeth? Like what?
No.
I mean, I knew what was wrong with me, why guys weren't into me. I was just like I didn't have it going on. Like I had no style. I was dressing
I
like
may
a
not
dude.
have had it going on, but I wasn't like a monster.
Okay. When was that? You had
I was all
earrings?
scrawny, you know.
Okay.
Did I didn't have earrings. That is just
You were wearing too many necklaces from Hot Topic?
maybe.
Okay.
I think I was wearing a gold horn. You know, it was
What do you mean?
Those Italian horns.
Like an Italian horn.
There's a
I think
name
you had
to
a-
play music. Which,
I
by
think
the
he
way,
had a visor on.
which, by the way,
I never
Backwards
owned
and
a visor.
upside
How
down.
dare you?
Backwards and upside down.
I'm almost certain the Italian horn is a sign of fertility.
I may have weighed.
I don't want to meet your mother.
I may have weighed 89 pounds.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was awkward, gangly. You know, like.
Well, yeah,
And she,
all
and,
right.
and she was. It was an awkward situation too.
Maybe it wasn't you, man.
It was
Maybe
both.
she had something going on that she was interested.
Why do you automatically go?
I don't know. I'm just trying to get the story for everybody.
I got.
We
You
didn't
can't
talk
talk
to
to
each
her.
other. We didn't talk to each other.
Might have saved yourself some trauma anyway, man. You never
Yeah,
know.
for sure.
You never know. I made out with a girl that had sandpaper hands in a situation like that and deeply regretted it.
What kind of grit?
I'm talking, man. It was. I'm telling you, you could make table legs.
Of course.
She could have got a. You could have put a 2x4 on a lathe, and she could have just held her hand out and turned it into a table leg. It was.
What about you?
I don't know what was going on. It was gritty.
I had
Same thing
nearly
happened
the
to
same
you?
situation. I forgot all about this, dude. I was freshman year, or it was either freshman or sophomore year, but before I had my license, because my buddy Chris had his car already, and he would randomly just call and be like, "Hey, I'm gonna come over and pick you up." I'm like, oh, okay, cool. You know, because like by that point I was still getting around via bike, so I was like, yeah, great. I'll get in the passenger seat of his Thunderbird. And one day, got into his car, told my parents, "Hey, I'm gonna go out with Chris," who they barely knew. And this dude goes, "We're going to go pick up these two gals. My dad knows one of their dads." I didn't know anything about his plan or any of this. Suddenly, now I'm in the back seat with some gal next to me. Chris is up here driving, and there's another gal in the passenger seat. And all of a sudden, the car stops. And I realize we're in the woods by the Merrimack River.
Oh, no.
So you want to talk about nothing around. And then Chris goes,
River.
"Hey, why don't you all get out and take a walk?" And I went, "What?" I had no idea what this dude's plan was. And I go, okay, so I get out, and me and this gal, we like walk down to the water, and I'm like, wait a second, Chris didn't get out of the car. I think he's in there making out with this gal. And this was the whole plan. He was just like looking for some excuse to get us down to this river so he
Right.
could make out with this gal. So then me and this other gal, we go and we sit on the roof of the car while they're making out and doing whatever underneath us.
jeez.
We're sitting out. Now, I have not been kissed yet, right? And like, it was kind of like a sacred thing whenever that first kiss was coming. I remember vividly, I'm sitting on this roof, and you want to talk about nothing to do. I'm in the woods.
Yeah.
It's
man.
pitch black. I hear the river over here. There's no TV. There's no phones. There's no nothing. This
You're
gal.
not a man of the woods yet at this point.
Yeah. Do you know what I remember hearing? Her chewing her gum right next to me. Just.
I think I would rather have been in the woods. I'll be
Dude,
honest with you.
yeah, but but then she
Yeah.
goes, and I remember this vividly, and it was like regretful in the moment, but she goes, "Well, you just want to kiss or something or make out?" And I remember thinking, this is not what I want. This is not what I want for my first moment. So I was the
Oh, you
person.
said-
I was the
What's
person
wrong
that
with
said,
you?
I said, No, I don't think so.
Well, she almost got pregnant.
No,
She
You
almost
thought
got
you were the
pregnant.
victim of this story
She
the whole
dodged a
time
bullet.
you were laying it out.
no, yeah.
She was chewing gum nervously, like trying to moist her mouth up. Thought it was going to be her
She's the
big
victim
moment.
here. You're not a victim here.
What do you mean?
And
Both
she's
of us
like-
were the victim.
It
Chris
was the perfect
did this.
situation. She was chewing gum, so her breath was good.
What was your voice like back then? She,
Oh,
she'd
worse.
be like, "Whoa, she want to make out?" Nah, I'm good.
No, I was like, nah,
Oh man, if this
I don't think so.
She's just like, "Ugh."
if this chick would have been, if
I
this
wanted
chick
to
would've
make a
said,
man
"Yes,
of
we're
you."
making out, hell yeah.
I forgot all about that. Yo,
I
if,
know, I was so
the
desperate.
way you made her chew gum, I was imagining like a truck stop waitress that accidentally was hanging out with you.
and from what I remember, she was really pretty. Hey, listen, if you were in the woods sitting on a Thunderbird while your friend made out with my friend, reach
old
out.
are you?
Oh, dude, I probably I had
Please
this-
call the number 2 show at
15.
1-818-532-1420.
Man, if any girl showed interest at 15,
I know. It like
was she
it-
very ugly?
No, I don't think so at all. I don't
What's wrong
remember.
with you?
I
It's
don't
dark.
remember the exact moment, but I do remember just it was so like, how did I get here? Where am I? What are we doing? How did this happen? What is Chris doing? How come I wasn't let in? Like, there was so many questions flying. It was like that Beautiful Mind scene where I had all these questions attacking
How old
me.
were you, did you say?
15, probably 14 or 15. I just wasn't prepared for it. Had I thought, like, this gal's going to ask me to make out, of course I'd have been stoked.
Yeah. You can get thrust into if
Dude,
you're
I mean, I
feeling
was the guy.
nervous.
There was nothing else to do but make out, and she said no.
But, dude, I was a nerd and a dork, and I'd never been kissed. I didn't know what to do in that scenario. I wasn't even prepared for the scenario. It hit me afterwards, and I remember thinking,
You've been preparing.
that was my chance.
You've been preparing your whole life for that.
And I wasn't
You bugged
prepared.
out.
I'm imagining you
man.
sitting on like one of those 90s, like not a sectional that doesn't have a sharp turn, but just like a nice little half of a C. And you had to scoot one cushion over like 10 times just to get to her. You're slowly like
I know.
moving over, working up your nerve, and you get right next to her, and then she's like, "No thanks," and you had to scoot all the way back down.
It's very embarrassing.
I just remember that it felt like it took forever. I mean, Chris could have been Sting underneath me doing tantric things and whatever. It just, it was just,
You know what,
hell,
though?
I was just sitting there talking to this
promise
gal
he
for
wasn't.
hours.
I wonder if that still happens with young people because you don't hear about those awkward kissing stories like that, or when your friend, because that was me too. I used to have, like, you know, my friends would bring their boyfriends over to my mom's house. Was like the cool house. My mom was like, just hang out in the basement. She had no idea what was going on. And like my friends are just making out with their boyfriends, and I'm just like awkwardly,
I'm there.
I'm here, and like this is a safe house.
You guys like darts?
Right?
At least you were at your house.
forgot
I guess.
all
At least
about
it was
that.
your house.
It still didn't make me feel better though.
I was at
such
somebody
a
else's
loser.
house.
Yeah, my best friend had it was like that. He had like got a smoking hot girlfriend early on, just punched way above his weight class. And she would come over. And I'd be like staying the night. You know what I mean? Like you're stuck there. Because I'd be like staying all Saturday night. We were going to hang out. And then she'd come over for like 4 hours. And they're just like on one end of the couch under a blanket. And I'm just like sitting there watching a movie like, this sucks.
Yeah.
Like I feel bad. I want to leave. I don't have anywhere to go.
I know.
I would leave sometimes, just like go in his room
I
and
think I
play.
even remember that night, like looking at my watch and to getting towards my curfew.
So lame, right? It's
Like,
like, oh,
do I go knock on the door? Damn it, man.
Am I
I'm right
done?
back there. I'm right back in that house.
This is why you were supposed to be the one that was cool and went upstairs and, you know, was rad with the ladies.
what?
So your buddies have to stay behind.
I got caught in a.
Ladies.
Oh, that moment haunted me for a solid year until
And you know-
until I got my first kiss. It haunted me, and then it's 9 months after that, babies.
And both these chicks,
Accelerated program.
She dodged a high school pregnancy for sure.
both these chicks probably talked to their friends after. Your chick was like, "Man, I asked to make out. He must be gay." He said no.
Yeah,
Oh, that's how the rumor started.
And then mine was this guy tried to ask me to make out, and I said, "Ugh, no."
Right.
Ugh.
your nasty
Blech.
friend.
I never went to the gay rumor. I always just thought like I am unworthy, and you know, I was like a little like I loved making out. Like once it got that first kiss under your belt, you're like, let's freaking go, you know. So yeah, really desperate.
Andrew says, "I feel like we
go.
just heard Riz's villain origin story."
Yeah. They called me Mr. Glass. Why did he say that while he was leaving?
want me.
They called me Mr. Glass.
The world didn't want me.
Curfew! Curfew! He disappeared into the weeds. All right, that guy was weird. No wonder you didn't make out with him.
This dude Mike was the one that used to always yell, "Get in there!"
Oh God!
I think I probably heard that from the top of the stairs. Get in there! I'm trying, I can't.
She said no and wants to leave. Okay.
Yeah, I'd finally get the nerve to talk to a chick. Get in there!
Oh, geez,
Come
Mike,
on,
just
man, you're
shut
killing
up.
me.
The other thing I remember from that night is the gal that ended up staying in the car with Chris got gum stuck in her hair, and it was like a big ordeal.
Oh no!
Like tons of gum stuck in her hair. It was like a disaster for
We all
everyone.
had that friend that would like literally just do it with anybody.
Oh yeah, this was Mike.
His ween had no barometer.
Yeah.
And
total slut.
and ask me where Mike is now.
Quantity over
Where's
quality.
Mike?
Working on his 7th DUI and has to blow start his car.
Oh, Mike, get in there!
Can I get a ride though?
Uh-oh, got to get in there.
Get in the back seat.
I do.
Get in the passenger seat.
When he goes to do weekend jail, he's like, "Hey, put me in there." He's like friends. He's slapping the guards on the back.
Mike's Uber rating.
Poor Mike.
Poor Mike.
My friend had
in
sex in a
there.
crawl space. Why? That's like a weird thing too, because it's like not really
so many roaches
separate.
down there. What are we doing?
It was like one that was up.
Oh.
We were like, but it was doesn't matter. It was like one of those like it was like above a closet, like where the stairs were, and there was just, you could crawl in, and there was like nowhere else for him to go. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like we were at some party, and the friends had like there were people in the other bedrooms, and he's just like, "Hey, I'm gonna go bang this chick in the crawl space." Like, oh, Jesus Christ, man. All right, and I'm like watching TV on a futon because it's like somebody's first apartment or something, and it was just like, what's wrong with you, man? And it's like so loud, and it's like it's a crawl space, so you just hear all the like jostling around up, like there's two raccoons
So awkward.
fighting in the attic, and I'm just like, this is awful, man. Like I can't turn half baked up high enough.
We went down at my grandma's beauty shop was in the basement of my dad's house growing up. My parents were divorced, and there was an entrance down there. So that's where we would finally, whenever I was able to have somebody to make out with, that is where we would all go.
You're sitting in one of those chairs with like the old ladies
the
get
little
in with the
spinny
big
chairs.
hair dryer that
Yes.
comes down.
There was like a little area, not a crawl space, but like behind where the coffee maker was, there was a bathroom down there. So that was kind of like free range makeout space for like when we had a couple of girls staying over, the boys would sneak over.
I don't know, when you're a teenager,
That was
I think just
awesome.
so many awkward situations you find yourself in. And I'm in that living room right now. Like I could tell you, I could describe
Hello,
every
darkness, my old friend.
I could describe every inch of that living room right now.
Yeah.
The wood
all I did-
panel?
all in between. So it was the living room and the kitchen, and in between the kitchen there was like a wall with the wooden like dowels like in between, because that was
Yeah.
the style back then. There was like a shag carpet,
This is a prison for your heart.
Sounds awesome.
and just the kitchen light was on. It was coming through the wood slats.
Was it
and that was the
flickering a
only
little?
light. No, it wasn't
Fluorescent?
flickering. It was a
All right.
fluorescent light.
Maybe if the lights would have been more, she would have seen something good in you that she would have loved and would have made out with you. I don't
That was
know.
awkward.
Might
looking.
have been you, man.
I wouldn't have made out with me either.
Okay, well.
This whole
I
time,
hadn't come-
you know what? You
hadn't
could
come
be
into my own
harboring-
yet.
If you would ever go to therapy, you'd probably find out that it wasn't you, man. She might have been harboring deep insecurity about something. Maybe she felt like she wasn't a good kisser. She wasn't experienced. She thought you were a stud, a man about town.
You know what it was? I had nothing going for. I had no angle. That's what it was.
Did you have a
she just
job?
wasn't prepared. Maybe she didn't know that Mike was going to have this whole setup thing, and she thought she was going.
Because she was the third. She was.
That's what I'm saying. Like I was
friends.
third wheel, and I didn't understand that. That's why I wasn't ready for. I wasn't mentally prepared. for
Third
this
wheel,
moment.
usually there's no one else present.
Right.
Hence the third wheel.
Right. Yes.
You were a couple of training wheels.
We were wing people.
So
We
how?
were wing people.
We were wing
So
people.
Riz, how Italian were you that night?
It was very Italian.
We were two.
Yeah, the
third
horn
wheels.
necklace on.
Are you on the make out? hey, you want a little kissy?
Hey, look at you.
Yeah, for Queens. All right.
Look at me.
Why are you talking like that? They're calling me Mr. Glass. Why did he say it? It didn't sound as threatening when he says it in that accent.
I would have walked home.
oh,
Which borough were you in?
At least you had the
I
opportunity.
was in. We were in the suburbs.
Okay. Well, that would have taken a long time.
I
I,
would-
I was
would've
down
walked
by
up.
the South County body burying spot.
was in Franklin
Well,
County.
I do want to tell the story. of
I got
this
in a
woman
heated
up in-
game. You can get caught in situations too. To be fair, you're not always. People mature at different ages. And like sometimes it's scary. Like you don't know what you're doing.
And sometimes there's a winner, dude. Sometimes that situation can go really well.
You ever leave a girl's house and have no ride home? I've had that happen too.
Yeah. What do you mean a winner?
Like if you're set up like that where it's 2 and 2 and you don't know the other person. I've had that. I've had a good, like as I got older, good things happened. You know, like it wasn't always bad. You'd have a situation like that where, yeah, let's make out.
Yeah, but you got to be ready for it. Like you said, you were older.
Yeah, older.
I got myself in a bad
This was
situation.
the first scene.
I got caught in a heated game of spin the bottle way before I should have been in it. Where stuff was getting dared that was way above my pay grade at that time. It was in 7th grade.
7th grade.
7th grade, and I dating a
I was still building
freshman
forts.
in high school. And I got caught at a high school party. And there was like the older kid, the get in there, man. That guy,
Get in there, Rafe.
that guy was running a game of spin the bottle, and let's just say was more than kissing was going on under the covers.
Uh-oh.
And I was ducking strays because I was like I was in 7th grade. I was very young. And man, I just remember like having to, it was hard to live that one down.
Well,
it took a while.
We did the 7 minutes in heaven where we just sat in the closet. That happens.
There was no closet.
Those games were so fun.
We were just sitting around.
Were
in
you
a
making
circle.
out with the people in the closet?
Yes.
Oh.
You were there. Everyone was bearing witness because they'd be like, I don't know if this was like Southern Illinois hillbilly spin the bottle, but they'd be like, hey, make out with Rebecca. And then you're just like, nah. And now everyone's like, whoa. Everyone's
in front
like
of
watching.
each
Like you had an
other.
audience. Like it was kind of like an introductory gangbang.
You're giving me so much nostalgia right now of Teen Town on Main Street in West Frankfort. Teen Town was like the club where you'd have your birthday parties. They had a dance club in there. And your mom would be in like the other room with the cupcakes and you'd dance. And then we played Spin the Bottle and all these make-out games. And it was so awesome.
But
My
was
mom
it in
would
front of
be in the
people?
other room.
Yes.
Yeah, and it's wild. And then
Well, nobody ever wanted to make out with
then
me.
the kid, yeah, well,
man.
But I'm telling you, in 7th grade, and the kid that got
A lot of
like
trauma.
he had like flunked. He'd flunked a couple times, so this kid's like, technically, I think he was an 8th grader, but he was supposed to be like a sophomore in high school.
Oh,
And he
jeez.
was built like a line, like he was built like an NFL linebacker, and he's like, Rafe, go under the covers and rub-a-dub-dub, if you know what I mean.
Take a bath?
You're like, I don't know.
And I go, I honestly don't. I'm in 7th grade, and I don't know
That
what
is
you mean.
terrifying.
And he's like, put your hands down her pants. And I go, I
Oh,
don't
my
like,
God.
I
Like his
can't.
deep voice.
Like how far down? All the way to the ankles?
Yeah, I go,
And then what?
Down her leg.
I'll tuck her shirt in, sure. Yeah, dude.
And then what?
Yes, and it got to that
Walk
point. Everyone's
me through
watching, dude. You have an audience.
This guy's got to be on the sex offender list. at this
I
point.
don't know what's
Gotta
after
be.
that.
Gotta be, dude.
Oh my God, so much confusing
And
stuff.
I'm
This
like
guy-
looking at her, and she was like a wonderful girl, beautiful girl. He came in early, huge knockers, like really came into her own quick. And she only went out with me because I did a Pee Wee Herman dance at a talent show.
You
and she
were
thought
so
I was
little.
cute.
This guy that's
What?
yelling instructions definitely has to inform all the neighbors when he
Yes,
moves in.
100%, dude.
He's on a list, probably.
He's got to have his lights off.
I
for
hope he does
Halloween.
it in a fun way, like he takes a boombox and does a fun little rap about being a sex offender.
Yeah, he's doing the Vanilla Ice talent show.
Don't be mad. I surrender, but legally I gotta tell you I'm a sex offender. Laters. I'm like, wait, what'd you say?
Lights out for Halloween. No kids.
Oh, jeez.
They call me the No Candy House. All right, get out of here, Rick. Yeah, man, it got, and then I had to like come up with an excuse, because I was like, I'd already sucked a hickey on her neck that was the most disgusting thing. I feel bad about it to this day. Because they were like, give her a hickey. And I'm like, ugh. And I'm glad hickeys went away,
Like the
dude.
perv narrator, dude.
Hickeys fell off. Yeah, dude, it was he was like the guy that could kick everyone's ass. Like he was in charge of this spin the
I'm
bottle.
imagining him just popping up over your shoulder and just go, give her a hickey.
I
and then
mean,
just
pretty much.
disappearing.
He was basically sitting where you are. And we were like in a circle. We'd had a seance earlier in the night. One guy, somebody's uncle beat on the side of the wall, and one of the guy's moms had died and thought his dead mom beat on the wall. He cried in front of everybody and ran out.
Oh,
like,
gosh.
stress was high at this party already, dude. And I don't know if this is just Southern Illinois white trash stuff.
Were you lifting people up with 2 fingers?
Yeah, we'd already gone through everything. Lattice,
The Ouija
feather, stiff as a
board had
board.
been there.
Done.
Just describing everybody's experience in Southern Illinois.
And
Oh my God.
I
Ouija
felt
boards
bad because
and-
my buddy Scott, he's like, and he was like the bully, the tough kid that would fight anybody, but
No
his mom
way.
had passed away. We had a seance, and he's like, "See if my mom will answer."
Oh my gosh.
And I don't know what happened. I think it was the girl's older brother. Like, we were like, "If you're here, let us know." And someone like beat on the wall outside. It was like thump thump, and he goes, "Ah, my mom!" Like the toughest guy in school had already cried and left this party, and I was still in there alone with a beautiful girl. They're like, "Yeah, suck a hickey on her neck," and I'm like, man, I just don't want this bottle to land on me anymore. And so I had to give this girl a hickey like in front of everyone, and I mean it was just like it looked like she got hit with a softball. Get in there, Rafe. Get in there, suck her neck. I said a hickey. This guy, man, and then finally I was just like, I couldn't tell if she was just like not saying, you know what I mean? I couldn't tell where her vibe was, and he's like, rub-a-dub-dub, time has come, and I'm like, no. Rub-a-dub-dub, you want me to help her into the tub? I know. Weird. And then I go, I can't. I would, but I can't. And he goes, why can't you? And I go, well,
I don't know, because I'm 13 at this
That's the right
17-year-old
answer.
party.
But what I said was, I go, I can't because I got to go home tonight. And I hugged my mom goodnight, and she might smell my finger.
Oh, jeez.
That's what you said?
That's what I said, man.
This is good. We're having a breakthrough in trauma right now, live on the air.
And, dude, the eruption of laughter, I was like, that was it. That was the end of my cool days hanging out with the older kids.
That was your villain story of becoming a comedian.
And I had to walk. I'm just like walking home from this party, like, what did you just say? Why did you say that? Like, that's not good for her. That's not good for you.
You just saw the movie Kids or something?
I don't know, man,
Oh,
but I can
geez.
tell you that
Yeah,
that
let's talk
phrase
about
was
it.
being shouted at me for about 6 months in school.
Oh, man.
I flew too close to the sun. But that's the deal, man. Sometimes you get thrust into those situations, and I don't know if that happens to kids now. I feel like kids on TikTok now, they're so far advanced.
Yeah, we were analog then.
Yeah.
And they're not doing anything like that anymore.
That's
I mean,
an analog situation. Now the kids are digital.
But the nice thing is, you had to trip and fall into one of these scenarios.
Right.
So everybody went through the same crap for the most part,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
You guys make out right
Had
now.
Well, we've all had
I forgot
awkward
about that thing.
situations. I remember I was so desperate, to have a girl make out with me. I remember going to her house and then not having a way home. And I just left the house in the morning and slept over.
you did?
Yeah.
Like in her room?
Yeah.
how old are you?
Whoa.
16.
Gee whiz.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Not having an exit strategy and having no money and being in another state.
Jersey?
Yeah.
How does this happen?
Well, I don't know. Got myself in a bad situation. I go, all right, I'm leaving. She goes, how you getting home? I don't know. I wound up walking around and making a phone call to somebody to come pick me up.
Why didn't Roseanne know where you were? Like, what? Your parents, what did you say to your ma? Like,
Who
you're
knows?
like,
I was probably sleeping over Chris's house or Mike's house.
Chris again. Or Mike.
It's always a Chris or a Mike. Mm-hmm. I mean, they're the ones getting us.
Chris
innocent
were the hot
people
dudes,
into
and
these
Mike's were the cool
scenarios.
dudes. I mean, in my
Sometimes a
lineage
Matt.
as well.
It's sometimes a Matt.
Or my buddy Matt. Could have been my buddy Matt, too. I had a Matt, a Chris, a Mike, a Dave.
Shout out to Tyler's, too, because they were
I had no
always-
Tyler friends.
No Tylers.
No Tyler.
Tyler's a lesser
No
Dave.
thanks. No Tylers.
But there's this poor woman in Canada. She's looking for love. Okay, Toronto. And she's sharing one of her experiences. She's an older woman. She's sharing her experience as a warning to others after she said she handed over a certain amount of money to a psychic who promised that she could help her start a romantic relationship with a guy from her gym. The woman's name is Joanne. She began visiting the psychic after separating from her husband. Now, she says she made a habit of visiting psychics over the years and always found it fun and entertaining. Mm-hmm. Well, this time, she said that she told the psychic that she was interested in starting a new romance with a man she had noticed at her gym. And Joanne says when she did the reading, she found there was a man. And I said, yes, there's a man. There's a man I like at the gym. And the psychic said, I could bring you closer to this man for $350. Mm. Intrigued, Joanne's like, all right, $350, not bad. Give her the money. But what followed in the months after were repeated requests for more payments. I need to make this connection happen. I'm going to need more money. She transferred 12 grand.
12 grand.
Goodness.
15 grand. But she wanted cash. So she starts dropping off lots and lots of cash to the psychic's house. At one point, the psychic said, you need to go buy some gold bars.
What?
Yes,
No.
these gold bars.
And she's like, and I moved to a nicer neighborhood, so you're going to have to come over there.
Which was...
There's love energy in them gold bars.
No, that she's going to use these gold bars in
A spell?
ceremonies.
Was she delivering anything? Like, was she doing like, capoeira and bananawayan over or
She
something?
She
like
said she was asked to buy gold bars from, I guess Costco sells gold bars. I didn't know this.
Get
Dude, they got it all.
They
I'm
do
getting the
have it all,
membership.
guys.
Was she putting
They
on some
do.
sort of show, though? I mean, when she was
She was
delivering...
using the Costco gold bars in ceremonies with candles to help make this romance blossom. In total. Not victim blaming here, but I'm victim blaming. In total. Guess how much Joanne handed over?
Well, it sounds like a lot.
Oh, no. Where are we at? 15
15,
grand?
12, gold bars, blah, 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 90 G's.
Yeah, 120.
Not as bad. She's handed over $50,232.
What are you doing, Joanne?
Dang, man.
Never that
And,
much.
and how are the results?
And Joanne says to the psychic, and by the way, the psychic's like, things are going great.
Okay.
Things are going great.
Really?
Joanne
'Cause
says,
he-
Joanne says, if things are going so great, why isn't anything happening?
Yeah, he left the gym and he apparently moved to Colorado.
I'm paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, but I'm getting nothing.
This woman's never seen practical magic. You never go to the witches for this stuff. Never works. They come back dead or something worse happens.
And now, Joanne's like, I
don't believe you.
I think I was misled.
Aye.
You don't say.
Aye.
And this is coming from, I love psychics. I go every year for my birthday. I check in with the stars.
But
Never
what
for this much.
Yeah, but what is it to you? Is it consumption and entertainment in some way, and then like
It's like a spiritual thing for me. I like to connect
It's
in
interesting.
with the stars and like what's this next year of my life going to be, celestially. And it's something that I deeply like connect to.
right? But let's say you're doing that,
Yeah.
and they say, "Hey, I've got something special for you."
Oh, I never do the upcharge.
Oh, okay. Well,
Yeah, I said no. I have a very. It's a discipline.
If you wire me $2,500,
Nah.
you're gonna have the best year of your life. Okay,
No.
see, yeah.
I know I have
I'm going to
free
need
will,
you to go to Costco to get some gold bars.
but I do go and I'll.
Sweatpants.
It's like $50 or $60, which is expensive enough. And I get my reading and I take
And
it.
that's it. And you take it for what it is.
Yeah, and I go on about my life.
Well, this woman was led on by the psychic, $50,000. No romance. And now she's like, I think I was misled. Yeah, you were misled. Now, I guess she contacted the news, and the psychic's name is Julia. And the local news in Toronto there contacted Julia. And Julia said, yeah, she had provided services to Joanne, and she was willing to pay for the romance, and it didn't happen because Joanne didn't follow the instructions I gave her.
What was she
Idiot.
saying, I wonder.
User error.
It's
probably said,
Joanne's
like,
fault.
I see a baby in your future.
Here's Joanne talking about it.
Talk to Miss Cleo.
When she did the reading, she found there was a man. I said, yes, there's a man I like at the gym. And she said, well, I can bring this man closer to you for $550. He transferred 12 to 15,000, but she said she preferred cash. So I was dropping off a lot of cash.
No red flags at all. Oh, but yeah, by the way, it wasn't $350 at first. It was $550. No red flags at all here? No? No, Joanne?
At her house. Everything was going so great. I said to her, why isn't anything happening for me? All I'm doing is paying you money. I said, I'm paying you thousands and thousands of dollars, and I'm not getting nothing.
She didn't complete the work. That's the problem.
That's Julia now.
That's the problem.
That's the psychic now talking.
Problem. Everything she wanted, I gave her. She wanted different services, and that's what I gave her.
Yeah, it's Joanne's fault. It's Joanne's fault. Now, Julia says she is want to give Joanne her money back. I don't know about all 50 grand, but want to give a little refund.
Or
What
what
a
she
nice
has
lady.
left.
So far, she's only given back 2,000 of the 50,000. So
That's a
we'll
start.
see. Well, hey, yeah, it's a start.
Gotta be careful out there. Don't get too like I love
Now, if you're a judge
Yeah.
in this, if you're a judge, do you make Julia give the money back?
No. This is a transactional. This woman, you gotta no. You have to have discipline. You have to go, all right, did I get a little too involved in this? Was all the bumpers were off? Like, no. You got to $50,000 and now you're having the issue?
Yeah, she paid Julia the $50,000. She didn't like put a gun to her head.
Right.
Joanne willingly handed over $50,000.
This woman has a psychic business.
If her business is being a psychic.
Right.
I think if I was the judge, I would look at it this way. She invested money to have help. And just like you would buy a TV, if it doesn't work, you take it back. They give you your money back or they give you a new TV. This lady obviously did nothing, so she deserves to have to pay all that back plus a little more.
Okay, so you think the psychic should give?
Yeah, I'd say $150,000
back.
would be fair.
$150,000.
Yeah.
Oh.
She ripped her off, cheated her, and took advantage of this lady.
Julia did some work, I guess. Yeah. The psychic, she spent time with her.
What's the fine print, I wonder?
Yeah, I wonder what the disclaimer
Are
needs
results guaranteed?
Dude, it's so funny because, like I said, I've been up since like 1:45. I watched a movie called Rogue Agent. Not the greatest movie, but it was talking about a true story of this guy who in the UK like deceived a whole bunch of people, kind of like kidnapped him, and was actually convicted of deception, which I guess is the UK law for fraud or whatever. Deception, kidnapping, and something else. And it was sentenced to life in prison and then got out because the kidnapping charge was overturned. And the deception, the fraud thing was nothing. But this dude, like, took tons of people's money and would have their parents. He would, like, kidnap them under the guise that they were working as an MI5 agent. And then say, well, you can't join MI5 unless you pay off your student debt. So call your parents and have them send you $80,000 right now. And he would do that, and then he would get the money, and then he'd ditch him.
I don't know. This woman's going to lose her. This woman's obviously not very smart with money. She's going to lose it somehow anyway. If it's not going to go to Julia the psychic, it's going to go somewhere else.
Well, I wonder. So there's got to be some sort of like reasonable price for whatever it is that she did deliver. So I wonder if, like, the judge, if it goes to court, if a judge would say, okay, well, you did receive, we'll say, $2,100 worth of services in these seance things and whatever. So you get a refund of
it's $48,000.
$48,000.
All right.
Or
Well,
whatever
police in the area have issued warnings about psychics, who claim they could help you see the future or fall in love, and just beware of anybody charging large amounts of money to remove spells or perform witchcraft.
I got Miss Cleo on the line here. If you want to ask.
Oh
her,
yeah, let's hear what Miss Cleo's got to say.
I'm looking here at the devil card here, and you've got one fierce temper. You understand me? Is there a gentleman in your life?
That was the one that was always, I see a baby in your future.
Oh, there is a documentary about Miss Cleo, which came out, 2 years ago? Excellent.
Is it?
Excellent.
I want to see that.
Excellent. Miss Cleo's dead, by the way.
Now you tell us?
Yep.
R.I.P.
R.I.P. Miss Cleo.
Well, never mind.
What?
So you could go to this gal, I'm sure, and talk to her. If you want to.
Oh, yeah, I got a seance going.
Oh, yeah.
Talk to Miss Cleo from Beyond.
$70,000.
All right, listen, we got to take a break, but first. All right, Team Riz Member of the Day is brought to us by Hot Shots Sports Bar and Grill, celebrating 35 years of Hot Shots with a new daily featured menu item all day, all February long, or every day all February long. From Overland, Missouri, James McCarty.
Yeah, neighbors!
Neighbors. James has been a listener to The Point for over 20 years now. Listening to The Riz Show always helps him get his day off to a great start. He's met all the show members over the years at various events. Extremely thankful for The Riz Show, for all of our dedication and hard work for the local community. James is very excited to be selected as a member of Team Riz and looks forward to sporting his jersey with pride at future Point events and concerts. James McCarty from Overland is our Team Riz Member of the Day. Get your super sweet Team Riz Member of the Day soccer jersey. Get yourself signed up 1057thepoint.com/Team Riz. All right, we'll take a break. We'll come back with crap on celebrities. And is your company's bathroom so dirty it makes national news? Oh, have I got a story for you. It's 7:15. It's Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast snow and an icy mix. High of 32. Right now it's 31 at the Point Studio.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glory.
Records have been broken. Forbes knows rock, comedians in the news, and we pick our Rock and Roll Hall of Fame class of 2025
Oh.
picks.
All right, we got that. We got your crappy birthdays, the porno birthday, all that and more next. And your crap on celebrity. Stay there.
All right, here we are backstage, way back Point Fest, with the boys from Lit. Gentlemen, how are you? It's great to see you again.
We're doing great. Great to see you guys.
Okay, first and foremost, I hear that there is illness sweeping through the Lit camp. Can we confirm, deny what's going on?
I'd rather not use the word sweeping through because it's just one guy.
Okay.
At the moment, and luckily we're at the tail end. We got like less than a week left of the tour.
Man, so you're hanging on.
We've been out for over 10 weeks, or about 10 weeks, and that's not bad. And
logistical question for those of us that have never had to do this. And obviously, the advent of the urgent care probably changes the game a little bit. Yeah. But when you guys are in...
February is here and love is in the air, but if you're not in love with the way your home feels this winter, Universal Windows Direct has the perfect solution with their new sales event called Love Your Windows. If you're feeling the chills from drafty windows, and we're about to feel it because we got a winter storm coming in, watch your energy bills climb. It's time to make a change. Universal Windows Direct will give you 2 windows free for every 2 windows you buy. There's no limit. 4 windows, you get 4. 10 windows, you get 10. Need I say more? You get it. You get double the windows for the price. And it's a perfect way to save big while upgrading your home. And that's not all. Universal Windows Direct is offering no interest financing for 3 years. That's 36 months of 0 interest payments. So you ain't got to worry about it. While you're putting money in your pocket in savings, you're not putting it back out, paying a bunch of interest that you don't have to pay. And don't worry, if you already got a price, you got another suitor, somebody else is hitting on you, giving you another company, giving you a quote, go to Universal Windows Direct, and they guarantee they'll beat it. They want you to get the best deal around. So here's what you'll love. Universal Windows Direct offers exclusive super spacer tech that makes the windows last longer, perform better, and keep your home at a more comfortable, energy-efficient levels. And you'll beat those sky-high heating and cooling bills. Enjoy a consistent temperature and a quieter home. So don't wait. Schedule your free in-home estimate today. Call 314-334-2522 or visit universalwindowsdirect.com this February. Fall in love with your windows. Fall in love with your home. And like me, you will be saying, I love my windows, ba-ba-boo.
We are backstage at Point Fest, and we have the absolute pleasure for the first time of speaking to Ash from New Year's Day. Welcome, and it's great to have you at Point Fest.
We're so honored to be at Point Fest today. It was so much fun.
You had that crowd going. You know what I mean? How do you handle the challenge when you are coming into a situation where you know, there's a headliner, we're playing a little bit earlier on in the day. That is not an easy thing a lot of times, but a lot of bands enjoy that challenge.
We are one of those bands.
Yeah.
Obviously I'd love to be the headliner eventually and play later time slots, but I really do enjoy being one of the openers, even though it was hot.
Yeah.
Even though it was so hot. But we enjoy opening the crowd because, one, they're energetic, they're ready to start the day, and I feel like I can really get them to rock out.
Yep.
They're not, 5 beers deep and have been in the sun for 8 hours yet.
Right.
I do enjoy that. And I like a challenge. I grew up, I love wrestling. Mm-hmm. So I always love the idea of being the heel and having to go out and turn the crowd. And I let the crowd kind of look at you like, who the hell are these guys?
Yeah.
And then have them in the palm of your hand by the end.
Absolutely.
Even if they're booing. Just kidding, but they weren't.
But the power of you know what I didn't understand when I was a kid and watched wrestling so much and
Are you a wrestling fan too?
I am a wrestling fan, absolutely. The power of the heel. You know what I mean?
I would rather be the heel than the baby face.
Right. But when I was a kid, I would have never thought that, never got how cool that aspect of it was. But it's the answer. So as a wrestling fan, you got to play WrestleMania.
I did. Yeah, WrestleMania 37.
Right.
Yeah.
So how many WrestleManias ago was that at this point? Because I'm not
one
sure.
WrestleMania ago.
So can you kind of talk about that experience and like how incredible, I know it was incredible, but like how did it happen, the whole thing?
Long story short, I was doing a songwriting session for our last record in New York, and it was with a songwriter that didn't really understand what we were going for as New Year's Day. And he was very polite. He goes, I don't really get you, but there's some metal guys down the hall that might love it. And so all I did was knock on their door, and they happened to be the songwriting team for WWE. It literally was like that, just fate.
Wow.
And they go, wow, we love your voice. We have a new up-and-coming wrestler who loves metal music. We think you would be great for her. Would you be interested? I was like, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Of course I'd be interested. And it was Rhea Ripley. Can you believe that? Not at the start of her. She's had a very long career. She's worked very hard. But it was at kind of the earlier stages of her NXT days.
Right.
So I've been her theme song for 5-6 years. Yeah.
It's incredible. What is it like playing that venue when it's that big on TV,
Unreal.
the whole thing?
Unreal. I think I blacked out.
I was just going to say, do you remember things from it or just
no,
before and after?
it happened so fast.
Right.
I feel like it was raining. It was in Tampa, Florida. It was at the Buccaneers. I forget the stadium. Anyway, but it was raining all day, so we didn't get a sound check, and it felt like the longest day until it was time to go. And it happened so fast.
Yeah.
They said, hurry up, go around this corner, get on stage. We didn't know where we were going. We just all of a sudden turned a corner, and it was 50,000 people. They didn't tell us where the pyro was or where the fireworks were going to be or when they would go off.
All right. Well,
they just said, get out there and go.
Well, that's a little alarming and maybe not particularly very safe now that we're talking about it.
But you know what? None of us went up in flames,
Good.
so all is well, and it was awesome. And a little fun fact about it is we had no idea what was going on, truly, that Rhea Ripley missed her entrance cue and came out a little bit too early and did the stomp, and none of the fireworks went off, and she went, uh-oh, I'm not supposed to be here right now. So we just rocked out.
Unbelievable. That is so fantastic.
Isn't that wild?
So I've heard a thing. So in my house, all right, my wife, I don't know the best way to say this. There is never a time that it is not Halloween, okay?
I love that.
There are scary movie posters in my living room.
Oh, I love
there
that.
are pumpkins 24/7. I mean, there is never a time that it is not Halloween season. The thing that would concern me is if my wife toured and was able to go place to place and see all of the Halloween stuff that they have everywhere, there would be probably a monetary issue going on. How do you not buy things everywhere? Because I'm sure you see cool stuff all of the freaking time.
I used to be really bad. I'd have to buy extra tubs for our trailer, and all my oddities, all of my Halloween decorations filled the tubs.
Yeah.
Now we're full. We're done. I've got 2 storage units full of Halloween stuff. I have nowhere to put it. At this point, I have to stop. So now we're just spending money on experiences and not things.
All right.
So now we try to do as many haunted houses on tour this time of year as we possibly can. In fact, the next one we're going to is Netherworld in Atlanta, in Georgia. It's one of the top 10 in the U.S. for me.
So I somehow married a woman that loves Halloween and everything scary, and I hate it.
No
I
way.
am so petrified by
no.
all of it for real. So like when I go to a haunted house with her or when I
So you're
watch
fun
that,
at a haunted house.
because I get the bejesus scared out of
See,
me.
I
like,
would
for
have fun
real.
going with you because I don't get scared, really.
Yeah, and my eyes bug out, and she loves that,
See, that
too.
sounds fun.
So
I
like
get
it's a
it.
whole thing. Well, you know what? It's really wonderful to have you here, and I hope that we can.
From fast breaks to buzzer beaters to block parties, there's nothing as exciting as basketball. Now, with Underdog, you can bring that excitement to wherever you watch. Playing on the app is easy. It's so easy. All you got to do is pick higher or lower on player stats like threes made, points, rebounds, stuff like that. Go those selections right, and you could win up to 1,000 times your money. Millions of fans have won over billions on Underdog. You going to be next? Join in on the fun by signing up for Underdog today using promo code RIZZ, R-I-Z-Z, and you'll get a free selection as part of your first cash entry, plus up to $1,000 of bonus cash when you deposit. So make sure you download that app. Again, promo code RIZZ to unlock a special offer of up to $1,000 of bonus cash when you make your first deposit. Join in on the fun when you sign up with promo code RIZZ. Claim your special offer today. Get up to $1,000 of bonus cash instantly on that first deposit. Must be 18 plus, 19 plus in Alabama and Nebraska, 19 plus in Colorado for some games, 21 plus in Arizona and Massachusetts, and present in the state where Underdog Fantasy operates. Terms apply. Void in Colorado. Concern with your play, call 1-800-GAMBLER or visit ncpgambling.org. In Arizona, call 1-800-NEXT-STEP or text NEXT-STEP to 53342. In New York, call the 24/7 HOPE line at 1-877-8-HOPE-NY or text HOPE-NY.
This is King Scott, Ways of the Blades. Today I'm going to teach you swords. First, you want to start with the holiday special, the great way to start an attack. They'll never see it coming. Next, you want to use the Festus backswing, especially if they use the Matthew Perry. Now you want to finish with a Canterbury slice. It's a great follow-up if they're using the Crom's Delight or the miniature poke. Thank you for watching. This is King Scott's Ways of the Blades. Now you know swords.
All right, welcome back to the program. Phone number 314-624-3833 or 618-398-3833. The Mick Ultra Studio Cams, 1057thepoint.com/Riz. The socials at RIZZ Show. Your emails, RizShow at 1057thepoint.com. We'll talk to Chris Kerber at around 8:30. We'll talk Four Nations Tournament, which starts today. We'll play Mind Meld and give away some fabulous prizes, including tickets for the Jerry Cantrell Filter Show coming up. We got tickets to go see Cake. We got tickets for Point Fest. And we got tickets for Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, which will be at the pageant on May the 3rd. Tickets are on sale now. So, you know, sometimes we complain about the condition of our bathroom here at Hubbard Radio. And listen, it's not that bad.
No, it's actually pretty decent.
You know, we got the one-seater where, yes, every once in a while there'll be some nastiness going on there. I'm not sure the condition of the women's rooms.
That's nice.
It
Candles.
would still be a 3-star, even if I had to step over puke in there every single day, just for the simple fact that they have the floor to ceiling doors on the stalls. That alone, you're starting at 5 stars instead of 0.
Can you imagine how bad your office bathroom has to be for it to make national news?
Right.
Stellantis, big company, right?
Huge.
Stellantis, they're looking for the person behind, quote, disturbing vandalism at the restrooms of the company's Kokomo engine plant.
Way down in Cocoa.
One or multiple employees at the plant have made a mess of the restrooms, according to a letter written by management at the plant and shared on social media. The vandalism included the smearing of feces on the bathroom walls, the disability handlebars, door latches, and sinks, and leaving, quote, piles on the floor.
Piles?
No.
Oh, yeah.
Old dinosaur mound.
Oh,
right on.
yeah.
That's a lot.
Piles.
Smears, piles, everything. They've
Just
got it all.
imagine Jeff Goldblum removing his sunglasses, walking up to the pile of turds in this restroom.
Now that's
like
a lot.
Jurassic Park.
Okay, so they had a picture of what was going on, and there was a smiley face with duty on the wall.
No.
Ew.
Oh, yeah.
There's the Kool-Aid guy in here?
Oh yeah. The actions, according to the letter, do, quote, nothing other than subject our facility and teams to potentially dangerous biohazards that are completely avoidable. So it begs the question for us to ask why. Why is somebody doing this?
Jeez.
What is it accomplishing to perform such careless and disgusting acts?
Right.
Now, according to the letter, the company's plan to combat the vandalism is to close the bathrooms.
Can I see this?
Found in this grotesque state, and they're going to conduct a detailed investigation.
You know, they say, like, little kids who kill animals grow up to be serial killers. I think there's actually a step before that. I think it's the pooping in protest or whatever this is, no regard for other people, putting your biohazard waste all over a public stall. Then it's the killing of animals. Then it's the psycho killers. So I think, this is the beginning stages of a psychopath.
Well, Stellantis says they're going to conduct a full investigation. They may be getting DNA samples of this thing.
I hope they do. Actually, they should.
Nothing in between the poo-poo phase and the animal murder?
No, I feel like it's a big jump. It's one leap for man, one,
Small step
whatever
for
the damn
psychopaths.
quote is.
Somebody put a feces face on the wall, okay?
Yeah,
It's a huge
it's
leap
time.
for us, but a small step for psychopaths.
So again, they said they're shutting down the bathrooms. The company, in a statement to the media, said they will continue to clean the bathrooms. Like, I guess by law, they're not supposed to close the bathrooms down. You got to give your employees somewhere to go.
Great.
Be our guest.
I'll go poop in the backyard of this business before I'm going
this
into
is an engine
smiley
plant.
fecal room.
This is Kokomo, Indiana, I believe. Is that where Kokomo is?
I thought so.
It's at the engine plant. which is very disturbing. So if you think your bathrooms at wherever you work are gross, it could be a lot worse.
That's right. Gratitude for the bathroom today.
That's right. Yeah, say thank you.
And do a courtesy flush today, just to kind of...
Think about Kokomo. Think about what's going on in Kokomo, and yes, flush an extra time. All right, today is February the 12th. Back in the day, 58 years ago, 1967, 15 police officers raided Keith Richards' home in England. They found, quote, various substances of suspicious nature, including heroin, hashish, pills, and Mick Jagger's naked girlfriend, the recently departed Marianne Faithfull. Mick Jagger and Keith Richards both sentenced to several months of hard time, but they appealed and got their sentences overturned by the end of the year. 44 years ago, 1981, Rush puts out their 8th record. Anybody want to fashion a guess?
What was the year?
1981. Rush puts out their
Moving
8th
Pictures.
record. Yes, Moving Pictures. That's with Tom Sawyer, Limelight, YYZ, Red Barchetta. 32 years ago, 1993, the classic comedy Groundhog Day. That comes out. 25 years ago, in the year 2000, Peanuts creator Charles M. Schultz dies at the age of 77. He is still on the list of the top-earning dead celebrities every year.
You know what's wild? His son bought a scooter from me.
What?
Yeah, and he came by and picked it up. And I had this Yamaha Vino. It's basically Yamaha's Vespa.
Mm-hmm.
Sick bike, dude. Scooter. Tight. And I sold it, and this guy comes by, and he was so freaking nice. And he was so lovely, and he had a trailer. He was driving a truck with a trailer, and he had like 5 of these freaking scooters. And I go,
what was he doing?
You getting a collection together,
They have
man?
a little black and white dog with him, too?
Starting a gang.
He actually did have. He found out that I had kids, and he brought a box. A box with a ton of Snoopy stuff, and
Aw.
like really, really cool stuff, and gave it to the kids. But I said, what are you doing with these scooters? And he goes, oh well, my girlfriend lives down in Florida, and she's got all these friends, and I just want to show up and give them all scooters.
That's
and,
cute.
And so they could have this nice little community. They can go to each other's places. Like I guess this was before golf carts were
That's
cool.
nice.
But yeah, he bought my scooter on the way down to Florida. Super nice guy.
Neat.
And 9 years ago today, in 2016, the first Deadpool comes out. And that's what happened back in the day. All right, time to find out what's going on in the world of music and entertainment with your crap on celebrities.
And it's brought to you by Cordell and Cordell. Don't let divorce take more than it has to. Kendrick Lamar made history with his Super Bowl 59 halftime performance. It was watched by 133.5 million viewers, making it now the most watched performance in history. So the previous record holder was Michael Jackson in 1993 at 133.4 million.
We talked about that, yeah.
So way to go, Kendrick Lamar.
Well, I mean, the Super Bowl was the most watched of all time, so
Sure.
it only makes sense to have the halftime show be the most watched.
I've rewatched it twice on YouTube, and yesterday whenever I was rewatching it, it had almost 40 million views on YouTube.
Wow.
Dang.
So way to go, Kendrick Lamar. Noel Gallagher speaking out on the halftime shows.
Let me guess. He loved it.
Sunshine and a rainbow.
Said it was absolute nonsense. Way to go, Noel Gallagher.
I love him.
Mandy Moore's in the news. Yesterday, she posted a photo of an Amazon package sitting on the step of the charred remains that used to be her in-laws' home. She said, do better, Amazon. Can we not have better discretion than to leave a package at a residence that no longer exists? Shaking my head. Amazon released a statement saying they reached out to Mandy so they could figure out what happened. They also said they've been advising drivers to, quote, use discretion when delivering to damaged homes.
Yeah.
Home doesn't exist anymore.
Sure. Listen, I'm sure to the driver it was just an address.
This
on
is
a,
this is Amazon.
Yeah, this is Amazon.
Yeah, I wonder what the logistics are there because the majority of those deliveries are third-party companies. You know what I'm saying? It's Scott Rizzuto owns 15 routes, and there's a lot of moving parts.
What they're saying is like, hey, use some discretion and not leave a package to a burned out house.
I totally understand that, but I'm saying like I don't know where. Maybe in those neighborhoods, some of those warehouse spots got changed. So maybe I don't know. I'm not making excuses. Obviously, it's a weird situation, but like everybody's kind of in a weird situation here. So we don't need to be angry about everything.
No, we have to.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything's got to be a thing.
I'm just trying to.
Everything's got to be a thing.
I'm trying to be a
Everything is
nicer
a thing.
person, man.
Everything's got to be a thing.
I saw this headline and I go, I don't know if I should be worried about him. This is what I look like on weekends. So Justin Bieber was spotted in New York City wearing a bathrobe and Uggs. and looking disheveled.
He looks terrible, by the way. My wife said something the other day. She saw a picture of him online.
He's a new dad. I mean, what do you want from this guy? He's a new
He
dad.
looks sickly.
Oh, he's been.
He's very thin.
He's been getting up doing the midnight feedings.
Probably not. But you know what? It's very stressful to have a child, from what I hear. I don't think we should worry about him, but like anybody else, like I wear my bathrobe and boots all the time.
If I went out looking like a disaster, like my hair's all unkempt and I was in a bathrobe and I was out, I would hope somebody would be worried about me.
And they compared photos from just a year ago to, the ones that just showed up.
Yeah.
And he's aged like 15 years.
I'm rooting for the dude.
Me too.
I'm not rooting against him, but I'm hoping that if I'm in
He's
this,
all right.
if I'm look one way and then all of a sudden I'm like going out in my bathrobe and I got like my slippers on and I'm shuffling around, I'm hoping somebody would say, "Dude, you all right, man? Is something wrong with you?"
I would.
There's something wrong with Riz.
Why can't this be in the Us Weekly like stars? They're just like us, because this is the most. This is me. I'm wearing my boots and my robe every weekend, And am I at my house? Yes. But have I gone to the gas station?
In a
Yes.
robe?
Yes.
In your robe?
I've gone through drive-thrus in a robe. Gotten Panera, no comb through my hair.
You're also not constantly photographed.
That's true.
Yeah, that's why I want to think that he's doing it somewhat intentionally. I always try to, like, instead of being worried about him, I'm like, oh, I wonder what he's doing.
He knows enough
Wonder
where
what he's doing
anytime he
here.
goes out, it's a thing.
Yeah, it's exactly what I'm saying. And you could see him walking. You seen the video? Because I saw the still at first, and then I was like, oh, it's a video. Like, he's getting, there's flashes everywhere. It's paparazzi town, and he's kind of doing this thing. I mean, his pants are way down here. I don't know.
He looks.
It's an interesting move.
He looks sick. Not like sick, bro, but like.
I know he's going through something. Remember, he had some
palsy,
some sort of palsy, and then he had something else that was going on.
Well, I've never felt more seen in my life than what he looked like in that photo.
It reminded me of I forget what the guy. The Chin Gigante was an old.
You don't need to curse at me, man.
I'm writing checks for milk.
He was like a mafia boss.
Yeah.
And he was under investigation for a long time, and he used to walk the streets in his bathrobe and slippers to pretend that he was sick or like an old man with dementia. But behind the scenes, he was really head of like,
He was the fishbowl guy in The Prestige.
Look up the Chin Gigante.
That's going to be my old lady move, I feel. I'm going to look all disheveled and like weakly, and people are going to be like, oh, look at grandma. And then I'm going to be,
I forget what crime
spry as
family it was.
ever.
Genovese or
Vincent Gigante.
Vincent
also known as Chin.
Yeah.
He's an American
And
monster.
he would walk around New York City in the Little Italy area, like in a
Bad
terry
grandpa.
cloth bathrobe and slippers, and his hair was all.
Maybe that's what Bieber's doing.
Maybe it reminded me of that.
Maybe he's in a gang now.
But he was in control of one of New York's biggest crime families.
I mean, this guy. His face looks like an actor. I mean, this is the guy.
Yeah,
I swear everyone's been cast to look like this guy.
But if you look up bathrobe.
Yeah, he looks like what's this? Johnny Van Zant from E Street Band.
And he does.
Doesn't he?
Who looks like Chaz Palminteri.
Yeah, look at that. He's got
Who looks like Joe Pesci.
He's got a leather.
Who looks like Robert De Niro.
I mean, look, this is central casting. Holy
There he is in his
smokes.
bathrobe and his pajamas.
My man.
Yeah, I mean, look, the pajama pants, dress shoes, bathrobe.
But when he was walking around, they didn't have the dress shoes on.
Fully
he had
hat.
slippers on, but it was.
Where was he going? Did it say?
No, he's just running errands in New York
wandering
City.
around?
Tom Morello posed this question on social media. He says, while I'm not sure that Forbes is universally acknowledged as an expert on the topic, here's something else to argue about. And he posted a graphic citing the top bands according to Forbes magazine. So this is a top 30.
The top 30 bands of all time.
Yeah, and this is interesting. And they're all rock bands, a lot of classic rock. What do you think is on this list? Like, if you had to say, and let's just, like, the top 10.
I mean, all the bands you think should be on the list are on that list. Do you see any glaring omissions?
Radiohead is on this list, and I find that to be a stretch. I feel like that.
Wait, what's
Well,
the
you got to fill in 30.
What's the list?
Forbes magazine put out their list of the top, their top bands of all time.
And Rubber wasn't on
Top
there?
rock bands.
Top rock bands of all time.
Top rock bands of
Here's
all
what they said.
time.
I think the more the question is, what order are they in?
I don't know if there is a specific order.
Oh,
I think
they're
they're
just through the 50?
I think there's just 30 bands.
It's just a list?
Like Led Zeppelin is listed at number 1.
Playing it safe, Forbes, you pansies.
They're number 1.
The Beatles are number 2.
Well, and that's the whole thing. It's like, what's number 1, the Beatles or Led Zeppelin?
You know what? I'll say this: if you go see Becoming Led Zeppelin, you realize that Led Zeppelin came out as a foundational rock band, similarly to when the Stones and the Beatles were kind of in the. It was 1969, so the Beatles were still a thing. The Stones were a thing. And you never hear it be a 3-pronged approach to foundational rock with Led Zeppelin being there. And so it is kind of interesting that Forbes is listing Led Zeppelin at number 1.
As number 1.
When people don't normally do that.
I think the Beatles 100% completely cover Led Zeppelin.
Well, and Rolling Stones is number 6.
Factor in the thievery.
You factor in the thievery.
And what problematic.
What the Beatles
Put
did
them
with,
at 1.
Yeah, what the Beatles did without Zeppelin or any of those people before
Beatles
them.
and then Beach Boys, because they also, the way they recorded everything, they
Beach
changed.
Boys didn't even make the top 30.
That's absurd.
The Eagles are number 8 on this list, you guys.
What would you put
sorry,
as
who is?
The Eagles?
The Eagles. The Beagles.
Oh, that
Eagles.
makes sense. They're
So
talented.
the top 10 is AC/DC at 10, Metallica, Eagles, Van Halen, Stones, Jimi Hendrix Experience, Pink Floyd, Queen, Beatles, Led Zeppelin. All great bands.
Okay.
But it's a weird, you're right, Riz. It's
Stones
like a
should be
weird
higher.
order to
It's a
this.
weird order. But I don't disagree with any of the top 10. Like, who would I put in? Who would I just
I'd
say
put Black Sabbath
Just say
closer
the
to the
top.
top.
There's the top 10 in whatever order.
I'm not sure.
Zeppelin,
Metallica.
Beatles, Queen, Pink Floyd, Jimi Hendrix, Rolling Stones, Van Halen, Eagles, Metallica, AC/DC. Who would you take out and who would you put in?
I
Out
take
of
the
the
Eagles
top
out of
10,
there.
I would take Metallica out of there for
But
sure.
replace it with who?
Black Sabbath.
Either Black Sabbath or The Who or Rush or I hate to say Nirvana ahead.
They're number
Nirvana,
23.
Nirvana and U2 are both ahead of Metallica. I love Metallica.
way.
I really do. But top rock bands of all time.
Aerosmith, dude. Aerosmith's number 30 on this list.
U2 gets so much hate.
I
And
know,
for
and I'm not even
50
trying to be a
years,
hater. I'll put my hate aside. They're not a top 10 of all time.
On this list, Tool is ahead of
It's too
Tool.
soft. Yeah, but that has its role. I mean, they are the quintessential alternative band.
Tool and Radiohead on this list are above Aerosmith.
Yeah.
The alternative format as we know it, our station as we know it, would not exist.
I would take out the Eagles and put Aerosmith in the top 10 for sure.
They have the Clash at number 15, which I think is good because punk always does get kind of off to the side in rock lists like this.
I would
put the Ramones actually on there before the
would
Clash.
take
What about the Police, dude?
Yeah, the Police are not on this
Police
list.
are not on this list. I would put Aerosmith in the top 10.
I would too.
Although they did have a period where they were caca.
Absolutely. I loved the 90s. A lot of people hated 90s Aerosmith. I happen to love it, so I'm a true fan.
Yeah, I did too. That helped me get into music.
Aerosmith had
I thought it was great.
Late 80s, early 90s Aerosmith was excellent.
Yeah.
Like the Get a Grip days, the Pump days, excellent. But they had a period after the 70s where they were garbage and were on the verge of breaking up.
Yeah,
And
they
Joe
were cooked out of their
Joe
minds.
Perry was out of the band, so
Yeah,
that
Toxic
could
Twins. I would say, swap Eagles for Aerosmith at number 8 and Metallica for Black Sabbath at number 10, and then you got a pretty damn good
I would
list.
even put Guns N' Roses higher, and I would even consider Guns N' Roses putting them in the top 10.
Hey, speaking of Nirvana, Post Malone is releasing an album of Nirvana covers because he is the Record Store Day ambassador for 2025. And so 14-track recording coming in April with Travis Barker on drums. And so he will do Lounge Act, Come As You Are, Heart-Shaped Box, On a Plane, a ton of Nirvana songs that you
Remember
love.
Post Malone did a whole... during COVID, remember he was doing videos of Alice in Chains covers.
That's right.
Nirvana covers. Yeah, he's got to do it. He loves that music.
He does. And they went on to work with Ozzy on his Ordinary Man record. Record Store Day is April 12th. And so go get yourself some Post Malone tribute to Nirvana as it will be released that day. If you've been waiting to see the Bob Dylan biopic, A Complete Unknown, from your home with Timothy Chalamet, it will begin streaming at home for rentals February 25th. And they're up for nominations of 8 Oscars, including Best Picture and Best Leading Actor. So see it before the Oscars.
Anybody
air.
have any interest?
I do. I want to see it at home. I don't
I'll
want to
see it at home. Again, we almost pulled the trigger and saw it last Friday in the theater. But yeah, I'll see it at home.
I'll see it at home. Paul Rudd and Tim Robinson star in the comedy Friendship, and it looks like kind of a twisted take on I Love You Man. Here's a little audio sampling from the trailer of Friendship.
Yeah, I watched the trailer. It looks. It says it's a comedy.
Mm-hmm. So Craig is played by Tim Robinson, is attempting to connect with a neighbor who's played by Paul Rudd.
Who's like a cool guy. Like Paul Rudd's the cool guy.
And they're running the risk of destroying both of their lives to become
Like Tim
friends.
Robinson is a dork, and his wife's like, "Hey, go say hi to the new neighbor." And Paul Rudd's this cool guy, drives a Corvette, has all these friends. And then Paul Rudd is like, "I don't think we can be friends anymore" to Tim Robinson, and he goes nuts. So here's the trailer.
Honey, the new neighbor invited you over for a drink at 8 tonight. I said you'd go. Might be nice to have a pal, you know, a bud.
Hey guys, this is my neighbor Craig. He's the best. There's a new Marvel out that's supposed to be nuts. We should go see that. Look, we had a couple of really nice hangs, but I think it best that we go our separate ways. I don't wish to continue this friendship.
You all accepted me way too fast. You can't do that. People need rules. Give me a second chance. Get to know me.
It's an A24 movie.
It's going to be good, I think.
Sweet.
I love Tim Robinson.
Me too.
I think he
I'm
is
a
so
huge
damn
fan.
funny. And, America's Sweetheart is Paul Rudd.
And
so.
it's Paul Rudd. It's mustache Paul Rudd.
Yes.
Oh, I like
It is Anchorman mustache.
Daddy is home. I know I keep saying that about men this week. I apologize.
I'm not liking that.
My dad's dead. Okay, I just want to say the word daddy. Kevin Hart has been named the on-court MC for this Sunday's NBA All-Star Game, so be on the lookout for Kevin Hart. In other comedian news, Pete Davidson is showing off his tattoo-free bod in this new campaign as the official boyfriend of Reformation. So just in time for Valentine's Day, the former SNL star went shirtless and posed in his underwear, trying to model some of these new designs. He's been removing his tattoos since 2020. He says, I got sober, saw myself in the mirror, and I was like, nah, I need to change that up a little bit. So he looks pretty good, I'll say. And he's dating Kevin Costner now because they went to the Super Bowl together, which is
Pete
really
Davidson
cool.
and Kevin Costner are dating?
Yeah.
Nice.
It's pretty sick.
Well, I want to see what their babies look like.
And finally, I gave all the guys the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame Foundation. They announced their nominees for the class of 2025. So I'm going to rattle off who is up in alphabetical order for the listener. So the 14 artists up are Bad Company, The Black Crowes, Mariah Carey, Chubby Checker, Joe Cocker, Billy Idol, Joy Division, New Order, Cyndi Lauper, Manya, Oasis, Outkast, Fish, Soundgarden, and the White Stripes. Last year, inductees, we got 8 of them. Okay. So I said that you can pick up to 8. They may take less.
Okay, so you don't need to pick 8.
Right.
Okay, so
and we're going to make our official picks, and I'm going to hold on to these, and then we will award points later whenever we find out.
Okay, you want to just go around to see, like, what first pick?
Yeah, let's start with Moon. Is that
Moon.
cool?
Who's your first pick?
Who's your first pick?
My first pick out of that group, just going from the top of to the bottom, I think was Mariah Carey.
Mariah Carey, all right.
Okay.
My first pick was Bad Company.
Okay.
I think Joe Cocker is a lock.
Okay. King?
And I went Billy Idol.
Billy Idol.
Yeah, I'm saying Joe Cocker's a lock, too.
Yeah, he's definitely.
Love me some Joe Cocker. Also, a great documentary about him. Mm-hmm. Next pick.
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper.
Cyndi Lauper. All right. I am going Mariah Carey.
We're doing all our picks?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I said Joy Division.
Joy Division. Right on. King?
I have Chubby Checker. I think he's got to get in there.
All right. Chris?
Okay. I think Outkast.
Awesome. Moon?
I don't know anything about this band except for working with Trey once, but I've been hearing about him since I was a kid, so I'm picking Fish.
Fish. I'm picking Joe Cocker. Rafe?
I would like to make a footnote. I want Bad Company to get it, but I don't think they'll get it on their first nom. I think they'll get it in the second time. I also picked Cyndi Lauper.
King?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go. I think, man, it's between. Yeah, I'm going to go Joy Division. I think they're next.
Yeah, I'll go Joy Division, too.
Oh.
Moon?
Oasis.
Oh, you think Oasis will get it, huh?
Oasis. I think it's too much buzz
Yep.
to be ignored.
I think that's got them going, too, like, they're back together this year.
Yep.
And they usually do, like,
There's still
it goes along with the promotional package.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I agree. I think Oasis gets in.
I'm going Billy Idol.
Billy Idol, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Want it for him. But I think he'll be a second timer too. I said Oasis as well for all the same reasons. I think that the buzz, them getting back together, them going on tour, they're going to be in everyone's head.
I want them to get in.
They're going to get the votes. Second
it's their
time,
second
too.
time, second nomination.
Yeah,
Scott?
I got Oasis on that bad boy.
I think Mariah Carey. Any more, Moon?
Yes,
you could stop.
White Stripes.
White Stripes, really?
I do.
Whoa.
I do.
Yeah, Jack White's been
He's back on the road and everything.
Again, I think he's in the zeitgeist in multiple iterations as a solo. I think this is right around the cycle time where White Stripes kind of stuff starts to come back and get in maybe the ears and even context for like TV shows or TikToks or whatever for young people. I think White Stripes is probably going to be talked about in the next couple of years. So I see that.
I'm going to say my last two picks. I'm just going to say Outkast and Soundgarden. I think will get in.
Yep, and I had Soundgarden and Outkast as well.
Cool.
Okay.
So you think-
Your last picks.
Same. I had Outkast and Soundgarden. It's their third nom, and I also have been seeing a lot of videos online of Chris Cornell's daughter doing Soundgarden songs, and it's good. And it's hitting around like I think she's going to tour with them. I think they're gonna, and that'll be back in the zeitgeist, and they'll get in.
Scott,
I wanted to pick Outkast, but I went with Soundgarden.
Okay.
And I might be regretting that decision.
All right. I think my final picks will be Chubby Checker. And that's it.
All right.
I love Band Company. I love the Black Crowes. Billy Idol, I'm a fan of. Manya, I don't really know. Oasis, I'd love to see get in. I don't think they do. I don't think Soundgarden.
Who did you say? What the heck is Manya?
They're a Mexican. These guys. You want to talk about a tremendous band? This band will do stadiums across the world.
I've never
Just
heard of
not
them
here.
before. Interesting.
Just not here, as in St. Louis, as in the Midwest, as in
I
this
think
part of North America.
I think this part of at least the Midwest for sure. But
Interesting.
they're a tremendously
never heard that
popular
name.
band.
Can you sing me a song?
No, but I've seen videos.
Would I have heard a song?
No.
Oh, okay. So it's one of those like just literally off the radar.
Yes.
Interesting.
Right on. Well, anyway, I'll collect these. We'll find out later in the year.
Take mine.
Okay, there it is. So to be eligible for nomination, we go over this every year. An individual artist or band must have released its first commercial recording at least 25 years prior to the nom. Nominee ballots will be sent to an international voting body of more than 1,200 artists, historians, and members of the music industry.
And then what they'll do is they'll put up the fan vote and not take that into consideration.
Exactly right.
Just to make us feel like we have power.
you got some kind of control.
That's exactly right. So this year's induction ceremony is going to take place in LA in the fall. Exact dates and tickets and details will be following soon, as well as the Ahmet Erdogan Non-Performer Award. So yeah, if you want to check out the induction or the inductees, possibly go to vote.rockhall.com, and that is your crap on celebrities.
Celebrating a birthday today, you're never going to believe it.
Go ahead.
Robert Griffin III, Heisman Trophy winner and quarterback for the Washington, for Cleveland, for Baltimore. He's 35. Christina Ricci is 45. Gucci Mane is 45. AJ Nadeau, that is Samir from Office Space, not going to work here anymore. Anyway, is 53. Darren Aronofsky is 56. What's your favorite Aronofsky film? You got Black Swan. You got The Wrestler. Noah.
Never saw The Black Swan.
The Whale.
Never saw The Whale. I did see The Wrestler. I don't know. He's like one of these directors like, you go, oh, and Aronofsky
Requiem
movie's
from a
out.
Dream. Requiem of a Dream is
Requiem for
a Dream. Of a Dream for a Dream.
That's the best movie I'll never watch again.
Dude, the best movie that he's done that is hard to watch a second time is The Fountain.
Yes.
The Fountain is one of the most beautiful movies of all time.
It is a beautiful
I did
movie.
like The Wrestler a lot, though.
The Wrestler was good.
Yeah,
It
The
was
Wrestler
really
was
good.
awesome.
Josh Brolin, freaking Thanos, is 57. China Phillips, the biggest Wilson Phillips hits, Hold On and Release Me. She's 57. Arsenio Hall is 69. Joanna Kearns from Growing Pains is 72. And Michael Mother Effin McDonald is 73. Yamo be theirs.
73, huh?
73.
Oh man, can we get some Michael McDonald on the air right now? Can we just do a little yacht rot?
What song you want to hear?
Michael Ironside is
Yacht
What
Rat.
song you want?
75.
Yacht rot.
Yacht Rock?
I'm gonna yacht rot when I get
What do you
home.
want?
Yacht Rat.
I can't believe we're not in love anymore.
I keep forgetting.
Yeah, that song. Whatever the hell it is. All right, my brain's out.
Judy Blume is 87, and Joe Don Baker is 89. That's Sheriff Buford Pusser in the original 1973 Walking
Did you say
Tall.
Pusser?
Pusser, yeah. Sheriff Pusser.
Let's get some
Ooh, everybody.
Michael McDonald going on here.
Set it straight. Here we go.
Rub-a-dub-dub that McDonald.
Oh, man.
Stand by. Okay.
This is a music video?
Yeah, it's a stupid music video.
I let you violate me.
Yes.
And this
Everybody.
was Regulators.
It was a clear black night.
Happy birthday, Michael McDonald.
The Rizzuto Show on 105.7 The Point.
About 100,000 people right now going. This isn't Nate G or Nate Dogg and Warren G.
Regulators, sit down.
Kids are like, I don't know either of those.
Oh, happy.
Might as well do today's porno birthday.
Please.
Warren G.
Being brought to you by Patricia's, where fun and fantasy meet. Today we celebrate the birthday of Ryan Connor. This is a woman, Ryan.
Okay.
Today's birthday girl's been in 397 fine films, including Aces in the Holes, Ass Candy 2, Beach Bums, Belladonna, My Ass is Haunted,
Ow!
Bodybuilders in Heat 27, Filthy First Timer 17, Kittens and Cougars 10, Say Aloha to my Ahola, and who can forget a role in 2015's Nuts About Butts Do?
Nuts about butts.
Ryan Connor is 54 years old. Porno birthday, crappy birthdays, crowns on celebrities.
You should play that every time you read porno birthday songs.
We love you, Michael!
All right, thank you.
Thank you. That really did it right.
Yeah, that was all right.
Glad you
Until next year.
got some Michael McDonald on his birthday. Hey, I do want to shout out this restaurant here. I'm not sure where this is at. But man, are we going to bring back in-house delivery drivers? I think we need to bring back in-house delivery drivers.
Yes.
Emos still has them.
Yeah, Emos does.
I like being able to call Emos and get delivery from Emos.
I'm not
going to go through Grubhub.
I'm not going to crap on the DoorDash drivers. I'm not going to crap on the Uber Eats drivers. Listen, these are people trying to make a living, side hustle, whatever. But a good in-house delivery driver, you know the money is going to the restaurant and not a certain percentage to whatever organization is sending their driver.
I like the stoner pizza driver guy that hasn't washed his shirt all week. I like him.
I like
tip,
him too.
You know, and I'm like, what's up, man?
Well, he loves you.
I like
Until he heard you say that about him.
Yeah, he loves you now.
But ordering food using a third-party delivery service like Uber Eats or DoorDash it's always a little bit of a gamble. It's always a little bit of a gamble.
I don't want to download another app. I don't have either of those apps on my phone.
You don't DoorDash? You don't Uber Eats?
Why is
I
this?
am Uber Eats. My husband's Uber Eats.
Oh, you guys are, we'll pick it up, people. That's my dad. My dad refuses delivery.
I also don't have
I
Venmo.
feel like there's not a lot of accountability when it comes to
Zero.
DoorDash or Uber Eats.
Zero.
Yeah, I mean, sure, you got you have DoorDash corporate, but you're not under the thumb of them. They don't know what's going on. They're such a big company. They don't know what's going on from city to city.
I do understand what you're saying, but in their defense, and I'm not, trying to come to their rescue. You know what they do have that is helpful? If something is messed up, and you say like, "Hey, this is messed up," and you send a picture, refund. They'll fix it.
But I could always call up, let's say, pizza place. I could, hey man, you messed up my order.
Okay, but what I'm telling you is I had a bad experience in that exact scenario with a local pizza place, and they botched it, and they made it my fault, and it was like...
How'd they make it your fault?
I don't remember, but it was very uncool, and it was like, I don't think we're going to be ordering from this place again.
But you know what, though? And they run the risk of that if they don't have good customer service.
It was not good customer service.
And they run the risk as a local restaurant, a local establishment, enough bad customer service experiences, it's over.
Well, it's funny because there was another local pizza place or another local place that went through DoorDash. And because it went through DoorDash, when they screwed that up, it was an instant refund.
All I'm saying is I just like the fantasy of a guy driving a gremlin, and he's a metalhead, and his ponytail is
I agree.
looking pretty
And
good.
there's
And you
something
know
to be
what?
said about that.
And the way that he wears the shirt that his pizza boss is making him wear, but he's still kind of cool. Like,
Pizza
I'm into
boss.
that.
Yeah, I like Fantasyland too. Wayne's
Can I
World.
just have my fantasies?
Wayne and
I
Garth
agree. I
delivering
think
my
there's-
pizza sounds.
I'm not saying I
pretty
want to
tight.
do the pizza guy. It's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying I like the guy.
The little
that comes-
Nero's guy from Home Alone.
Yeah, the little Nero's guy, or you order Chinese food and somebody from the restaurant comes and brings it to you.
It's like the brother from Don't Tell Mom the Babysitter's Dead. I'm doing the dishes, Kenny. I want him to deliver my pizzas.
Unfortunately, your food is going, to more hands that need to be.
Yeah, no more hands.
No more hands. I mean, listen, again, it's always a little bit of a gamble when you're going with the DoorDash or the Uber Eats. Sure, the restaurant might only be around the corner, but for all you know, the driver could have 4 stops on the way. You know what I mean?
I don't want to be not stop number 4, man. I want the one stop. It's hot. You got the pizza bag. Did Uber Eats people have the pizza bag?
Yeah, I think so.
Really?
Like the hot bag
Hot
of food?
bag. Well, there's a story making the rounds with a new dilemma after a restaurant employee exposed a driver for doing something unusual. And it started all sorts of conversations. So in a post captioned, third-party food delivery services are not a good idea. And this is about an Uber Eats driver and the Uber Eats order this person was supposed to pick up and deliver. So a worker at the restaurant left a note in the bag for the customer saying, hey, your Uber Eats driver ate lunch in our store when your order was already ready to go. I've remade it fresh. Give him 1 star.
Dang.
Wow.
Got his ass.
Got his ass. Savage.
Boom. Roasted.
So your order was ready, but this driver, who was supposed to be delivering it in a timely manner, sat and ate his own lunch while your food that you paid for with an upcharge because you had to pay Uber Eats
Right.
their fee.
And they're covering their stones because the food's cold now.
And you blame the restaurant first.
Right. That's right.
Everybody always blames the restaurant first.
Yeah. Well, and there's another disconnect there, too. Like, sometimes occasionally the order will be right. Or close enough to right that it's not worth, you're missing one side. Is it worth getting a hold of DoorDash and going through the whole bot to try to get a partial refund? But it's like the restaurants, and they may be the ones sealing the bags, but I'm like, man, there's no napkins. There's no plasticware. You're getting bare bones because they're just churning out Grubhub.
Some will give the option of like utensils, napkins.
But I mean, if you order straight from a restaurant, I've never had to ask for it. You want a Chinese restaurant delivered, I got napkins. I got chopsticks. I got
soy
they give
sauce.
there's soy sauce in there. You get the basics, man. The basics because there you have to answer for it. They're taking you're tipping them. They know they're going to come back to your house when you order Chinese. When your stoner friends order Chinese a week from now or the next day. There was a good exchange there. There's like some accountability. That's why you do local stuff. And you kind of lose that in DoorDash. And so you're not going to call and get a refund over utensils unless you're a psycho. But
And I wish I knew where this was. It doesn't say what city it is in. But yeah, the 1 star. The 1 star because the Uber Eats driver sat and ate lunch. Kudos to the restaurant for calling that out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's impressive.
And
They
to
had to track
remake
it down, probably, It's not a very easy thing to do, I imagine. Tracking down the order information on the Uber Eats or whatever the app was.
Offering value to customers. That's how you keep customers.
Listen, I get that everybody needs to eat, but maybe not take an order while you're doing so, or take your order to go along with the one you're delivering. And there's ways to get around this if you're a hungry Uber Eats driver.
I'd be so hungry if I was an Uber Eats driver. This is why I'm not.
Yeah, dude.
I'd be eating all the time.
I'd be so bummed every time I get my car. It smells like food I can't
know.
eat. Yeah,
I know.
you're right.
there's a third-party trust also that, kind of skeeves me out on DoorDash. I've seen some of my DoorDashers pull up, and there's more than one person in the car a lot of the time, and I'm like, okay.
Party.
Got a sidekick. Cool.
Hey, man, it's just Garth. This is Garth.
And I get it. Maybe it is just like a husband and wife hanging out. Like, hey, let's go make some extra money and hang out together. That's totally fine. And maybe it's easy to, you run in, you grab the orders, we'll make this faster. But it always just, there's a third party trust. Like you can't call the place you ordered from and be like, hey man, I think somebody ate my fries.
Mm-hmm.
You're going through this big company. They're like, oh, we'll get to the bottom of this. And I'm like, will you? Or will this person, will you just be like, hey, stop eating their fries, man? Like, I don't know. It's like an accountability factor. They're like,
that's why I said this all stops, and I don't want to take anybody's jobs away.
No.
Me neither.
We're giving a job. We're giving it back to Dale.
But it comes back to the Dales and the
Jeff.
And the in-house delivery drivers.
Jeff.
I want my Domino's guy going 400 miles an hour to get me that pizza before it's free.
That's right.
30 minutes.
We all do.
Pizza dudes.
Yeah, man.
Got
This
30
is just
minutes.
This is just justice for the pizza dudes, and nothing against the ladies. I love my ladies, but I want a pizza dude.
Rise up,
right.
pizza
It's
dude.
the most anti-feminist thing I've said on the show in 2 years. I want a long-haired
Getting
man
your lady card taken away.
with some sort of metal T-shirt on underneath the Pizza Hut shirt that he has to wear because his boss sucks. That's what I want.
Listen, we got to take a break. We'll come back. We'll give away some stuff. Rafe, what are we playing?
We're playing a little Mind Meld
Little
today.
Mind Meld. Okay. So we've got Jerry Cantrell tickets. Jerry Cantrell at the Hawthorne with Filter. Saturday night, February 22nd. We got tickets to go see Cake. Playing a couple nights over the Factory. We got tickets for night number 1, June 24th. We got tickets for Point Fest happening Saturday, May 17th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, 311 The Urge, Toadies, Finger 11, Ludo, and more. And we got tickets for Kenny Phil the Punk tonight, Saturday, May 3rd, the pageant. Winners will get 2 tickets to the 3 p.m. early matinee show. All right, so Mind Meld works this way. Go ahead, Rafe.
2 people on the show. You can pick them if you like. We'll try to say a common word. So we'll say the first word that pops in our head. Then they have 5 tries to try to say the same word at the same time, i.e. Mind Meld. So if we would say mountain and lake, what is the common word that connects mountain to lake? We'll count it down 3, 2, 1.
Stream.
Okay. Well, I wasn't prepared.
Oh, I thought we were going to play together.
Okay, let's do it again.
All right.
Mountain and lake. 3, 2, 1. Stream.
Okay,
This is we won.
You're going to Can You Feel the Punk tonight?
And you can bet on or against the people. You can bet on that we'll get there or they won't. That's your choice.
One right,
you're in.
Okay. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. How are we going to pick the 2 people? You guys on the phone will pick, or we'll spin the wheel?
Yeah, let them pick.
Let them pick.
Okay.
Let them pick.
Let them pick.
Or we could spin the wheel for one and let them pick who they think the partner for that person would be.
All right.
Let's mix it up today.
Let's mix that up here. 314-624-3833, 618-398-3833. Mind Meld next. All right, 8:07. Wednesday, traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. The highways are clear. Your point forecast, snow and an icy mix, high of 32. Right now it's 31 at the Point Studio.
This is Rizzuto. Not only is he rich, but he also has a lot of money. And he's looking to invest in the next big idea.
Hi, my name is Riz, and I have a lot of money. I mean, almost too much money. So I'm looking to invest, and I've asked the fellas to come on down to my office and pitch me their ideas. Do they have what it takes to be in the biz?
Meet King Scott. By day, he's the producer of the #1 morning show in St. Louis. But by night, he's not at work anymore. Interesting.
Well, just in a little bit, we will be talking with the voice of the Blues, Chris Kerber, and this means that we're going to be talking about the Blues hockey. And maybe your kids have taken interest in it and they really want to get out there and start playing. And, of course, you've done your research. You know, dummy. And you know that hockey can be very, very expensive to get into, so you're not quite sure if you want to get your kids there. Well, I have something awesome for you. First Community's teamed up with the St. Louis Blues, who offer a low-cost learn-to-play program, which allows kids ages 4 through 9 who've never participated in organized youth hockey get a chance to get out on the ice for 6 weeks And what is incredible about this, the reason it's a low-cost learn-to-play program, is everything's included with the registration. So you're going to save a ton of money. The helmet, the stick, the pads, and yes, even the skates. And this is why I love First Community. They go out of their way to help you save money. And this is another great way to get your kids into hockey, find out if they really like it before you go and invest thousands of dollars. And you're going to help yourself out, and you're going to help your bank account out. So go to First Community today. They have over 40 locations throughout the area. They have 18 inside Walmarts, which are open 7 days a week. They make it very easy to bank over at First Community. So reach out to them today. Ask them about the Little Blues program, firstcommunity.com.
All right, first big summer show of 2018. We've got 30 Seconds to Mars and Wellesley Arms and Walk the Moon and K-Flay. How are you?
I'm doing great.
It's really great to see you. I got to tell you this, though, kind of changing up the interview from where I thought I was going to go. I want to know about the fitness regime in which that you have, how you do it out there when it's 105 degrees, because I need to.
Okay, so we've just started something. We're calling it Witness the Fitness.
Okay.
It's good branding, right?
Right.
We're off to a good start. But basically, like, with a tour like this too, we have a lot of downtime.
Sure.
So we're trying to take like times when we could do bad things and do good things.
Oh, very good. So you're just kind of keeping yourself busy, more or less.
Sort of.
But then also doing something very good for your mind and for your body as well.
Exactly, because I feel like one of the things, there's like a weird cycle that can happen on tour where you get locked into this like never changing like Groundhog Day thing.
Sure.
And this is a good way to disrupt that potentially damaging cycle.
Absolutely so. But I mean, and also too, though, I mean, you're kind of able again to do something for the body as well as.
Yeah, and it's good for the mind.
Yeah.
It's very good for the mind.
You don't do well with downtime, I'm assuming. Like as far as
Right.
like you get bored probably super easy on that.
I do get pretty bored, yeah.
Well, what do you do like when you're not working, when you're not touring? I assume we've had this conversation before where I know you write a lot where you're always doing something, but I would think downtime would almost be your enemy to a certain extent, just for you personally. You know what I mean? You probably don't dig it.
This is like a therapy session. Yes.
Yeah. I'm good at that.
I have trouble with quiet. So yeah, I'm working on that. I mean, for the most part, honestly, this last like couple of years has been pretty much work stuff.
Right.
Pretty relentlessly, which is, I mean, I also just like making music pretty fundamentally, so that feels like it's always worthwhile, even if it's not going to be a song for me, if I'm just like trying to get better at guitar and recording riffs in my bedroom or something like that. But I listen to a lot of podcasts. I read a lot. I do a lot of crossword puzzles.
Yeah.
Big crossword puzzle fan.
I've turned to the crossword puzzle game here recently, which is because it's never sort of been my thing.
Okay.
But then my two youngest like really got into it as the school year went on. So I found myself like actually buying like a crossword puzzle book at the grocery store in the checkout. Now I'm only a couple in and I'm not very good at it, but it's a nice little challenge for the brain. You know what I mean? Like I find myself like actually probably using parts of my brain I wouldn't be using otherwise.
Yeah, we've been talking about this. Crossword puzzles are like an interesting skill, like a very specific skill. I was sort of like trained by my father to do them and be good at them. So I started doing like the New York Times Sunday puzzle, not like I needed help, but as a young kid. And you kind of learn like there's a language to crossword puzzles that you develop over time. So you kind of have to do them to be good at them. Like a lot of really smart people aren't that great at crossword puzzles if they haven't done a lot of them.
How young, like when you say you're doing this, like how young are you saying that you started doing it?
I mean, well, he was always doing them, so I was around them, but I probably started helping around like 7 or 8 or something like that. I wasn't very good.
But still, I mean, but to be able to be a part of that process and help in any way, shape, or form at 7 or 8 is pretty stinking impressive.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah, absolutely so. I want to go back a little bit about the whole Grammy process, and I know you had a chance to talk to Lux about this, but I want to know, like, how do you find out about something like that? When you do find out, what are those first couple minutes like? And then I can imagine the calls that you're making after the fact have to be some of the most fun and exciting phone conversations and calls that you've ever made.
Yeah. Actually, Brandon, who's not pictured here, but he's standing in this room, he's off camera. He's here, though. You called me. At like what? Oh, he tried calling. Oh no, Lauren. Right. Okay. So I live with like one of my best college friends in LA in a house, and so she came into my room, and I'd just gotten off tour, so I was like trying to sleep in a little bit, or not even sleep in, just like sleep till 9 or something.
Right.
And she came into my room and was like knocking, and she's like, I'm really sorry, like, you have to talk to Brandon. So Brandon had tried calling me. I didn't pick up because it was on silent.
Right.
Because I'm not a monster. I have my phone on silent while I sleep. And he was like, yeah, you got nominated for 2 Grammys. Call your mom, and then you have to do a radio interview. So I did that.
That's just unbelievable because I mean,
and I didn't know I had, by the way, no awareness of them being announced or any. I didn't know I was submitted or anything like that. You know what I mean?
I just can't even imagine because then it's got to be, even as you're telling these people, it's got to be kind of surreal. Like, wow, this is amazing.
It's very bizarre. I mean, as someone who has always kind of had the like DIY indie background, I guess some of those like kind of like mainstream things feel like in a separate world.
Absolutely.
And so it was quite shocking, but good, you know.
But I also
nice.
think for the Grammys, I mean, I think it adds legitimacy when they're putting some really great artists on there that might be still bubbling a little bit underground. You know what I mean? Because I think sometimes some of those awards, like, they don't.
Sports bar and grill, all the games, all the time for 35 years now. That's crazy. 35 years.
That's a long time, dude.
Wherever you are in the St. Louis area, there's got to be a Hot Shots nearby, but I have spent many an hour at a Hot Shots, whether it be the Fenton location or, you know, the newest location on Lindbergh, down there in Wentzville. Man, there's a Hot Shots nearby.
That's right. And to celebrate their 35 years in business, they're focusing on customer appreciation all month long. Celebrating 35 years in 2025 and all Feb long, Hot Shots has new daily featured menu. There's a new item every day. It's $8 or $9. It changes every day, so you got to go in, check out what it is. There's all kinds of cool stuff on the menu. Also score great deals on Bud Family Pints for only $3 a month all month long. And Hot Shots has a signature shot, root beer barrel shot for $2. You can't get a drink for $2 anywhere in America right now. So go take advantage of that all month long at Hot Shots. It's been a proud home of sports fans since 1990.
All the games, all the time. HotShotsNet.com. McDonald fan out there. Dan Cummins.
Really?
Today is National Hug Day. That's right, National Hug Day.
Get over here, you big old bear of a man.
And you know, a simple hug could melt somebody's troubles away.
Hugging is the best.
Hugs help lower stress and blood pressure. It could be a mood booster. So yes, hug a person you love today. And it won't cost you nothing.
And don't hug somebody if you're only going to do the half-ass hug. Because you might as well just not hug at all. It makes things worse. I hate
Today's
that.
a full hug day.
Yeah, squeeze
get
the
in
hell
here.
out of somebody.
Get in here. Are you a hugger?
Yeah.
You're a hugger?
Big time.
Rafe's a hugger. Scott, you a hugger?
Oh, yeah.
You're a hugger? Moon, hugger?
100%, man.
I'm not.
lover.
We know.
I know. I know you all know.
We like to torture you
I
by
know.
threatening hugs.
No. I hate National Hug Day. Hate it.
You're hiding in
I
your
hate
house.
it. No, thank you. Man, and Lern, I'm sure you've dealt with this too. Somebody hugging and picking you up.
Dude, Randy last week, he was in here talking about the bike show. And
Oh, yeah, Randy.
He's, 7 feet tall and my big brother. And every time. And I love it.
Picks you up.
I don't get upset about it. I'm one of and plenty of people do. So don't do it to everybody, but feel free to lift.
By the way, it's not a don't give a blanket statement of, yeah, I like being picked up when I'm hugged.
Yes.
Only by certain people.
I got big listeners that do it too.
Oh,
It's
yeah?
fine, I guess,
And you're okay with it?
Yeah.
It's okay to be honest.
It's fine.
You're
you
fine
don't
with
smell
that?
bad, it's fine. If you smell bad, do not touch me. Do not come near me.
Remember that time somebody picked me up, hugged me? It was, we were at Pops for something.
Pops. Was it the bachelor party?
Maybe.
Teenage Dirtbags played. Scott was on stage.
Someone hugged you?
Somebody hugged me and picked me up.
Yeah, but
Was
it was
it our
someone,
video
it was
guy?
someone we know.
Video Joey?
No, it was a listener.
Oh, okay. No, I thought it was something backstage.
Oh, no, it was a listener.
Oh man, I would
I went
pay money
nuts.
to see a man
Me
pick up
too.
another
Oh,
man.
I went nuts.
That's awesome.
Then he's a
She go high on the hug? She goes high on the hug.
I
Which
do.
you have the choice to either stay bent
No,
over.
I had
or
my
if you
arms on my
stand up,
side.
She's coming up with you because she ain't letting go.
We were
She's
doing
like a little honey badger when she's hugging.
We were doing like a hey, thanks for coming thing, and I had my hands on my side.
That's so good.
even
Torpedo? Love it.
I was torpedo.
You doing this?
Oh, that's right.
Oh.
I think that was the bachelor party.
Man,
'cause
who
we
did
were-
that?
We were
So
all-
tight. I don't know.
Who's that man? I want
Goofy.
to high five that
Yeah.
man.
He's gone. He's
been taken
He's
care of.
banned.
He was taken
He's
care
been
of.
taken care of.
If I were a big man, if I were actually Big Terry, I would every one of you I'd pick up and throw in the air.
Oh,
and
yeah?
hug you so hard. Yeah.
Yeah.
Be so awesome. A big old guy.
Well, go hug somebody today, okay? National Hug Day. All right, today's contest, which is Mind Meld, is sponsored by
CarStar, locally owned, nationwide coverage. It is carstar.com to find your local CarStar area. CarStar auto body repair expert. Sorry, dude, the wording on this thing goes into
You're
this.
on Burgundy?
No, I'm trying to read it, and it's jacked, and then it goes into this gray part of the page and just disappears. So I'm just like, okay, well, I need to fix
Thanks,
this.
CarStar.
There it is. CarStar, your auto body repair experts, locally owned with nationwide guarantee. See carstar.com for a location near you.
All right, we got Jerry Cantrell tickets. They'll be at, Jerry will be with Filter at the Hawthorne. Saturday night, February 22nd. We got tickets to go see Cake, 2 nights at the Factory, June 24th, 25th. We got tickets for the 24th show. Tickets for Point Fest happening on May 17th at the Hollywood Casino Amphitheater, featuring 311, The Urge, Toadies, and more. And we got tickets for Can You Feel the Punk tonight, Saturday, May 3rd at the Pageant. You get tickets for the 3 p.m. matinee early show. Tickets are on sale now. Okay, so Mind Meld, we'll spin the wheel. Yep. The wheel will have a Riz Show member, and then you guys on the phone will pick that Riz Show member's teammate for this game. We'll count 3, 2, 1. We'll say a word at the same time, and that'll be the base word, and you will have 5 opportunities
After that.
to match words.
Correct. And you may bet on or against.
Right. On or against. So let's go to the phones.
Right. Even though if you're picking their partner, I feel like they should have to get it. But we'll let you bet on or against. We got tickets to give away.
All right, Kristen, hello.
Hi.
Hi, Kristen. Okay, we're going to spin the wheel here, and let's see
Okay, spinning.
who's first
Spinning.
up. So it's going to be...
It's gonna be May.
It's gonna
No,
be
it's gonna be Lern.
Learn
All
how
right,
well.
Kristen, who's going to be Lern's teammate?
Kristen.
Gonna go with Rafe.
Okay,
Okay.
so Lern
team.
and Rafe. Now, do you think they will mind meld or no?
Yes.
Okay. Kristen says yes.
She's betting on us. All right.
All right.
On
There's
ya.
the mechanism.
Get in
Here
my
we go. The
brain,
first one
boy.
does
I
not
believe in you.
Thank you,
Okay,
Kristen.
I believe in him
And
too.
it's a 3,
Gets
2,
inside
1.
my brain.
It's a 3, 2, 1 shoot, right?
Right.
Yep. 3, 2, 1 word.
All right, so Moon will count it down.
all right. First word that pops in your head, bud.
So this does not count as one of your turns. This is the base word. So here we go. Moon, count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Buns.
Buns and what?
Dance.
Dance. Dance and buns. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Shake. Oh, man.
Dang.
Booyah, baby!
Wow, that was very
That was
impressive.
impressive.
Kristen, what do you want?
Can you feel the punk tonight?
Can you feel the punk
All
tonight?
right.
You are going. Hey, Kristen.
See you at the show.
All right, Paul,
Good job,
hello.
man. That made me happy.
Hello.
Hello, Paul. All right, we're gonna spin the wheel again. Let's go.
All right.
And we'll see. It's going to be
It's gonna be you,
me.
buddy.
All right, who's going to be my partner, Paul?
Learn.
Learn.
Okay. All right.
Are you going to bet on us or against us?
With you.
With us.
He's
So we
with
will
us.
mind meld.
Okay.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Mountain.
Hang on.
Oh,
I got moon in my head. I'm so sorry.
Okay.
I got overwhelmed. I got overwhelmed.
Should have said moon.
Another word.
Okay, 3,
Okay.
2,
Wait.
1. This is the point.
Here we go.
Base word. 3.
3, 2, 1.
Wall.
Sun.
Sun and wall. What is the common word between sun and wall?
3, 2, 1.
Shade.
House.
Shade and house. What is the common word between shade and house?
3, 2, 1.
Roof.
Awning.
Roof and awning. What is the common word between roof and awning?
3, 2, 1.
Window.
Car. Damn it, I screwed that one up.
What'd you say?
Car window.
Is this the last one?
I don't know.
No, we have 2 more.
Okay.
3.
Common theme, car and window.
3, 2, 1.
Glass.
Oh.
Common theme between glass and break, last chance.
Oh, wait.
3,
Okay.
2.
No stalling.
3, 2, 1.
Door.
Rage.
Damn it.
Rage?
I said rage.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one, too.
Sorry, Paul.
I thought you were going to say rock. I thought both
Dang
of you were going to say rock. Sorry, Paul.
Tough
Well,
one, tough one.
There
That
was
was
no
hard.
melding today.
Jeremiah, hello.
It's tough when you're on the spot.
Hello.
That
Hello.
sounds supposed to be quick. It's got to be quick like
I know,
that. I know.
Yeah, my
Hi,
brain's bad at
Jeremiah.
this, so.
All right, we'll spin the wheel. Let's go. All right.
I'll always reset the mechanism for you.
Oh, good.
Lern's
Here
up
I am
again.
again. No,
Lern
my
is
brain
back.
is not used to this. Okay.
Learn. Pick Learn's teammate, Jeremiah.
Moon.
Moon.
All right, you and I got this.
Learn and moon.
And will they mind meld or no?
No, they won't.
They will not mind meld.
We're gonna
Watch
show
this,
you around.
dude.
Okay, before you start, is everybody ready?
Yes, my
All
brain
right.
is on.
Think of a
prepared.
common word. Clear the mechanism.
Rafe will count it down.
Coming at you. It has begun. Common word, starter word in 3, 2, 1.
Yellow.
Yellow broccoli. What is the common denominator between yellow and
Easy.
broccoli? 3, 2, 1.
Cabbage.
Cabbage and pepper. What is the common word between those two in 3, 2, 1?
Vegetable.
Vegetable and carrot. What is the common word? 3, 2, 1.
Bunny.
Bunny and onion.
Oh,
Bunny onion
What?
in 3, 2, 1.
Bunyan.
Oh, Bunyan, that's pretty
I
good.
would have said
Bunny
Bunyan,
onion.
too.
That's good.
What'd you
That's
say,
good.
Moon?
I blew it. I said carrots.
Bunyan
Bunyan.
and carrots. Last chance.
Oh, God.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, shoes. Oh, hey, at
Shoes
least
and
we're-
foot. Pretty close, but
That
you
was the
didn't
last
get it.
one?
Not yet.
Jeremiah,
Dang.
congratulations, you win.
pick the right show.
All right.
Onion.
All right, what do you want?
Cake tickets.
Cake.
Cake tickets.
Cake, you are going, my friend.
And I
Hang
thought
on one
orange
second.
was coming out on vegetable and carrots.
Yeah.
Going straight Bunyan.
Yeah.
It's easy when you're not playing.
Or
To sit
green.
here.
I was
with
stuck in
pepper.
vegetable land.
Yeah, it was tough.
Cody,
Good job.
hello.
I can't believe how you got the
Yo,
close you
guys.
got the foot and shoe at the end.
All right,
Out of
Cody, we're
nowhere.
going to spin the wheel
We're
again. Here
mind
we go.
melding.
You were.
Spin her up.
Congratulations, Jeremiah. You did win because you did bet against them.
Okay, it's going to be Rafe.
It's me.
Who's going to be Rafe's partner, Cody?
Let's do King Scott.
King Scott and
All right,
Rafe. King Scott putting on his
Hey,
headphones.
pound it
You
through the
got-
glass,
you
dude.
got this,
Connect with me
dude.
through the glass like
You
a
got
prison
this,
visit.
dude.
Cody, yes or no? Are they going to mind meld?
We're talking in code like a prison
Yes.
visit right now.
All right, Cody says yes. You guys will mind meld.
All right.
All right. Oh,
3.
he's betting on us.
Wait.
No.
Make
Common
everybody's ready.
word.
You go
Clear the
so
mechanism.
fast.
Common word.
Everybody's ready.
Are you ready?
That's what
It is
happens.
time to begin.
All right.
I'm ready.
Moon, count it down.
3, 2, 1.
Donut.
Donut
Watch
watch.
and donut.
Go.
Go.
3, 2, 1.
Round.
Round morning.
Round morning. Go.
3, 2, 1.
Coffee.
Cake and coffee.
Oh my gosh.
3, 2, 1.
Donut.
How many is that? Is nobody counting?
I didn't know I had a job to do.
I'm counting
He's
down. I can't
down.
keep
I
two
think that
numbers
was
in my
4.
head.
Let's do one
4.
more.
Last one.
3.
Wait. What's our words? All right.
It was you said donut again,
Donut and
and I
sugar.
said sugar.
Donut sugar. Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Diabetes.
Diabetes.
Cody, sorry.
We let
Sorry
you
about
down.
that.
This game's tough.
It's tough, dude.
It really is.
John, hello.
Good morning.
Just bet against.
Good morning.
It's not. It's not. It's
What?
not
Don't bet
happening.
against.
Good morning.
We got it right.
That's
All
not
right.
true.
Way to spin the wheel. Let's go.
All right, it's going to be. It's going to be Raphael.
Rafe.
Raphael.
All right, John.
that one.
Who's Rafe's partner?
Learn.
All right, Lern and Rafe. Are they going to get it? Are they going to mind meld?
Oh yeah.
Yes or no?
Yes.
Yes, they will mind meld. Okay. You guys ready?
Yes.
Moon, let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Song.
Song and zip.
Song and zip.
3, 2, 1.
Dance.
Suit.
Dance
Suit and dance.
Suit.
3, 2, 1.
Tuxedo.
Ballroom, tuxedo.
3, 2, 1.
Tango.
I don't know.
Oh man.
I got nothing.
He said beep.
Tango.
He said beep.
I said
Tango.
beep.
And
Okay.
what? Tango and beep?
3, 2, 1.
Dance.
Dance. Yeah.
that's
what happened there?
Well, I didn't say a word, so
I
I'm
know,
like,
we didn't have
you
anything
guys
to
you
really
gotta prime us
go.
up a little bit. Give us something to
Give
work
us two
with
more.
here.
Give us 2 more shots with just new words because I don't even remember what the last words were.
Two shots
So
to get
let's
it?
just see if we. Okay, here
What
we
are the
go.
words?
So, no,
We're just
she's
gonna-
saying blank words, and then they get
we're
one
gonna get
shot.
it in 2.
And 2.
Three.
We're starting over. All right.
3, 2, 1.
Rollerblade.
Rollerblade and TV.
3, 2, 1.
Derby.
Skateboard.
Oh, it's airborne. It's airborne.
It is. The confusion is airborne.
It's Joey Lawrence.
Bummers.
What's it called?
Wasn't that the rollerblading movie?
I biffed it on that, man.
Airborne with the
Tango was right.
I'm so
Seth
disappointed in
Green
myself
and
right
Joey
now.
Lawrence?
We should have done like a. Oh, we can't say more than one word, but I was like disco. Disco would have been great, or like rink.
Well, with the word just
rink.
tango, just say a word.
Yeah, it's hard.
Could have just said cash. That would have been the answer.
Yeah, it would have been a good one.
I was thinking
Yeah,
True
go on,
Lies.
Cash.
That's where my brain was.
Not lying in the bed.
All right, Marty, hello.
Do it. Listen to me.
Morning, everybody.
All right, Marty, here we go. We're going to
Hello.
spin the wheel one final time.
Oh, man.
We can take a little more time in between these.
See if we got a winner here, and it's going to be
Me
Rafe.
again.
Rafe.
Rafe. What do you mean take some more time?
I'll show you.
I mean, like, so instead of...
When you guys do it, I say, what's the common word between blank and blank? It gives you a second to reset your brain. Not just go, shout it out, and then say 3, 2, 1 again.
Well, I was saying the
word.
words again.
Okay, cool. Maybe I was blocking it out because I was doing so poorly.
Marty, pick a teammate for Rafe.
Let's go Moon.
Moon and Rafe. Okay.
Here we go.
Now, are they going to get it or not? Will they mind meld?
Oh, they're mind melding.
They're going to mind meld. Okay. So, hey, Lern's going to count it down.
2 are bros.
I will say the words, and then Lern will say that we'll count down again. Okay.
And I will count how many times I'm counting down.
Okay, the first
What?
one does not count.
Right.
Okay. Are you guys ready?
I'm ready.
Okay.
Ready.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Car.
Mattress, car.
3, 2, 1.
Truck bed.
Ooh, truck bed and bed.
3, 2, 1.
Hall.
Tacoma?
Hall and Tacoma. You were off there, but okay.
3, 2, 1.
Arizona.
Arizona
And Toyota.
and Toyota.
Okay.
Arizona
okay.
and Toyota.
All right.
3, 2, 1.
Grand Canyon.
Vacation, Grand Canyon.
This
Oh,
is it.
This is it.
Shooter,
Oh, God.
Gavin,
Please,
I'll
guys.
tell you, I don't know.
Vacation and Grand Canyon.
Oh, please.
Oh,
Come on,
we're
it's an easy
screwed.
one. There's
We're
an easy
screwed.
one.
There is a word.
There is a word here.
Very easy
What?
one.
There is a word.
Simple.
I think so.
Here we go.
3, 2, 1.
Family.
Camping.
Damn it.
Hike.
Oh.
I said Griswold.
Say road.
It sounded like a family vacation to me.
Yeah. What did you say? You guys all said there
No,
was
I was
one.
gonna say park.
And you said 3 different things.
I
There's a
said
word.
Oh, park.
All different words.
Yeah.
Vacation and Grand Canyon, you're normally hiking.
Yeah.
Man, we were right on it,
close.
too.
Yeah. Truck bed. We almost had it with the
Should we do
cars.
one more?
Should have
Yes.
just said
One
bed.
more. And that's it.
This is it.
Pick one or two.
Bed was the
Lern.
right answer because
One.
mattress has a bed, a truck has a bed. I should not have said truck.
Jennifer, hello.
Good morning.
All right, Jennifer, it's going to be me, and who else is going to be?
You pick. It doesn't matter who hasn't went yet.
Who hasn't gone yet? We've all gone.
We've all gone.
Scott's
let's
gone
do
the
Moon.
least.
Moon.
Oh,
Okay.
All right. Great.
Richard Moon, will they get it or not?
Jennifer, yes
Oh,
or no?
yeah.
We
Yeah.
will. We will mind meld. It has not been successful for a while.
I'm going
Hey,
to
hey.
count it down and count.
Yeah. Feel us back into this.
Can you count just 3, 2, 1?
Yes, I can do that.
Okay, instead of the 3, because it's really inconsistent with
Oh,
the timing.
you need good pacing.
I need a good pacing.
Okay, whatever. Oh, here we go.
I need a good pacing.
All right, whatever. Dude.
What is happening?
Get it
I need
together.
a good pacing.
We hate ourselves.
Hey,
All right,
let's
let's-
mind meld.
Okay, here we go.
Lock it in, and you are going to get a base word right now. Your time has come. The countdown shall begin.
Let's go.
3, 2, 1.
Computer.
Shirt. Computer and shirt. What is the common word between computer and shirt?
3, 2, 1.
Pocket.
Disk drive.
Pocket and disc
Pocket
drive.
and disk drive. What is the common word?
3, 2, 1.
Disc.
Floppy.
Ooh. Ooh.
Floppy and disk. What is the common word between floppy and disk?
3, 2, 1.
Commodore
Ram.
64.
Damn it.
Oh, come on.
Oh no! What did you
Gee
say?
whiz, Commodore 64.
And what'd you say?
Floppy.
I said RAM.
Oh,
RAM.
Random
Commodore
access memory.
64 and RAM. What is the common word?
3, 2, 1.
Memory.
Nintendo.
Ooh.
Memory and Nintendo.
Last chance. Memory and Nintendo.
3, 2, 1.
Mario.
drive.
Duh. on, damn it.
Goodness. Where's console at, guys?
Hard drive.
That's 8:34. It is Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Highways are clear. Your point forecast snow and icy mix high of 32. And I think we've already hit it because it's 31 at the Point Studio.
Hey, it's Lux, and I'm backstage at Point Fest with the Glorious Sons. What's up, guys?
How you doing?
This is your second Point Fest in a row.
Yep.
Not only were you invited once, but you've been invited back again. How has this day shaped up compared to last year?
It was a nice day.
Nice
Good
day?
crowd.
Great
Crowd.
Great
Great
crowd,
crowd.
yeah. Good crowd, great crowd.
I needed that show today.
Did you?
Yep.
Where
I
were you
didn't.
guys?
Brett didn't,
I could have
but
just
I
stayed
did.
home and done this. So where were you guys last night?
Oklahoma.
Good. You know-
Rocklahoma.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a big festival.
Yeah.
Did you get to see any cool bands?
No. We stayed in our bus and we left before tornado hit.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, really?
I don't think a tornado
No,
actually
it
hit,
didn't
but there was like a
Bad weather?
Yeah,
Just
bad
didn't
weather
wanna
warning.
Get hit by that one.
Never even seen a tornado, so I'm quite scared of them actually. To be
Yeah,
honest.
we have them quite often here in Missouri, but I have heard today's should be okay. So, but also maybe after the show,
Yeah, we'll leave.
leave the Midwest for a leave the Midwest for a little bit. May is not.
Together Credit Union being in our community and serving our area for over 80 years. You know, our entire family, my in-laws, my children even, we all have accounts and we're all members at Together Credit Union for 1,000 reasons. And one of them is, again, what they do in our community. And the Together Foundation Community Scholarship Program is incredible. It's designed to offset the costs associated with post-secondary education expenses for students that are attending a university or a college, a two-year college, business, or even technical trade schools during the fall semester of this year, the 25-26 school year. So this year, Together Credit Union, Together Foundation Community Scholarship Program is offering up to 5 $1,500 scholarships for residents who live and work in St. Louis County, St. Louis City, St. Charles County, Jefferson County, or live and work in the Madison, Illinois area, in Madison County, Illinois, or St. Clair County, Illinois. This is huge. Together Foundation Community Scholarship Program is open to applicants right now between the ages of 15 and 23. To apply, just submit an application packet that includes an official high school transcript, and you can see everything that you need in the video essay right there at togethercu.org. Applications for the Together Foundation Community Scholarship Program are being accepted all the way till Monday, March 31st. So I want you to be aware and see what else they're doing for our community right here at Together Credit Union. 14 area locations. You can get all the info at the website togethercu.org.
Hey, it's Jeff backstage at Wayback Point Fest in freaking living color. Look at those guys. They're right there. Thank you guys for taking the time to do this. Much appreciated. Let's get this out of the way. I have an amazing story about, and I just told this on the show. I do the morning show. I'm part of the morning show on the Point. A million years ago when you guys were on a tour opening with Rolling Stones. Yeah. Or for Rolling Stones, whatever. Are they closed for you guys is the way I look at it. You guys did the stop at Busch Stadium in St. Louis. Yes. 1990, whatever it was, or 80, whatever 89. It was. 89. Okay, cool. All right, so I'm 52. I'm right there. Okay. Right. So my dad was a huge fan of the Rolling Stones. Right. Not in great health at the time. Wasn't walking very well. So I drove him because I'm a fan of you guys, and I was a fan of Rolling Stones because I had to be. And we roll up in his truck, and I let him out at the curb so he can walk in and find his seats. Right. And while I park his truck, he gets out. You guys are already on. And he goes, "What the hell is that god-awful noise like that?" And I was like, "Dad, that's the opening band. It's Living Color. That's the band I was telling you about." He walks in, and I park the truck, and by the time he is this, like this. Rocking out. The dude would be 70-something right now if he was still with us, and he found dudes that he graduated high school with, and the last time he saw those people, they were listening to the Rolling Stones, smoking pot, and that's what they were doing. Wow. So because of you guys, I had this amazing, like, moment with my dad. So thank you very much. So that leads me into, and I think maybe that's part of the answer, but why you guys are still doing this. After all of these years, all of the success, all of the touring, all of that, what keeps you guys like driving to do this?
We're trying to get it right at some point, basically.
Are you kidding me?
It's funny.
It's a great question. I mean, part of it is, the conversation we started back in the 80s, late 80s. A lot of things that we were talking about through the 90s, a lot of those things haven't gone passé. Like a lot of the songs we, like we're living with the cult of personality right now.
Right.
And we're still living with things like Funny Vibe, and we're still living with things like Open Letter to a Landlord. And a lot of things that like a song like Time's Up is even more relevant. It was really odd. We were kind of doing our little homage to the Bad Brains.
Right.
And Corey come up with these lyrics, and the lyrics are all about the environment. And it seemed really an odd choice at the time, but it's like incredibly in sync with what's happening now. So a lot of what has kept us together is the fact that the things we've talked about are still relevant.
And it's great that you say that, because a couple of years ago, 311 was here, and in these very chairs, and I was talking with them about, and I followed them since record number one. And they said one of the things that drives them is the fact that music that they put out 20 years ago is even more relevant now than it was back then. For them, it's the legalization of marijuana and the therapeutics of marijuana, which is, my God, that's like story number one almost now. So that's got to be part of that. Now, and the other thing is, one of the guys that's on the show with me is a musician. He actually plays with Goldfinger. He's playing with them tonight. And he obviously knew about you guys, know the radio songs, that sort of thing. Never seen you guys, so I pulled up on YouTube when you guys were on Arsenio Hall. and he's a bass player and a guitar player, and he's, oh my God, that guy is shredding. Oh my gosh. So this guy's 37, 38 years old, never seen you, and cannot wait to see you guys play. That's got to be part of the drive, right?
Oh yeah, it is.
Totally. I mean, we the way that we play and why we play, I don't think is as important as that we play. I think we have a charge to have something to say. We observe the world in a particular way, and I think it's unique in a musical space. And we have to. I'm talking without a microphone.
That's okay. I know you're not comfortable with a microphone or anything. It's okay. It's new to you.
But I think that as long as we have something to say, I think we're going to try to say it as musically as we possibly can.
Do you guys still get the nerves at all? The good nerves right before you head out on stage?
Yeah, always. And while I'm on stage sometimes too.
While you're on stage too. Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Guys, this is Freaking Living Color, and I know this is short and sweet, but thank you very, very, very much for coming in and saying hello. And so many fans that have seen you guys a bunch of times are out there.
Yeah.
Because I brought a bunch of them.
The three of us, we were at the hotel, and some guy walks by with a Living Color t-shirt on. Like, wow.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. That is so cool. You guys are so hip. Thank you so much for being here. We super appreciate it. Great success from here and on out. Living Color, guys.
Thank you.
I wasn't talking to you. You feel like you're running on empty. Mentality Health is going to help you out. Now, why are you not feeling like yourself? Because you're suffering from low testosterone. Low T, yes, that's a thing. You've heard about it. Low energy, low motivation. You're tired all the time. Weight gain, muscle loss. You got that belly fat going on, which you can't get off. You're feeling anxious, moody, irritable. Lack of focus, lack of mental clarity. Low libido, which could strain relationships. Mentality's there for us. South County and Chesterfield, they focus on free testosterone levels, which many doctors overlook. Now, your treatment's going to be tailored to your body. They also offer FDA-approved testosterone therapy combined with semaglutide to target fat while maintaining muscle. Energy comes roaring back. Your belly fat burns off. You feel like yourself again. Confident, driven, ready to take on life. Be the dad who can keep up with the kids. Be the husband your spouse knows you could be. Feel and perform like you did 5 or 10 years ago, whether it's at work, in the gym, or at home. So stop settling for a fraction of your potential. Mentality, they got your chance to take back control. Men today have 30% less testosterone. Take back your numbers. Visit mentalityhealth.com/radio. That's mentalityhealth.com/radio.
It's Lux, and I'm joined by Josh from Bad Flower. Dude, what's up?
Cheers. How are you?
Cheers. I'm doing so well. I'm so glad we're getting to chat here.
What is that? You got stickers on your cup.
Oh my God, I got so many stickers. My vaccine sticker. I got my,
To the program. And without further ado, let's talk to our buddy Chris Kerber. And our weekly chat with Chris Kerber, sponsored by Blue Note Roofing. Good morning, Chris.
Good morning, everybody. How are you?
Good. Are you home? You traveling? What's going on?
Nope, I am home. I went up last 2 days. I was in Iowa City, Iowa.
Nice.
Took my little daughter up to a college visit at University of Iowa, so had a great time there. And then got home yesterday, and today they're all on their Zoom computers learning something from teachers remotely, and it's a good day.
Yeah, it's going to be a snow day, so yeah, Christy is off of work, right? So she's Kirkwood School's called off, right?
Yeah, well, she teaches at Rossman, and yep. So she actually is off today too, which is good. Now, like, there's always a difference. Like, the kids go to school in Parkway. Rossman is a private school, and the private school standards for calling days off are a lot different than the public schools. So there are some days where everybody gets off and she's going to work, but this is one where the whole house is home. I love it. Listen. I get a kick out of the meltdowns from adults, and sometimes I'm like, man, just remember when you were kids how much you loved the snow days. So, like, just enjoy the fact that you don't have to drive on streets that are going to be crappy anyway because they don't know how to plow them, and we'll be all right.
How would you rather have it, Chris? So Moon's kids, their school called off last night around 6 o'clock. My kids out in the Rockwood School District, they called off school at 5 o'clock this morning. Would you rather go to bed knowing you have off the next day, or would you rather have the surprise when you get up?
Oh, no. This isn't Christmas. This is let them know, because the kids would want to stay up longer. So I don't know how much the forecast was, because let's face it, they had to call it off based on the forecast.
Yeah.
And don't give administrators and stuff crap, because they're trying to do their best. And let's face it, they put one bus out on a street that's a little bit icy, and we saw how both the city and the county handled the roads with the last snowstorm, right?
Yes.
So based on that knowledge, right, all you need is one bus to slide off the road somewhere, it gets stuck, and some parents are going to be upset and things. So don't give the administrators junk. But between 6 o'clock last night and 5 o'clock this morning, the schedule wasn't changing enough, right? And then the way these schools do it, I don't know about your kids, Riz, but they've already had enough snow days, so they're on a virtual learning day where they've got to check in with teachers.
Rockwood still got days. I know Parkway they got virtual, so Rockwood they still have days.
Oh, you lucky duck!
I mean, not me. I mean, the kids they come home and they ask me, Dad, what are the percentages of us going to school tomorrow? I always tell them 100% because I don't like to get their hopes up, Chris.
I love it. I'm all. Listen, I'm all for snow days, right? And with all due respect to even the process of, okay, well, because we learned through COVID that we could have kids learn virtually, right? Which we know really doesn't work.
It doesn't work.
Okay, but it doesn't work.
No.
Right. So here's what's going to happen: the kids are going to log in. They're going to check in with the teacher. Right. And for the most part, teachers are going to say, okay, here's your assignment, work on it, and if you need some help, just check back in with me. Right.
Yeah.
And that's pretty much going to be it. But my whole thing is, do you really need even the virtual days? Because the last few days going into Christmas break, the whole last week of school, nobody's doing any teaching and learning anyway.
Yeah.
Right? So you kind of have non-teaching days baked into the schedule where you could give the kids a whole week worth of snow days and not have a problem.
Yeah. I don't know. I feel bad for the kids that have to do virtual today.
Yeah.
Right.
Kind of sucks.
Yeah. Some of it.
Listen, don't feel too bad. My youngest is a freshman, right? She the last day they had was a virtual day, so they get up. She checked in. I listened for about 5 minutes, and then I look at her, and she's scrolling TikTok in her bed. I go, boy, that was a quick class.
Yep.
Right? So
Yeah.
That's kind of my point.
What were we going to say, Rafe?
During I had my girlfriend's ex-girlfriend's son is still very close to me, and I was watching him during COVID, and he had PE virtual, and he had to take his computer outside and stay in the screen and ride his scooter back and forth on the sidewalk.
My
what
kids
the hell
have
are we
that
doing
too.
here? What are we doing here? Just
as a society.
Oh, that is miserable.
He's got
Listen,
to
there
stay,
was a-
put a computer out, and then ride his scooter back and forth on the sidewalk. I'm like, just let me supervise his outdoor play.
Now, Christy did something with her class during COVID, like at times when they were virtual. And I'm going to give them some credit. Like, they tried like all hell because the parents are paying a lot more for the school. They're a little more demanding.
Yeah.
She kind of did this pass the cup thing through the screen where like the teacher started, and then each kid had a cup, and it's like the kid held kind of like the Brady Bunch look thing.
Yeah.
Right? But passing like a red Solo cup around and
that's clever.
and recorded. Had some fun with it. But then there was one. There was a teacher. She's no longer working, which is probably a good thing. But there was a teacher, one of my kids, and when it came to the Zoom class, the kids had to check in, and the kids are just sitting around. I'm like, what are you doing? Well, we're just sitting around. There were two kids like coming out a crumble cookie on their phone on Zoom. There were a couple other kids doing this, and literally every single class was just share time. I'm like, oh, okay, now, like we could at least put some effort into this.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah, listen, when my kids
again,
were
I don't even blame the teachers in that situation. That sucked.
When my kids were
It really
virtual,
did.
I made them get dressed. Like, hey, you're getting dressed as if you're going to school.
Ooh, boy, you're tough.
Man, that's
very
mean.
tough in the Riz household. You guys know that.
He bullied him.
I bullied him. Yeah, I stuck my son's head in the toilet. I go, you need this at home.
I respect
Teach you a lesson.
How many daily chores do your kids have, Riz?
Man, my kids got it good. They have the basics. Clear the table, do the dishwasher, feed the dogs.
Well, those are good chores.
Those are good chores.
Those are good chores. Do you make your kids clean the bathrooms?
No.
They're supposed to clean their own bathroom.
Not allowed to use them.
But you know what?
Yeah, that's right. Well, there you go.
It just gets to become like a cave. It's so nasty. And then eventually my wife or I go in there and we have to help and get it started, and like, come on, guys, come on. But they're supposed to clean their own bathroom.
Yeah, I think the dishwasher, cleaning your own bathroom, and the pets are absolute must for kids.
Yeah. I don't know, but I know parents that make their kids do their own laundry and, cut the lawn and all that stuff.
Our kids do their own laundry.
Yeah, my kids don't do their own laundry. I think
Well,
my
okay.
wife's like, let me just do it.
It's for the best.
Listen, I don't know if Lern can weigh in on this one here. Okay, so I'm a girl dad. I've got 3 girls. Okay.
Yeah.
And they're awesome. They're amazing. They're daddy's girls. Right. But I've kind of believed in gone with this philosophy, and I think it's worked out okay, where my job is to prepare them to handle boys and just be ready for the world. Right.
Yeah.
They should know how to put air in the tires. As chauvinistic as this is going to sound, right? They should know, so all of my girls have cut the grass, and then eventually I pay them, to cut the grass. But no, you should be able to go out and know how to cut the grass, know what a Phillips screwdriver is, and things, and handle it that way. So I've kind of brought them up with that. So they've cut the grass, they've done all that stuff. And then the other thing I really do believe is they should know what a trifecta is and be able to laugh at a fart. And if you can do those 3 things as a dad, then I think you've handled the girls okay.
Curbs, you sound like a great dad, so you're doing it right.
Yeah, and I get in trouble on the fart one. But aside from that,
Do you
the
fart
rest
in front of
is
your
good.
girls?
But shoot, yeah.
Do they fart in front of you?
Yep.
Nice.
Nice.
Nice. No further question.
Yeah, listen, and I do know, your kids play sports, and I know you're a good dad bringing them to the sporting events and, watching and cheering on your girls. Did you hear about this guy in Seattle who's facing a assault charge after shoving 2 refs at his son's hockey game?
Oh, no, I didn't. No.
Yeah, headline, dad charged with assault for shoving referees at hockey game. This happened in Seattle at a youth hockey game. Man accused of knocking the referees, aged 12 and 14.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow.
In what police said appeared to be an unprovoked attack.
Good for the police. That's what I'd say in that situation. Good for the police. Put them in there and embarrass the living hell out of them.
Yeah, listen, I've been to a couple of youth hockey games where parents have stormed the ice before, unfortunately.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, listen, we touch on this probably a couple times a year, right? I will tell you this, one of the sports that I've grown to really love, now it is extremely competitive, especially on the girls' front, is volleyball, right?
Yeah.
But But I'm going to tell you, for the most part, from a parent standpoint on the sidelines, right? From a officiating standpoint, like the coaches themselves really aren't even allowed to talk to the ref. There's a captain on the court, and the coach is to say something to the kid. The kid goes says something to the up ref, right? And then comes back and relays it. And you do have a couple moments where maybe, a card is given to a coach. It's not very often, but in terms of sidelines, respect, how it's handled, it's one of the absolute best sports I've ever seen when it comes to kind of the respect part in the ref. But look, we have such an issue with getting officials, older ones even, middle-aged ones, much less younger ones to learn because of parents' behavior, and it really is crazy and insane. So I hope we see less and less of it.
Yeah.
But one of the best sports I've ever seen when it comes to that kind of culture being good is volleyball.
So I know the for youth hockey around here, the Blue Note Cup is going on. So it's the playoffs for the club teams.
Big deal.
And my son had a Blue Note Cup game on Saturday. It was Saturday evening, and the refs.
Oh, nice.
The refs had done 7 games that day.
Jeez.
Oh.
Man.
That was their seventh game that evening.
Hey, how cool is that? How cool is that Blue Note Cup and what it's become for youth hockey? I think we're in like year 7 or 8, maybe 8 or 9 of it. But man, Steve Chapman came in, and then under Chris Zimmerman and stuff, and they decided, hey, how can we, how can we help youth hockey? What can we do? And it's just not feasible to sit there and rebuild every rink, right?
Right.
And I think NHL teams play a much larger role in their youth hockey community, maybe than any other sport plays a role in their youth sports of whatever it is, right? But that said, just the coolness when you go to the rink and you see all these teams, and you see the heartache of the loss, but it's important to learn how to deal with that.
So
and
if you guys don't know,
of the win, it's awesome.
The Blue Note Cup. So all the club teams, it's a playoffs, and to determine the best of the season. So
boys and girls.
So my son's team, Chesterfield, on Saturday beat Springfield, but then lost Chris in a heartache overtime on Sunday to the St. Louis Rockets and didn't make it to the finals. 5-4.
Oh, wow.
5-4. Sam Rizzuto with a goal and 2 assists, but
did you shove any refs?
It was not enough.
How dejected? How upset were they?
They were bummed. It was.
Yeah.
They were bummed because the finals are at Centene and they play on the big rink and the whole.
Yeah, but they worked hard. I mean, 5-4. That's great. I mean,
5-4, and they were.
But this is cool. I mean, like you just said, like a youth hockey team from Springfield, right?
Yeah.
They come in from Kansas City or from all over the state and all over the area. Like it is just. It's not below the radar if you're within the scene, right? If you have kids playing youth hockey, the Blue Note Cup stuff is not below. And just like the NHL, just like the Stanley Cup, when they win the trophy, they all get to take it home.
Oh, it's a huge deal.
Which is cool, and they do that. But man, it flies under the radar as one of the biggest tournaments of the year when it comes to local youth sports.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Well, hey, speaking of tournaments, and real quick, we got to get to this because the Four Nations tournament starts today. If you guys don't know what that is, so the NHL is on pause right now for a couple weeks. Four Nations tournament. Go ahead, somebody name the nations.
Well,
Canada.
Canada, yes. America, yes. Who else?
Ecuador and Paraguay.
Zimbabwe,
Mexico.
yes. Mexico, no.
Russia and Czechoslovakia.
Russia's not in it. So it's Canada.
Ecuador was close. Close.
It's Canada, it's the U.S., it's Finland, it's Sweden.
I know.
Why no Russia, Chris? It's a glaring.
They've been naughty.
It kind of sucks that there's no Russia in here.
It does. Kind of grossly unfair to the Russian players. But that still stems from the war in the Ukraine for a couple of years now here.
Yeah.
So because of that invasion, right? The International Ice Hockey Federation didn't let Russia participate in the Olympics, right? Or they could not participate under the Russian flag.
Yeah.
Right? If you remember how that was settled out. So, this is still, even though it's an NHL kind of event, it is kind of with the International Ice Hockey Federation to some degree. So that's why there's no rush. I hope that gets settled soon, because let's face it, in all reality, you can have a best on best tournament. And these are going to be 4 awesome teams. And Canada plays Finland tonight. Games are on TNT, and then USA plays Sweden tomorrow, and then Friday's off, and then USA plays Canada on Saturday night.
No, tonight, Chris, tonight it's Canada Sweden tonight.
Tonight's Canada Sweden.
Canada Sweden tonight.
Canada Sweden then, yeah. So like, and I don't know if you like. I'm excited to watch it. Like it is the best on best. Like go look at the rosters. That Team USA against Team Canada, and you're like, oh, and you're going, are you kidding me? Like all-star games that actually matter, and so this will be cool. But let's face it, you can have a best on best, and it's going to be good. But kind of like the 1980 Olympics, and kind of like the 1984 Olympics, and then in LA, right in Moscow and LA. Yeah. There's always an asterisk when Russia wasn't in one and the U.S. wasn't in the other.
Now let me ask you, what are the games going to be like? Is it going to be hitting? What are we doing?
Oh yeah.
Okay, so you think they're going to go full bore?
Yes. I listen. Well, a couple of things, because number one, this is a prelude to the Olympics next year, and the NHL players are going to play in the Olympics next year. Okay, so when it was kind of put out there that hey, they want players to play in this tournament, a lot of the general managers of the countries are like, you got to show willingness to play in this if you want to get looked at for the Olympics.
Right.
There's that. Number two, yeah, this is like when you talk to the players, that are playing in it, they're fired up. There's going to be hitting. There's going to be nastiness. There's bragging rights on the line. Yeah, this is big. So I think you're going to see some absolutely flat-out amazing hockey. And I don't know if you saw the picture that USA Hockey put out on social media, but they had a team dinner, I think it was 2 nights ago. And at the team dinner, they had a Ruzioni and McClanahan, who were part of the 1980 Olympic team, right?
Mm-hmm.
They had, I believe, they had Mike Modano there. Like they brought in some USA greats to kind of show some inspiration there. So, yeah, I expect there to be some really good hitting, some really good hockey. And I actually think there's just going to be pure nastiness between the USA and Canada.
Well, it all kicks off tonight. Canada, Sweden, 7 o'clock on TNT. And then tomorrow, it's USA, Finland, 7 o'clock on ESPN. Chris, I hope you enjoy your snow day today. And then next week.
I'm going to.
Yeah, make a snowman later. Send us a picture. And enjoy your time with the family. We'll talk to you next week.
All right, guys. Have an awesome week. Stay safe. Talk to you
later.
later.
It's the great Chris Kerber, everybody.
Sounded like he said Michael McDonald was going to be there. And
I know.
Yeah, dude.
Michael McDonald's going to be there, yeah.
That'll melt the ice if he starts singing, dude. Whew, that falsetto, they'll be playing in a puddle.
Hey, before we get the break, I want to bring this up. A lot of people may have tried to use a sick day this past Monday, after the Super Bowl, just to recharge. But in the future, you might be able to use a sex day.
What?
Huh?
A sex day. I'll explain after the break. A sex day. In your mind, what do you think that could be?
I think it could be a lot of things.
It could be a
Riz.
lot of things.
Mm-hmm.
We'll get to your emails also after the break. It's 9:03. It's Wednesday. Traffic and weather. Moon coming at you.
Traffic is brought to you by Golden Oak Lending. Do you need extra cash? Golden Oak Lending can convert your home's equity into cash in as little as 14 days. Let Golden Oak Lending cure your blues. Only thing I can see going on is an entry ramp to 44 westbound from South Elm is blocked due to a crash right now. Your point forecast: snow and icy mix, high of 32. Right now it's 31 at the Point Studio.
How are you, good sir? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're chugging along on this tour, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, all right, how's the knee going, man? Are you doing okay? And I would assume that Josh has done a lot of apologizing since this all went down. But are you doing all right?
Josh is very sorry, and my knee is still kind of oozing liquid, but we'll be fine.
Is the month for love. And when was the last time you gave your carpet the love and attention it really deserves? Have you gotten down on your hands and knees and adored how clean and refreshed it was? Or are you scared of what you might see or smell? Not only is your carpet one of the biggest investments in your home, but it could also be the biggest air filter in your home. So if your carpet's not clean, if it's dirty, if it hasn't been professionally cleaned, you're breathing unhealthy levels of nasty dirt and dander and bacteria. Lucky for you, Zero Res is going to spread the love to you and your home with their Love Your Rug special. Now, Zero Res, they have over 5,900 Google reviews with a 4.9 rating. So this month, get 3 rooms, 0 resified, starting at just $119, plus a 4th room cleaned for free. And don't forget about Dirt and Dander's favorite hiding place, your air ducts. This month, take $75 off when you get your air ducts 0 res clean. Give them a call, 314-474-2020, or go online anytime at zeroresstl.com and say you want the Riz Show special. Spell forward or backward, it spells the same. It's 0 res.
Check 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Check 1, check 2, check 3, check 4, 5, 6, 7.
Ready to roll? We are backstage at Point Fest. Ladies and gentlemen, Brent and Barry from Shinedown. What's up, gentlemen?
Well,
How are
hello.
you?
What's going on? How are you?
It's great to see you. It's great to see you.
Good to
First
see
of
you.
all,
Thanks for being cool with us because I was super, super late. I was very, very late. Some things in rock and roll haven't changed. The singers are usually late.
Now listen, if we're going to do it, you are 18 minutes behind. I don't think that that's even late as far as rock stars go. I think that's just about flat.
All right, we can take that. We can take that.
Yeah.
I don't know if do we look at ourselves as, the RS, the rock star type?
You don't have to. I appreciate that you don't, but I do, and I can.
I
You know what I
appreciate
mean?
it. The reason I am late though is because I needed to take a shower because, quite frankly, I smelled like a farm animal. So I wanted to make sure that we were good today.
So see, the 18 minutes late is completely acceptable, and I do appreciate it.
Awesome, you should, because I had to be next to him. It was not good.
Well, first and foremost, congratulations on the record.
Thank you.
I mean, it's absolutely fantastic. The song Devil has been doing amazing things for the radio station. People loved it as soon as we put it on the air. There is something so great, and it just has that sort of anthemic quality about it. Where did that song fall in the recording of this particular record? Was that one of your first ones that came about?
It came about probably right in the middle. There were a lot of things about in regards to Attention, the new album. We did things a little differently this time. We've had the pleasure of working with a lot of producers, a lot of great engineers, male and female. But it was time for us to do it in-house. So our bass player, Eric Bass, who is quite frankly, way more than a bass player. He produced Attention. He also mixed it. And so the dynamic of everything, too, is that it is a conceptual piece of work, but not in the traditional sense. We call it a story album because everything takes place inside of a room on the record. The goal is to put the audience and the listener into this room to take this journey. And Devil is basically the beginning of this journey because we don't look at it as like the story starts off at rock bottom, but the fact is this individual that is inside the story has come to a place in their life where if they don't confront what's inside of them that could potentially sabotage them, their family, and quite frankly, their actual life in general, they're gonna have to face these demons basically. So Devil starts the beginning of the story of Attention, but the actual song was probably written about middle of the way in the recording process, or the writing process, I should say.
And there's a lot going on here because you recorded at Eric's studio, which was not a commercial studio that normally does this kind of thing, correct?
It is a commercial studio for him. He's done a lot of stuff there. In fact, when we met Eric 10 years ago, 11 years ago, when we were doing Sound of Madness, we were writing for Sound of Madness, and we actually went to his studio to write. We didn't know him. He was just a producer at that studio, and we wrote at that studio. And then, things happened and changed, and we said, what about that guy? Because he's extremely smart and a great producer. He was a producer first, came into us as the bass player.
Sure.
So, but he's done other records out of there, and other records have been done out of there even when he's not home. But it's not one of the, it's his place. So he has ownership of it. He built it. And this was actually the last record done there. He's moving the studio, so this was it. This was the, it's bittersweet, but it was a great time.
Well, I watched that documentary, and finding out that he's a big Ben Folds fan, I am borderline stalker-like when it comes to that man. So
Really?
Well, not really, but
That's
just
okay.
a big
Ben Folds
fan.
is great.
Yeah. So that part was very interesting. I wonder about the dynamic while you guys are recording. Now, I have interviewed you guys numerous times over the years. I don't know you, though, as people, but I would bet you that while you're making a record, it can get intense.
Sure.
Do you guys fight? Do you guys argue? Do you guys... because I would think everybody's passionate. Passion levels are on high when you're doing this project that you put so much into. Do you guys communicate that way? Do you get after each other that way, or am I misreading that?
What are your thoughts on that?
I think sometimes we do. You put a lot of pressure on yourselves, and then Eric took extra pressure on himself producing and mixing the record. But what's nice about us is we're still a family. We truly love each other and hang out with each other. So if it is a spat, it's more like, a frustration type of thing instead of, you suck and you can't do it right or any of that kind of thing. But having Eric on the other side, having Eric produce this record, he knows us so well, he was able to pull different things out of us. He knows our strengths and weaknesses. So if he knew he was going to push you in a direction that might be not in your comfort zone for a song, he knew how to kind of manipulate you that way to get it out of you.
That's fantastic.
Because I think any producer with any band is also a psychiatrist in a way, because you're dealing with very fragile egos. We're all artists. And so you really have to be able to get inside somebody's head and know how far you can push them without pushing them over the edge.
I have to be very, very frank about it, though. The fact of the matter is Eric had a really good way of looking at this process and this album. We would rather go crazy making it ourselves rather than watch someone go crazy trying to make it.
Yeah.
Because the dynamic of us and the four of us, there wasn't a day that Eric walked in and I spent
Like, oh, dude, I'm going to something that's going to be miserable in this weather, and you're looking to lay a path for a new career. Well, let me tell you about the Flooring Industry Council of Greater St. Louis. Right now, you can start your career as a floor layer apprentice with the Carpenters Union and get started now by applying on the website apply.ficstl.org. There is a huge demand, a huge need for floor layers with the Carpenters Union. You can call them 314-644-4800 and get information on a system in which you get paid while you learn. Some careers, I'm sure you've been thinking about getting into a career and quitting the job that you have, but you're like, I don't have time or the resources to set aside to get an expensive degree and pile on debt while delaying years of valuable earning potential. This is not that scenario. This is an earn while you learn education model that allows hardworking folks to make money while learning the skills necessary to embark on this successful career. That means you get real world experience on job sites and you get paid in the process. Don't you love that? A get paid and earn while you learn. Union membership, union benefits, so many different perks. If that sounds good, talk to them. Call 314-644 or 4800. I'm sorry, 314-644-4800 or go to the website apply.ficstl.org.
How are you, good sir? It's nice to see you again.
Yeah, I'm doing well. We're chugging along on this tour, and it feels pretty good.
Yeah, well, first and foremost, all right, how's the knee going, man? Are you doing okay? And I would assume that Josh has done a lot of...
On the snow. It's 9:15.
I was told, everything I was reading was like 9 a.m. to 6 p.m., but it depends on the area, too. So further north, more stuff. Further south, less stuff.
I want to know if I have to go to the dentist or not.
You do have to go to the dentist.
Dude, rock
It's
it.
too late.
Rock it.
What are you getting done?
You got
my 6-month cleaning.
You need to get it done.
You got 4-wheel drive, just in case. We ain't going to need it. We'll be fine.
I know.
Have a little adventure,
got this, dog.
I know.
Yeah.
We want to hear the story tomorrow.
I've been reporting on the highways, too. People are staying home,
People are staying home today.
So, you're good. I'm confident.
I'm seeing some flurries now.
It'll be a story that the EMT and cops tell. We found him frozen in a snowdrift.
Yeah, the wintry
whitest
mix.
teeth I ever saw.
The wintry mix has begun. Yeah, your breath is going to be great for the ambulance.
Yeah, great. Look at them pearly whites. Clean underwear and pearly whites. Nice.
I'm kidding. You do what you want, man. Don't do anything that makes you feel unsafe. You hear?
I'm just wondering if, over there at Foley Dental out there in Glen Carbon, what's up? Office open?
What's
Office
that?
closed?
You up? Yeah, ask your dentist.
Foley, he
you
wants
up?
you to let him off the hook. He wants someone from the office to reach out and
Right.
say,
Yeah. You don't have to come in today.
Hey, we understand you got a long drive. We'll get you rescheduled without it taking months to get you back on the books.
Right. Yes,
You
that's
screwed
what I want.
everything up, though. Then
So
you got
if
to.
you're listening, Foley, let the man off the hook today.
I mentioned this before. A lot of people, tried a sick day this past Monday after the Super Bowl, but in the future, we all might be able to use a sex day. So a new report says that it's possible that workplaces may start providing special days for sexual wellness.
Oh, God.
These so-called sex days would be dedicated time off for intimacy, health, and related needs.
I thought we all wanted to know less about each other's sex lives, not more.
Yeah.
Now we're submitting it to HR. Excuse me, I need to take Monday off because I have a sexual health day.
So how's your voice for that? Because a sick day, I'm not feeling so great.
It's orgasmic, Scott.
Is this for baby making? Is this for somebody that's
I'm not going to be coming in today.
You know what I'm saying? Like tracking.
I don't know.
This is for those that are tracking the calendar and they're trying to get pregnant.
Like if you're ovulating.
That's what
right,
sure.
That was my first thought.
Yeah.
Was like if
It sounds very European.
Most people support the idea of paid or unpaid sex days.
Well, yeah, man, you're getting laid. Yeah.
Paid
and
and paid.
Paid.
I don't have
Get
to go
paid.
to work today, and I'm also
getting worked.
Get laid.
getting some work
Get in
done.
there.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't know how you would call in for this.
Oh,
Star 69, dude. I don't know.
You're not calling in. You're putting this up on the whiteboard.
Yeah.
Man.
You're sending out a
Sorry,
company-wide
boys.
email.
Won't be in tomorrow.
Sex day.
Hey, where's Rafe today? Oh, you didn't hear?
He's poking.
Took another sex day.
Took a sex day.
What about single people?
What about the single people, Riz? Exactly. That are not trying to have the
Stay home
kids,
and
but are
Joe.
still ovulating and very horny.
Stay home and Joe.
What about them?
That's sexual wellness, too.
I guess it is.
And don't
Sexual
you
wellness.
discriminate with this sexual wellness?
Intimacy, health, and related needs.
My new doll came in, so I will be taking a sex day tomorrow.
In fact, I'm going to be taking 2 sex
Rodney,
days.
just take the day. You
Yeah, we
don't have to
don't
tell
need
us
to know.
about the doll. Well, didn't want you guys to think I was lying.
You know what? The Moon has a point. Like the ovulating, I have friends that are, they're wanting to become moms, and that ovulation tracker is real, dude.
Yeah, you got a calendar.
The body temperature, all that stuff, especially if you are somebody who it's complicated to get pregnant. I mean, that is the top of mine.
Absolutely ridiculous.
No, you need a pump and dump day if you're having a hard time.
I think it's a great
This
idea.
is ridiculous.
Fire in the hole.
This is so dumb.
I don't know. I mean, I'm supportive of the paternity leave, and so I'll support this. I don't care.
Paternity leave.
Paternity leave. I get a
Well,
new
when you
puppy.
get a new
I got to
puppy.
stay home for a couple of weeks because I'm
A couple
in love.
weeks?
Couple weeks.
Yeah, man. Okay, we're
Got a
potty
new
training.
goldfish.
No, man.
We need to snuggle.
I need to bond.
I'm nesting.
I need to imprint on my new angelfish.
Ridiculous.
Hey, Riz.
Sexual wellness brought to you by Blue Chew.
Hey, Riz, I need to get off on Tuesday.
Oh, nice.
Put in for it.
You and the
Oh
jokes.
no.
Yeah.
You put out for it.
You're gonna have to pull out the request sheet.
Actually, we were all wanting it, so we got to throw all of our keys into a hat. Yeah. Draw them out and see who gets off.
Yeah, now 2 people take sexual health days off at the same time. You're like, ooh, scandalous. Scandalous.
That's
Scandalous.
right. Hey, don't get in my business.
Yeah, does anybody actually have a job that offers this? And would it be a no-no to misuse a sex day?
Yeah.
Just to suggest that maybe you're getting more action than you are. You know what I
I
mean?
saw Todd at Walmart on his 6th day, and he wasn't banging nobody.
He wasn't sweaty at all. Todd's a
He was
liar.
getting topsoil. I think he was gardening. You know, mad
He's
about
digging there.
I'd be bragging, though. Yeah, boss, I'm getting laid so much I need another sex day. Dude, this is your 30th sex day this year. I know, man.
Lots of tail. I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Just take a sick day like a normal person. Stop telling everybody you're getting your rocks off. I don't want to know.
I'm dehydrated, boss. All right. Well, seriously, you ever seen the movie Seven, where they find that guy with all the there's
glutton?
a puff of air coming out? That's how I feel when I'm done. I'm so dehydrated. I'm sexing so
What?
much. All right, stop it.
Take a
You can
personal
have the
day.
day.
All right, Moon, let's get to some emails. Rizzo at 1057thepoint.com, or send your instant feedback to the 1057 The Point mobile app.
All right, we're going to start with entertainment reviews. Hey, everybody.
Hello.
Long-time listener. From time to time, you guys discuss looking for movie recommendations. I think I found one everybody on the show will enjoy, except for King Scott, because there are no old-time cowboys or shiny objects in it.
Thank you.
This is called Honora. It's about a stripper who falls in love with a rich young Russian guy and the fallout when his parents find out.
Man.
It's charming, it's funny, it surprisingly has a lot of heart, but be warned, this is not family friendly. It also very timely to watch this film as it's been winning a lot of awards and is poised to win the Best Picture at the Oscars.
Honora?
Jeremy.
Yeah.
What is it?
Honora. A-N-O-R-A.
That's like the fourth person that's told me about this.
I need people to start including where we can watch. I do not want to have to Google anything.
Honora, it's got 94% on the tomatoes.
This can be one of those buy.
It's in theaters, Fandango at home. You can rent it on Fandango
Prime.
now does not Donnie Fandango, but the website Fandango does movie rentals now.
I wish Donnie had a movie store.
He does. He has a little booth outside.
I don't even know where I own half of this.
He's got a jacket and he opens it up. It's just DVDs
with a little the square.
He's got
thing,
all the
whatever,
red
you just
box
slide your card through.
inventory.
You remember when we found out that you can own Amazon movies and they can take them away from you?
What?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. You can so. I thought I owned like 7 or 8 movies.
You don't know nothing.
That I've been buying the last 10 years on Amazon. No, horse crap. They can pull it and it's not yours, even though you.
They're $30.
Yeah, even though you bought it. So I don't
Unless
even.
you physically have the copy.
Right. I don't even know where these things are. I just bought this Count of Monte Cristo, this French version thing, and I think it was through Apple. I don't know. I searched for it on the Apple TV, and then it just says purchase. I purchase it. I actually don't even know where that money's going anymore.
You can watch it on Amazon Prime for $9.99.
You know what?
Apple TV $5.99, YouTube $5.99. It's everywhere.
You guys got any movies on your phones? Like I have The Crow downloaded. I paid for it to have it on my phone so I can emergency watch The Crow anytime.
What? It's the most emo thing I've ever heard in my life.
I know.
She's taking
Sometimes
crow
I
days
just
off
need it.
work.
I've got the Crow for emergencies.
I mean, sometimes I got it on in here.
on my handheld
Taking a crow
device.
day.
Where would I find that?
Like
Crow?
like in your like your music, like your
Apple.
Let's see, like what do you do here?
Music. Is it
Your
a
iTunes
music?
store, and then you go to like movies, and then you can see movies that you
How do
have
I get to that?
purchased. I don't know how it works, man. I just know that I can watch it when I need to.
iTunes Store.
Yeah.
Go.
Go to your purchases.
Movies.
And you
that's
got your
old.
library. Oh, you know what? Actually, I got 2 movies, and the other one is total crap, but I love it. Underrated, Blast from the Past, starring Brendan Fraser and
That's a
Alicia
good movie.
Silverstone.
That is a good movie.
Those are the 2 movies that I always have on my
Christopher
phone.
Walken's in that, right?
Christopher Walken's in it, yes.
I own nothing.
I highly suggest everybody have an emergency movie on their phone because, for instance, Tim and I, whenever we were at the Sonic Temple Music Festival, we were in the parking lot for 3 hours because we couldn't leave. We watched Wayne's World 2 on emergency on his phone. So, you know,
I do not have any emergency
I
movies.
far prefer his
And-
emergency movie.
And you're right.
everybody should have an emergency
should have
downloaded
one.
movie.
What should
That's
my
awesome.
emergency movie be?
I don't know, and it has to be. Don't do it for anybody else.
Probably,
whatever it
yeah.
is for you.
Where do you
for
find
Nora.
such a thing?
You go to your iTunes store or whatever your stupid phone
iTunes
is,
store.
and then you go to purchases, and then you have your
the
downloaded
store.
movies. I have it in HDR.
iTunes Store. And then
Oh,
it's in
the App
purchase.
Store.
Library?
No, the iTunes Store.
Oh God, I'm done. No,
This one.
I've
the
lost.
right
I've
place?
lost. I don't care anymore.
All right.
Okay, fine.
I got nothing.
What's your emergency movie then, Rafe? What's it going to be?
I don't
So
know.
many
I have so many apps.
Can you just find your iTunes store?
Yeah, I don't know if I still have that.
Go to my purchases. Oh, look at that.
Oh, there it is.
Oh, The Count of Monte Cristo, Gladiator 2, Dune Part 2,
Those.
The Shawshank Redemption, Napoleon, Killers of the Flower Moon.
Now I'm sure those are
Oppenheimer.
not downloaded on your phone.
No.
Yeah,
Barbie,
download one.
Mission Impossible 7, Dead Reckoning, Idiocracy, National Lampoon's European Vacation, Ghostbusters, Ghostbusters 2, Ghostbusters another one, Arlington Road, Tenet, 1917, Saving
You
Private
own all
Ryan,
these. Well, you quote unquote own all these movies.
Ad Astra, and Elf. Yes, I own
you
it.
bought. You bought Ad Astra.
And Elf. It's everywhere.
And maybe that's why I'm so upset with it. Because I paid
Why'd you
money.
buy it?
I don't
It
know.
does change the way you do think about it.
Heck
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, did I rent it or did I buy it? I bought it, apparently. I anticipated it being worthy of a second watch, and I was wrong.
You're an idiot.
Yes, I feel stupid.
What's my emergency movie? I think it's going to
Goodfellas?
be.
I mean-
no, because you know what?
It has to be something you can watch everywhere.
It's got to be something I could probably watch with my family too.
I have Richard Pryor Omit the Logic documentary that I bought
Probably
probably
because
20 years ago
There we
on
go.
iTunes.
I think
but it's still there.
Spaceballs.
At least you
there?
still
That's a
got
good
it.
one.
See, that's great. Thank you.
Spaceballs would be a good,
Thank you,
Perfect
Apple.
download on your phone movie.
good on the phone movie.
I can't even connect to my iTunes store,
Oh, no.
so I don't know what's going on there. It
I
just
apologize.
flashes the whole time I open it. Just
They
flashes.
threw you out. You're not allowed to shop there. Next.
Hey, y'all. This is a bit of a how the sausage is made question, but I've always been curious. Who's the guy who does all the commercial voiceover stuff for y'all? Like the current cake commercial, you want to win some tickets so you can go see cake. I've heard him on local Missouri TV.
His name is Drew.
And I just heard him on a commercial on Hulu for shampoo. He's been doing VO work for y'all for years, but I'm starting to notice him more elsewhere. Weird
Drew.
question, but inquiring minds want to know.
His name is Drew.
Great
hired
fella.
him here a long time ago. I think before you were here, Moon. I remember when he got hired, and he was an in-house guy.
He was DJ for a little bit.
Yeah, he would do like shifts on the point every once in a while. But
Yeah, he was doing nights when I came in.
and then now he's off-site. Now he's got his own home studio, and he's killing it.
Which is
Doesn't
beautiful.
Practical Jokers.
Oh yeah, he's the voice of a lot of things.
Yeah.
And if you want to
everything from herpes medicine to the cake at the factory.
If you want
Damn
to
right.
see him, he's been on some bank commercial paddling a canoe. Have you seen that recently?
He's everywhere.
Oh, he's actually in the commercial.
He's in it. Yeah, he's paddling a canoe because the motor breaks or something. I swear it's a bank.
His little girl just did her first VO for a movie.
Oh, cool.
Wow.
His little daughter. Yeah.
How'd she get that job?
Daddy helped her.
Huh?
Oh,
Yeah.
Nepotism.
Nepotism runs
Nepotism.
rampant in this
It is.
ridiculous industry.
Stupid industry.
You like nepotism?
Let's complain about it.
Yeah, dude's the voice for I think White Castle.
He was on SNL. He did he was the coffee machine voice on an SNL skit that was hysterical. Remember the one that was like saying all the ridiculous names?
Yeah.
That was
That's him?
true. Yeah.
But he's here in St. Louis. It's cool.
Every once in a while, I'll hear him on TV. I'll go, oh, it's Drew. Trying to impress my kids. Like, I know that guy.
Yeah.
The guy reading the list of all the things that can happen to you if you take this medicine. I know that guy.
That is kind of
And
fun.
they're not impressed.
In this business, there's a couple. Like Rob Naughton used to be the voice of TNT, the channel.
That's right.
And he was cool. He worked at Casey for a while, and just it's an interesting industry because then you do hear voices. You're like, is that so and so? And it usually is.
There you go. Drew. Next.
Okay. Learn.
What?
You're gonna want to sit down.
Okay.
Learn was talking about buying this old 70s van that was redone, and we were encouraging her, as good friends should do,
To not do
it. Well, all of us wanted her to do it. I want to ride in the gosh dang van.
I still, maybe not that van. We checked it out. Not a good purchase, but I'm still manifesting a van.
So Riz, on the other hand, said that this is a stupid idea. I reached out to my friend at Midwest Classic Car Services. This dude is awesome. He knows his stuff, and he helps with like pre-purchase inspections and appraisals and all that kind of. He basically finds buyers for classic and special interest cars and helps people make sure that they're not getting screwed. Okay.
Yeah.
He emailed back with this quote: "As far as the van itself, this is somebody's homemade chopped up project.
Okay, before you go on, let's describe the van. So the van is not here. It's in Kansas City.
It's in Kansas City.
Sweet.
Yeah.
It's in Kansas City. It's a what? What year?
I believe it's a 1973. I said 78. It's a 73.
73 rebuilt engine.
Mhm.
So you'd have to go there to get it. How much?
$20,000.
$20,000. You go, oh man,
get it for 15.
Yeah.
Yeah, with you guys, I get it for 15.
And you were talking about getting rid of your regular car,
Right.
and this be your primary driver.
That's correct.
Moon, go on.
Okay, they made
part's crazy.
They made an originally huge 18-foot long van into a weird munchkin-looking van. So that's kind of scary, not knowing the skill level of the person cutting a vehicle in half and welding it back together. So structural integrity is going to be a huge safety factor you got to look into. Looking at the pictures, the motor does not look like it's actually been touched. Driver's side valve cover, front engine is covered with oil, transmission fluid all over the place. That's common for most Mopars, but this motor, if it was redone, you wouldn't see any of this. I see no controls or lines for air conditioning, so driving that thing every day in the summer is going to be very warm, Learn, especially when the motor is sitting next to your right leg. Consider that as well. $20,000? Ridiculous. Dodge vans aren't worth much of anything. This thing is worth probably $12K. Hope that helps.
It does.
Everybody needs
It's
to
not
know a car
happening.
nerd.
Thank you.
I know.
Appreciate it.
He's like the best guy with bad
On to the next.
On to the next. I'll find her. Don't you worry.
Too good to be true, Lauren, because it had a Van Halen poster inside the
And a
van.
disco ball and shag carpeting, and it looked nice.
There were some
Liked it.
But thank you for the free service. That's pretty tight.
That's very nice.
Literally
Thanks.
something shiny. We're like, oh, I need it.
No, I've been looking for a while. I'm in the van groups.
Because, dude, I was like pushing. I was like, hey, we haven't talked about that van in a couple days. What do you think? Because I wanted to get it. I wanted to ride in it.
I got
it
so
looked,
many
It looked
I'm in a
so
van
cool.
group called Van Halen, spelled Hailein.
Yeah.
Just
I got-
looking. I'm always
My people
cruising.
are looking out for me, and I appreciate that.
I'm looking out for you, too. I kue you'd be miserable with this thing.
I know, but you go straight to the misery. At least Moon did a little bit of research.
It's called being practical.
Okay.
I didn't do any research.
It's
I
a
just reached out to
pessimist.
the pro.
Yeah. No, I appreciate
I
it.
said, if you're going to do this, especially go to Kansas City to get this, you need to bring a mechanic with you.
I know.
Remember, Mr. Practical drives a Jeep, by
I
the
know.
way.
What's impractical about that? I get excellent
That's
gas
a cool
mileage.
car. You do?
You do?
You're worried about going to the
What do you think my
dentist
gas
in the
mileage
snow
is?
later.
20 or less.
Wrong.
It's higher.
It's 25.
Brother,
I'd like to
there's
see
a gauge
the
on it.
stats on that.
Show me over 18.5, $10 is yours.
Okay, well, after the show.
All right.
Dang.
Right on.
I guarantee you it's at least 23.
23, $20.
Still feeling good about it? Mr. Practical?
23? Mr. Practical.
$50.
With your big
Mr. Practical
tires.
used to have a
You're on.
Charger.
$50 I'm on?
That thing,
Not 50
I'll tell you
bucks.
what, that thing gets 25 miles a gallon. If you drive it 15 miles, put it on a flatbed and haul it the next 10.
Okay.
How do you guys know this? Like, is there?
All right,
do I know?
Let's go. Let's go.
I'm a
How
Jeep
much goes?
enthusiast.
TLX?
Let's go.
I love Jeeps, and I'm one of those guys that has the little MPG thing right
I'll
there.
bet you
and
$100 it's in the 20s.
I play
100
play
bucks.
games.
$100 into the 20s.
I don't play games.
$100.
I've been driving one, and it's not quite in
Take
the
the
20s.
bet, dude.
$100
No
it's in the
way,
100 bucks. It's in the 20s.
$100 it's in the 20s.
We have a Camry that gets 24.
I said $50 over 23. You said 23 very confidently. Let's stick with the 50.
$100. It's in the 20s. Come on, buddy. Let's go.
You got a hundo on you?
Okay, $100 if it's over 21.
That's a good
I'm
deal. You're getting 9 of the 20s. in
You
that
have to
deal.
go on Facebook Live, by the way, for this immediately after
You're
the
getting
show.
22
So-
through 30 on that. That's a fair deal.
I love these things.
I have to go to Glen Carbon today. I'm not sure about the gas mileage
Excuse
on
me?
that.
You're not leaving here
Before the
until
I
trip,
may
you
have
figure
to
this
four-wheel
out.
drive. I don't know.
Before the trip.
Dentist is canceled, my friend.
I
They
put an
just
extra
called.
pair of tennis shoes in there, so I'm actually hauling extra weight.
Yeah, I don't know.
$100. I get 21.0 and under, and you get 21.1 and over.
He's gonna go take the
man.
tire off the back of it and
I
roll it
know.
up. Like he's dropping weight, dude. Like he's trying to land a plane that's running out of gas.
Ooh, man.
No, you don't.
no.
You don't get the trick.
Every once in a while, I like to
He's
put on
pushing
the
kids out of the car.
Every once in a while, I like to look at it, like see how
Yeah,
much
I play
get.
that game. I always,
I love playing that
I would always
game.
tell my wife, like, "Oop, just got
Ooh,
over
It was
19."
in the 20s last time.
Okay,
It
what's
was
in
not.
there?
There's no
You better
way.
be
Because I'm
was
driving
not.
basically the same exact vehicle, and it's about 16.
No, definitely not.
Now, that sounds a little more.
But that's because
correct.
you're a drag racer. Look at your hair.
That's true. I do go
You
fast.
crazy guy. He does
No
grandpa
way.
his car. I've seen him drive, and he grandpas it
I love
hard.
you, but I
We're gonna go down
do
after the
not
show.
believe you.
We're gonna go down after the show.
I know because I'm collecting.
We're going down after the show.
All right.
$100.
21 and under.
Fine. $100.
21.0 is
Fine.
mine. 21.1 and up is yours.
Fine.
How
We will
much?
go live. Let it
Yeah,
be
baby.
known.
What's the bet?
$100.
$100.
All right,
Benjamin,
we will film this later.
welcome to my
We're gonna
pocket.
go right after the show.
Fine.
Thanks,
Right
Midwest
downstairs.
Classic Car Services.
Scott or Rafe will have to film it.
One more.
Hey, Moon, can I borrow $100?
We gotta hit the break.
Okay. Let's see. Let's see. Hey, what's up? I'm reaching out this morning because of the podcast that I just heard you guys talking about. While I haven't personally needed any help from my friend when it comes to, quote, disposing of problems, he's always mentioned having access to remote properties. Now, this comes on the back of what we were talking about, where if your sibling did something gnarly, would you
Narc him out?
hide it for them, right? This person says, on top of that, he told me that his company has excavators that will dig 60 feet in 5 minutes, basically making sure that nothing is ever found again.
Oh, okay.
He also has a massive collection of firearms, over 100 guns ranging from 50 caliber rifles to 22 pistols.
This is my ex.
After seeing this collection, which is worth over $1 million, he says, I can't help but wonder if there's more to his past than he lets on, or if this is just extreme fascination with weapons and burying things.
Who's this?
This is his friend. His longtime partner left him after only 2 years because she was afraid of him. Should I be worried? What does she know that I don't?
No, you're good.
Yeah, don't ask questions.
So this is a person with supposedly $1 million in weapons collection, including a 50 cal rifle,
Nice.
and has made multiple mentions about how he owns excavators that will dig 60 feet in 5 minutes and can bury things where
This is
nothing
somebody
will
you
ever be
remain
found.
friends with and on his good side.
Yeah.
What are you, an idiot? Don't ask any questions.
This
This is somebody
what's
you
the
want
actual question here?
I
Should
know.
I hang out with
Should
this
I
guy?
be worried too? And what does the gal know that I don't?
No, stay on his good side, and when stuff goes down, that's his house you go to. Idiot.
Yeah, she probably didn't go get his food
Not a
during the
sense-
Super Bowl.
No question.
Everybody should have a mole man in their life, and this man is a mole man.
What's this guy do for a living?
It doesn't matter. He could dig holes and
He
has
lives
firearms.
underground.
I wonder if she left or if she left.
Oh.
And where is she?
Yeah. Check the yard.
I don't know.
Ask no
This could
questions.
Go either way. There's like I can see this just being like a gun obsessed guy who is almost bankrupt from all of the from his toys, or maybe he is a closeted CIA millionaire. Who knows?
I mean, who doesn't have a gun
doomsday
hoarder
prepper.
in their family?
I do.
I mean, my cousin is this person.
I have
Our gun hoarder passed away, and the guns have been dispersed. So now we all look like hoarders.
I have gun hoarders in my life.
I'm starting to be one. I have a BB gun. So.
Look at you go.
Listen, guys, hate to spoil the fun. We got to take one final break. We'll come back. We'll wrap her up.
Okay.
What's going on? It's Liv, and I am joined right now by a hailstorm. It is Point Fest 2022. So stoked to have you guys here, back from the dead, back here in St. Louis.
Absolutely. Yes, she said it.
Round two.
Round
back
two.
from the
Roll
dead.
credits.
Yes. The only storm today is going to be hailstorm.
Yes. Oh my God.
Is in Belleville. Thecopperfire.com. You can see their menu online right now. They updated it for 2025, which is always exciting. And let's see, it is Wednesday, right? So Wine and Wing Wednesdays. That's what's happening tonight at Copperfire. Don't forget, Wednesday through Friday, 4 to 7, they have their happy hour. They started a loyalty program for those of us who just can't get enough. I'm there all throughout the year. I really am. They have a great patio for whenever it's warmed up. It's cozy. They got a good little lounge area in the back. Great place to bring the kiddos if you want an early dinner. And if you want to take somebody to like a nice dinner to see some live music on the weekends, it's excellent as well. It really is something for everyone in the St. Louis area. And like I said, it's in downtown Belle Vegas. You'll see Renee and Mark walking around. They're the owners. They even have an upstairs area that you can rent out and have it catered for private parties, whether it's a surprise party, a baby shower, wedding shower. I don't know, you just want to make that into a big old dance floor up there. They'll let you do it. It's a pretty good time at Copperfire. So get in on it, all right? The vibe is everything. Thecopperfire.com.
Dude, this sucks. Hey, welcome back to the farm. So a couple weeks ago, a storm blew through and knocked a big-ass tree down. So I got a tree that I need to kind of get rid of, or at least saw down a little bit. So, of course, I got the pro, Mark from Colonel Landscaping, with me. So, Mark, not only do you put trees in,
yes, sir,
but you take trees out.
Yes, sir. Full service.
So you see what we got here?
Yeah. So I think it might have been dead before it fell.
Yeah. But who knows what kind of wind blew it over? We just came down here and it was felled.
Yes, sir.
So we need to cut it down. We need to kind of haul it out of here. So
we'll cut it into some manageable pieces.
Cut it
get
into
up to the
manageable
road
pieces and then just haul it out to somewhere, a burn pile somewhere. So what should we do?
We're gonna get it into small enough sections, move it in by hand. Since we're on a pretty steep slope here, we're not getting anything else down there, so it's gonna take a little
elbow grease?
A little hauling ourselves.
How old do you think this thing is, or was?
It's 60 plus.
60 plus years old?
Oh yeah.
So I guess we should just start sawing pieces off and make them manageable sizes.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Well, you got a fun job. All right, so Mark's gonna keep sawing. We're gonna cut that tree down into small pieces. Using the chainsaw was awesome. Dream come true. So thanks to Mark from Colonel Landscaping. I'm sure there are more projects to do around here. There's always something to do around here. See you next time on the farm. All right, we've made our way to the supposed cemetery. This is where my kids say they heard some weird stuff. The dog won't go near here. So I'm assuming this in here, something's buried or something's going on here. There's a weird kind of creepy gate, which I don't know if this is locked, but let me try to find maybe a headstone or some kind of grave marking. Listen, there's got to be a reason why there's barbed wire around this place and it's been fenced off, so. Let me consult I have a ghost hunting app.
Think about it. Springtime, you're sitting out on your deck, surveying your land, or, I don't know, the dogs are running around in the backyard, the nice fenced-in backyard. Well, you need a new deck, you need a new fence, you call Chesterfield Fence and Deck. Get on the books. Chesterfield Fence and Deck been around for 57 years now, one of St. Louis's top names in home improvement. Quality and professionalism, that's what they put first in every single thing they do, whether it's a new fence or a new deck or a new sunroom, screen room, patio, retaining wall, windows. They're a company you could trust with your home. Of course, your biggest investment. Let's talk about fences. Beautiful cedar fence or the vinyl fence, low maintenance, lifetime product in a variety of colors. How about an aluminum fence or, hell, even a steel and chain link fence? And, of course, the decks. Beautiful natural cedar decks, or maybe the Venka deck, the vinyl decking, the strongest deck in the industry with no maintenance. And gorgeous colors to match your house. All the products guaranteed by a 5-year labor warranty. And if you mention the Riz Show this month, you'll get 20% off your next installed outdoor project with Chesterfield Fence and Deck. I can attest to the great work they do. They're amazing. It's Chesterfield Fence and Deck online at chesterfieldfence.com. After all, who doesn't want a bigger deck? Is our guest on the phone?
There's some guy named Bert on the phone.
Oh.
Bert.
Hopefully
That's the guy I'm supposed to be calling, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Ladies and gentlemen, the machine, Bert Chrysler on the phone.
Hey, man.
That was well played, gentlemen. That was well played.
Well, we're expecting a call from Bert Cummings, too, so we're not sure.
Oh, okay. Okay, good.
You know, it's funny. I told my son yesterday, I was like, hey, I have one of my favorite comedians on the show tomorrow. He goes, awesome, you have Kevin Hart on. I go, damn it.
My daughters and I saw Jumanji, the first one, for the first time, and I was like, I got out and I was like, God, I want to like text Kevin and tell him how great that movie was. And they're like, Kevin who? I said, Kevin Hart. And they go, you know Kevin Hart? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, Dad, come on, you don't have to lie to us. I was like, no, I know Kevin Hart. They're like, Dad, how would he know a guy like you? I was like, you know he's a comedian, right? And they're like, yeah, but he does, like, big shows. I'm like, oh, my God.
Do your kids think you're cool?
No, not at all. Not even remotely. Not even remotely.
Really? So, I mean, you have a lot of very famous friends, and they're not impressed?
Well, first of all, my daughter's not a friend. My oldest daughter's not a huge fan of Joe Rogan's. She's a little woke. And so our sensibility, what makes us giggle, offends my oldest daughter.
Oh, no.
My youngest daughter's clueless. She doesn't it just, they have no clue at all. Like, they're, by the way, they're just, maybe you don't want your kids to think you're cool. I don't know. I thought my dad was a badass, but they think I'm an idiot.
But they know their dad has a cool job. They know, their dad is a comedian, doesn't go to an office, every day.
Well, you know what they know is that the boys that go to school that are the bros, the meatheads, the morons, the chest thumpers are all huge fans of their dad, and they're like, roll their eyes. The boys that are probably going to end up being problematic are all fans of their dad and all his friends. They said to my daughter Isla, you know Joey Diaz? And Isla's like, Uncle Joey? And they go, yeah, Uncle Joey. But Isla calls him Uncle Joey because he is her uncle. And they're like, that's so epic. Does he slide? And it's like I got dosed by Ari Shaffir in my backyard with ecstasy one time.
I heard that story. Yeah,
these boys think it's awesome, and my daughters are like, "Yeah, he almost killed my dad." Like, they're like
it's funny.
So it's a slippery slope, gentlemen.
No, I got it. Are you afraid of your daughters Googling you? And I'm sure they have.
Oh, they've definitely Googled me. I remember the first time some kid in the library pulled up my machine story. They were really young, so they were still sharing a room back then. And I went in to put him to bed, and my oldest daughter goes, hey, Dad, some kids at school said you robbed a train. And I was like, well, it's a long story. And they're like, you didn't rob a train, right? And I was like, no, I actually did rob a train. And they're like, but bad guys made you do it, right? And I was like, well, kind of. And my wife's like, just tell them the story. So I get a glass of wine, and I sit down, and I was like, all right, when I was 22, I got involved with the Russian mafia. And they're like, what? And I tell them the story, right? I get to the very end, and I was like, I get off the train, I'm walking to my class. The cop is standing in front of the class I just robbed. Next to the gangster I robbed them with, Isla, my youngest, goes, stop! I can't know anymore. Do you get away with it? And I'm like, you moron. I'm sitting right here.
Got to the end. Do you get away with it?
And by the way,
got to the end. I gotta know.
And by the way, that's one of the famous stories you tell on stage. And now that story is a major motion picture.
Yeah, we just shot the movie in Serbia. We're editing it right now.
How crazy is that?
I go back in September, yeah.
Unbelievable.
And Mark Hamill is in the movie.
What?
Mark Hamill plays my dad.
Amazing. Amazing.
Yeah, he's phenomenal in it.
Along with the fact that you just casually said, yeah, we just shot a movie in Serbia. You know, that's pretty damn impressive, too.
Yeah, it was 3 months. We spent 3 months in Serbia, shot the movie. It was probably the most amazing experience of my life, you know. And when I say I gave it everything on this movie, I ruptured my tendons in my left elbow, doing action scenes.
Talking about Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts right now, because my wife and I yesterday were talking about how happy we are that our house got turned over to Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts, because we did not have total indoor comfort when we first got into the house. So we had no idea why one room was hot, another was freezing, and we just couldn't keep up with it. We were constantly changing our thermostat and trying to figure it out. So we called in Anton's. Anton's did an energy audit, and man, the house has never been the same. It's been incredible. We have total home comfort because that's what Anton focuses on. They do the insulation ductwork as well, sealing, the energy assessments to find any sort of inefficiencies in your home, in the comfort model of your home, and get you back to total indoor comfort. That's what they specialize in. That's what they care about. You can call them today, get a free estimate on total home comfort solutions. They even have financing offers as well. So whatever you got that's going on, they got you covered. And I would encourage to get on a maintenance plan with Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts, and just make sure that you turn your house over to them. I trust them in my home, and you can too. Anton's Plumbing, Heating, Cooling, and Energy Experts online at antonshvac.com. That's ANTONSHVAC.com.
All right, we're here at the Burton House in Eureka, and I've been talking on the air about how they want to get rid of this almost 100-foot tree, 110-foot tree, something like that. My tree guy, Tom, who's almost 77, is cutting this sucker down with our buddy Ryan. And I got my friend Brad over here helping out. So we're hoping it falls that way, and not that way, or that way, or that way. And I asked him, is it going to go that way? And his wisdom was, that's the plan. So we'll see.
Well, here we are, Music Record Shop, and it's stunning. We've got Giannis, we've got Jimmy, and we've got Alex, our grand prize winner. And quite simply, gentlemen, for the next little while, we're just going to go record shop.
Wicked.
Which sounds fantastic. So we'll check in when we get done. Let everybody kind of get after it. But do you have a plan when you're going into a
No,
record
I'm just
shop?
going to go at it with a frenzy.
All right,
Yeah.
very good. Well, we love that. All right, so here at Music Record Shop, we're getting after it. We'll check in with you in a bit. Did you ever stop collecting vinyl, or have you always done it?
Yeah, I mean, from when I started buying vinyl, largely because a lot of the shows I went to when I was younger were like punk. You know, they were like punk shows. So the bands that I liked, they would just put out a 7-inch.
Mhm.
So I was like, I wanted the music, so I was like, I bought it, and then I bought a crappy turntable.
I've kind of started going back.
You're a homeowner and you think you're paying too much every month. Well, have you thought about refinancing? I don't know what your interest rate is. Maybe it's outrageous. Maybe when you bought your home, your credit wasn't as good as it is now, and you've heard of people refinancing, but you've heard horror stories. Well, I want you to call Kevin Putney. Kevin Putney at the 123 Mortgage Team. Kevin, let him run your numbers. Let him run the numbers, and maybe he could save you money every month by refinancing. Lower your monthly mortgage payments, or maybe even shorten your loan term. Like we financed twice. The first time we lowered our monthly payments, and then we shortened the loan term. So we took our 30-year down to a 15. Also, home equity. If you're looking to maybe do a new kitchen or a new bathroom, access your home's equity for renovations or major expenses. He can have you the money within 5 days. Or if you're looking to buy a home, your first home, secure a dream home with more affordable financing. Call Kevin Putney, 314-862-0123. 314-862-0123, online at 123mortgage.com. It's Kevin Putney, equalizing opportunity. All loans subject to underwriting approval. Restrictions apply. Call for details. Cross Country Mortgage, LLC, NMLS 3029, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, 123mortgage.com, 314-862-0123.
All right, so way back Point Fest, we are backstage with The Urge, and we just learned a very valuable lesson. That when the microphone says mute, that means that they can't hear Steve.
It's muted. It is not working.
That is not working.
It ain't happening.
Boy, oh boy. So we found out so far that I'm sweaty. The microphones don't work. We are off to a bang upstart here, gentlemen. A bang upstart.
Get that out of the way now.
Well, I very much appreciate you guys chatting. And Bill, especially you, man. You're what did you do to the back?
Doc says I have a herniated disc. I don't know. That's
big deal.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be. Do you remember?
Drink his way
Yeah. Do you remember
16
16 Candles?
Yes.
Like Joan Cusack in 16 Candles. This is gonna be kind of my stage move today.
Nice. The doctor told him book some more Urge shows, and then then we'll look at it.
Yeah, might be a slightly less energetic than you.
Maybe today isn't the greatest day to go out, and you're going to be stuck in, and you're going to be like, oh gosh, it's gonna ruin me. I need to be out and about. Well, you know what? Plan your weekend. Fast Eddie's, Bon Air, Alton, Illinois. Everything's going to be fine by this weekend, probably by the later tonight. They've already been salting and everything, and Fast Eddie's Bon Air is right there. Legendary atmosphere, destination for a great time. 367 North, cross that Clark Bridge, hang a right and follow the sign that you are there. What are you there for? You're there for your group of friends, or for maybe making some new friends, maybe celebrating something. Maybe you're going for Valentine's Day or a birthday party or something like that, or you just want to throw a shindig, a get-together. Fast Eddie's. If you haven't been in a while, get back out there. What are you waiting for? Only rule is you got to be 21 and up, so no kids, all right? No kids. Check out something new on the menu, though. I was always doing the Cajun hot chick on a stick and the Big Elwood on a stick, and last time I was there, I went for the Fat Eddie burger. Loved it. Absolutely incredible. They don't mess with quarter pounders. They go straight for the half-pound burger. Try the peel and eat shrimp if you haven't tried that. Get out to the area's biggest and best bar around. Plan the weekend. Plan the night. Plan whatever. It opens daily at 11 a.m. out there for a legendary, absolutely one-of-a-kind experience at Fast Eddie's Bon Air. Now accepting credit cards. If you're 21 and in the mood, head over to Fast Eddie's Bon Air.
All right, backstage at Point Fest, and for the first time playing our fantastic festival, a rock and roll band that we have come to like quite a bit in the last 6 to 9 months. Gentlemen, it's great to see you from Bad Flower. Welcome to St. Louis and welcome to Point Fest. It's great to have you here.
Thank you very much. It's great to be here.
So I
talking into the fart mics.
Talking into the fart mics, absolutely. The first thing that I just want to kind of cut straight to it. The song Promise Me we're playing right now, and I love it.
Thank you.
I absolutely love it. When we play it, I honestly feel like it jumps out of the speakers and just, I don't know, man, I think it just sounds great, but it definitely sounds different than the first two singles before it. I'm assuming that was a purposeful move on you guys' part.
I think if it was up to me, Promise Me would have been the first single. But there were tactics involved and as to why we went and did it in the order that we did. And I'm glad that we did it in the order that we did because Ghost was such a huge success. And then Heroin, we didn't expect to also be such a huge success. So it was cool to sort of seal that and now come out with our song that is way less on the rock side that everybody knows us to be. Mm-hmm. And it shows more of who we really are, which is a more diverse group.
Right. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, Promise Me went #1 at Active Rock over the week.
Heroin
went number one.
I was like, it did?
There we go. Hey, already screwed up this interview.
Yeah, no, Heroin is currently number one.
We just went there. The reason that I say that is because on the alternative side of things, Promise Me is the one that we are playing right now.
Totally.
But when you see those kinds of things happen, when you see the song move up the charts and see people start to play it and really react to it, as a young band, I just cannot imagine that sort of feeling. It has to be just a really rewarding thing because I'm sure it's something they've been working on for quite some time. Obviously have a lot invested in it. When you start seeing the comeback, more people at the gigs, how does that trigger in your mind?
It is rewarding, but it also like it becomes normalized really fast. And that's the thing that we didn't expect to happen, that a lot of people don't realize happens, is we never really have that moment where we're like, oh my goodness, we've made it. Look at all these things that we have. It's just sort of like you keep hitting these small tiers and small tiers and small tiers, and eventually you reach a certain point. And if you do sort of look over that cliff at all your past and everything that you sort of went through to get to that point, it's pretty impressive and it's pretty fun to look at it. But we don't spend a lot of time doing that. We just keep moving forward.
Right. Well, and I think that most bands will kind of say the similar.
Yeah, because we'll never feel like we've made it to any degree. Like there's no level of success that feels like the end or the pinnacle point. We always thought there was, like in the very beginning it was, we just want to get on tour. We just want to be the support band on the tour. And then we had that. Oh, we just want to sign with a record label. Then we got that. We just want to, have our own fans who sing the lyrics back to our songs. We have it. Like we kept achieving these things that we wanted and they never felt like it was the end, which is a good thing.
Right. Well, I was talking to the guys in Seether about this just a few minutes ago. Sometimes when you are writing, I've heard from those that are talented enough to write songs, which I am not one, that sometimes they don't like to listen to other things while they write because it unduly kind of influences them. Is that something?
Oh yeah, it's a real thing.
As well?
For sure.
Yeah.
It's not that we don't like to listen to other things, but if you do, chances are some little piece of what you've been into is going to be it's going to be in your new music. It's just the way it is. Like a little chord progression, a little lyric change, like some tiny little thing. It's going to like recycle itself into your new work.
So then do you hear that and go, I was listening to X and X at the time.
Yeah.
Out.
So you should be recycling metals so they don't end up in a landfill. And you'd be amazed about how much junk in your garage and your house is worth cash at Scrap Mart. Yeah, Scrap Mart Metals. Unlike other guys, Scrap Mart is clean, it's safe, it's convenient. Locations in Valley Park, right at 141 and 44, Peebly and Jonesburg. Copper wire, brass, stainless steel, aluminum and cans, batteries, electric motors, steel cast iron. Go to scrapmartmetals.com for more information. But you can even drive through right there on the scale, then collect your cash. Scale weight's visible to you, so everything's on the up and up. And Scrap Mart's been offering top dollar payouts for all your scrap metals since 2011. Collect all the recyclables from your home or your business you'd normally just throw away, load them into your vehicle, make a quick drive over to let's say, the Valley Park location, pull in the clean and efficient drive-through. After sorting and weighing your stuff, they'll pay you top dollar in cash. It's recycling made easy. And it's St. Louis's first and only drive-through recycling. Scrap Mart Metals. Recycle smart at Scrap Mart. ScrapMartMetals.com. Check this out. There's nothing. It's a blank canvas. You see that? The plants are coming in nicely. Come a long way since last year.
Oh, hey, you want to come in? Let's go. It's night and day from what you guys saw before. I mean, this is an actual house now with rooms all framed at. But here's the cool part. We kept basically the frame of the old garage. I mean, that's all old garage. So this is going to be a bedroom, huh? Can you see it? Can you see it? I'm going to be sleeping right over here. Oh, let me show you my favorite part. The bathroom. And I'm going to be right here, you know. Let me show you the kitchen. Yeah, washing my hands in the sink. Let's see what's in the fridge. Nothing. Pantry. This would be the kids' room. Hey, come on in. Check out the house. So here's a living room. And check out this wood-burning stove. How sweet is this thing? Now I want to take you to the kitchen. We have an all things elderberry marketing meeting going on right here. But yeah, here's the kitchen. All the modern amenities. Running water. We got a box to keep things cold. Huh? You may call it a fridge. Custom countertops. Stove. Everything we need. Everything we need here on the farm. Now, let's check some other stuff out. So if you guys remember last year, this was just all framed out. And now, look at this. 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. Want to see the bedrooms? Bunk beds. Now you've seen inside the house, let's go check out the porch. So we got a carport and check out the porch. So when it's hot out, we've been working in the field all day, we are protected, and I can sit and stare and watch the grass grow.
People in bad circumstances, instead of just selling you a car, the Auto Loan Pro is going to help you get your life and credit back on track. Now, with little to no money down, the Auto Loan Pro is going to work his ass off to get you the best rate possible. Anybody could sell you a car. It takes a pro to do it right. And if you need reliable transportation, you're thinking you got to go to the dealership, and next thing you know, you're in a finance office with some pencil pusher furiously filling out paperwork you're signing things. You're like, what just happened? I'm paying how much a month for this car? Making a big purchase with finance, yeah, it can be complicated, especially if you've had that little hiccup in your financial situation. The Auto Loan Pro works with over 50 lenders to get you the very best financing. And if you're looking to see why your credit is the way it is and you're looking to maybe fix your credit, download the Playbook to Success. It's free, and it's right on the Auto Loan Pro's website. Again, download the Playbook to Success and get your credit back on track. Financing a car, there's one thing to know. Choose the Auto Loan Pro. AutoLoanPro.com, AutoLoanPro.com.
All right, so the lead-off interview for Point Fest 29.
That is it for us. Appreciate you all tuning in. If you missed anything, make sure you check out the clip of the day brought to you by Michael's Flooring. Also, the podcast that's sponsored by Dobbs Tire and Auto Center. Moon, what is today's podcast title?
I've got the crow for emergencies.
All right.
Nice.
What else you got, Moon?
May 3rd at the Pageant, 3 p.m. show and an 8 p.m. show. For Can You Feel the Punk Tonight, you can get tickets on the Points website or thepageant.com.
The Page Ant.
The Page Ant. That's how you spell
Ant.
Pageant. It's so neat.
Learn.
Yeah, just follow all these guys, you know, on the socials. Riz has got a new podcast. King Scott's getting bands to submit at 1057thepoint.com. Go to punk rock shows, you know, watch the number 2 show and go look at my cats at Learn Versus Radio. Thanks.
Okay. Rafe.
Yes. Follow me at I am Rafe Williams, and yeah, come out and see all of us at our various side gig adventures.
Okay. Scott.
And speaking of those adventures, tonight at 8 o'clock on YouTube, Clown Was to the Rescue. I'll be on there, so follow me, King Scott Rules. And then also, yeah, like she said, 1057thepoint.com/breakingbands to get your band on a great podcast.
All right, we leave you with a selection from our Teamers Member of the Day, brought to you by Hot Shots, celebrating 35 years of Hot Shots. From Overland, James McCarty is out. And James wants to hear this song. It's a good one, and we will see you tomorrow. Be safe and have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Energy up.